Hey guys, how are you doing? We're
Hello.
here on day 4?
It's a lot of days now.
Yeah, it
I've
was
lost
day 1,
track.
day 2, then day 1, day 2. Oh no, I think it's day 3 now. Day
Yeah.
3
I've
of
forgotten what home looks like.
WTC in Belgium, and we've got exciting banger of a round.
Oh my goodness.
Pretty
this
much
is
a
hell of
final or a
round.
semi-final
It's
level.
a huge tie. Between England and France.
Yes.
France have been by far the strongest team so far.
Yes, they won War Masters.
won
They
War
had 3
Masters,
players in the semi-finals.
6 in the top 8, smashed it, and then had the highest scores, I think, coming out of the pods as well. So on fire. And England aren't bad either.
Yep.
We're all right. We've had a good pod so far. 3-0 in the pod. Loads of big scores. But this stream game as well. We got our number 1 pick. Let's put it that way. When we saw the pairings, I was like, the French obviously have a couple of picks for their stream. Saw it, was like, we've got to have this one.
Yes.
We have Alexandre Sacco, former LGT winner, amazing French player, against Nassim Fouchane, our young gun, who's from France, French Algerian by background.
They're both friends.
Both friends. Talking to each other happily away in French and English all the time, know each other, play each other. Very, very interesting game as well, because it's Thousand Suns versus Guard and non-artillery Guard as well. So a very different matchup. And obviously Nassim's list is one of the ones we've not had time to show yet, not been able to show yet.
It's 18 Bullgrim,
It's
right?
18 Bullgrim, but there's a lot
He says it's
going
super fun
on
to
there.
play.
It's a great list. There's a lot going on. And I think it's going to be a really exciting game.
Should we jump into the list?
Let's
because
do
the round
it.
started 40 minutes ago. Players are setting up, so we have time
pairings took a long time this time.
to blabber on
Let's do it.
about the lists. So, starting with Nassim, the young gun. It's a bit cramped because guard list is massive, and I decided to put the tank commander loadout on there as well because they're quite important. So, starting with a command squad with Leontus, nothing new there. Leontus just throwing orders left and right, and the benefit of Leontus is he can order both vehicles and infantry, right?
Exactly.
You add him there to get extra orders.
Yeah.
You used to do it on artillery, but since artillery is no longer a thing really, you can just do it on your tank commanders pretty much, on your vehicles.
Gets you CP too, which is fantastic. The
Yes.
Leontus is just brilliant.
Then we've got Gaunt's Ghosts. Gaunt's
Yep.
Ghosts are interesting. They've got a variety of weapons. They can go up and down, great for playing
Uppy,
the mission.
downy, lone op,
Yep.
a lovely thematic little unit that just, again, so many lists have something like this that's a bit of an all-rounder for scoring or late game threat or whatever else. And at 100 points, I think they're a steal.
Yeah, even when it's pretty much you think, do I take a Calidus or do I take Gaunt's Ghosts, right?
Exactly that.
But
And
on the
Nas is a lawhead, so of course he takes Gaunt's Ghost.
I'm sure it's not because of WTC
Not
restrictions
be-
to
not
having
be-
an
not-
agent
Not
only in
because
one
someone
army.
else has got one in a different list.
But Nassim has been playing guard for ages. I was told that guard is underappreciated, and Nassim
I think he has
is the
roughly
player to look out for.
150 reps with this list, or some variant of it. He's very, very, very
Exactly.
practiced.
Then we've got 2 tank commanders with
Yes.
demolition battle cannons. Pretty much flavor of the edition so far.
Incredible unit, yeah. So it shoots really hard at a good long range, and then if you kill it, it shoots you back. So
Pretty
they're
much.
a real pain.
They're very tough.
You get it feels like you get 4 tanks worth of value out of 2 because you're taking one with you a lot of the time when they try and deal with them.
With 2 up save, it's massive. Toughness 11.
So good,
or
yeah.
12?
T11, 2 up save, very, very effective, very, very
and really
durable.
annoying 13 wounds instead of 12.
Really, really is annoying, yeah.
Then we've got some battle line, which will be important on this mission because we're playing raise banners and linchpin.
Yes.
And linchpin, you don't really need battle line, but raise banners, if you're a battle line unit, and you pretty much defend, right, when you raise the banner?
Yeah, so you essentially
get an extra
you
VP.
raise a banner on the objective, and then so when you have a banner raised, you get an extra VP essentially towards your mission score. So it just ticks away, and it's nice to have some chaff battle line. Obviously, Nas has Cadians for sticky objectives. He's got Catachans for scout moves, and he's got a couple of Chimera to run those lads in as well.
And importantly, raise banners come towards secondary.
They do.
Right? Yeah.
That's it.
And
So that's
it's
it.
always,
and we all
it's
know
always
secondaries are
easy to
quite
see.
hard to tick over. We've seen it all the way through the event. Players have been winning hard on the primary, dropping on the secondaries. Being
Yes.
able to shore that up is really nice. Get you a little bit more by way of points differential.
There you go. Let's bring chat up because I did forget
of
to
course,
do that.
yeah, absolutely.
It's not like we don't care about you
Welcome,
guys.
chat. We'll talk to you in a minute. We're very excited. We've got a lot to get through.
Important things
and then
to do.
we'll be into bother you. Don't you worry.
Then again, we've got some shock troops and jungle fighters.
Lovely.
Jungle fighters and chimeras, with all the
Yeah,
lovely
they give them
scouts and
scout
everything.
move.
Yeah.
Yep. Kazachan's are great for 55 points, and Nas gets a lot of use out of these little units. I mean, they're in danger because Thousand Suns eat little units like that for breakfast,
Yes.
but it's going to be interesting to see the role they play in this game.
Old regard.
But we're about to get to the meat, aren't we? Here comes the meat.
18 Bullgrim.
18 Bullgrim.
I know it says ×1, but that means one squad. It's just how
Yeah.
the AI did it. You've got 6, 6, 6. That's why it's 180
Minus
points
1
each.
damage, 4 up in one, 6 up feel no pain, deceptively quick, solid in combat.
Exactly.
These are the stuff of nightmares. They're a real pain in the arse, and they are so cheap.
It's the same thing you can say about Hellhounds. It's a bargain for 150
Hellhounds
points.
are fantastic. I played against this a couple of times in practice for the event, and 2-up save on a tank like that, very obnoxious. And they've obviously got lovely little Overwatch control lanes with their flamers as well. So it's just, I think, adding to the screening and saturation in front of the rest of the list. Very, very effective units.
And Castle King.
Yeah.
Well, they're kings. They're
Yes.
kings of mortal
They're
wounds. They
amazing.
used to be.
Mortal wounds.
Now they've got a variety of weapons. They can do mortal wounds with the bombs.
They can.
They've got a sniper. They've got either meltas or plasmas, depending how you load them out.
Exactly.
They've got both, right? 2 meltas, 2 plasmas.
Yeah, load of guns, melter mine. They too can scout move, I believe.
I think one of them deep strikes. That usually
They
was a
can
thing.
deep strike
and one
too.
of them
Yep.
could go into transport or.
And crucially, the Guard have taken a nerf in as much as they can't infinitely regenerate their troops.
Yeah.
But bringing one of these back, Kazakin are one of the options you can bring back. Bringing one of these back and applying it in the backfield in the late game is really annoying for the opponent to deal with.
Yes.
Right? Really, really
Because
difficult.
they've got the damage
Especially
output.
once you couple that with Gaunt's Ghost. Suddenly, this Guard list has ways of getting behind you just
Yes.
as you're starting to lose your resources. So it's very,
Yes,
very
they're
effective.
very good in War of Attrition.
Yeah. And it's all about how the whole thing works in unison. It's a very refined, very streamlined list. Lots of pairs of units, lots of threes of things. Just very, very raw efficiency, but all the tools are there. Some good shooting, mission play, blocking, screening, Overwatch, melee combat.
Yes.
It's a thing of beauty. NASA's worked on this for a long time.
It's no longer about artillery blowing off the board. Now it's everything runs at you, takes your primaries, takes your secondaries, and just
Exactly that. Exactly that.
there you go. And then Thousand Suns.
Here we go. So you've seen this before,
we've
guys.
had plenty of Thousand Suns on the stream. It seems to be a very popular
Yep.
faction.
So Alexandre
Just like
played
Sisters.
this on the stream, didn't he? For our first one together.
Yep. So, as you've seen, 3 Exaltes on the disc for all the line of sights, shenanigans, and
Yep.
slows. Infernal Master in a squad with Arcane Vortex for extra mortal wounds.
Yep.
Infernal Master with Crystal to teleport a
Yep.
unit, which is a staple in Thousand Suns
Yep.
since forever. Then just a standard Infernal Master, Magnus. We've seen pretty much every list is
Yeah.
Magnus because he's a
Auto
massive
take.
force multiplier, +1
Yeah.
to hit, and he himself dishes out tons of damage.
Yeah.
And he's super quick. Sorcerer with Lord of Forbidden Lore, I think that gives him the additional.
That's the double Cabal power.
Cabal,
Yeah. And we watched Alexandre play this list, and he was running that in the Rhino. And you've got this little squad that can pop out and pop off 2 Doom Bolts from the Rhino, and that's very effective.
Yeah.
That's a very dangerous little unit. This is one of the key differences between his list and Vic's list is he's got this extra character to have this. And having it on the Sorcerer with the 18-inch loan up, I think, is actually really nice.
Yes.
Just minimises the risk that unit's getting picked up too early before you
it
want to
can
lose
poke
it.
out someone on the objectives in the backfield.
Yeah, exactly that. If you can get multiple uses out of Lord of Forbidden Law in close proximity, I think you're doing really well. And
It's good for screening as well.
he's set himself up really well to use it that way.
And then 4 squads of rubrics to home the characters. Pretty
Rubric's
much
doing
what it is.
rubric things, yeah.
A Rhino to home 2 squads of rubrics of characters,
Yeah,
probably.
exactly.
Mutalith just to extend range and be tough on its own. We've seen it just screens,
Yeah.
shoots, and just extends range.
They've always been like the support thing, haven't they? We've never seen them do much, but they always provide something useful the rest of the army doesn't have.
Exactly. Equally, we've got cultists that when they die give you CPs. They play the mission very well. They're just a cheap chaff.
Gotta
That's
have
very
little
good.
idiots.
And
absolutely.
55 points is a bargain
Yeah,
since
so
they give you a CP. Zangors Enlightened against space goats on the disc
Yep.
that just fly around and do a mission. They tend to fly somewhere, get an objective, and then get murdered viciously. And that's
100%.
as much as we see. On
Yeah, stick OC6 on point, then die. But yeah, I mean, there's mirrors in the list. There's a lot of damage. There's lots of mission play. There's some nice durable pieces. And it's going to be really interesting to see the interaction between them. On paper, they can both really hurt each other. And it's all going to be how that's applied. Couple that with Lynchpin,
Yep.
where you got the big end game score available. Lots of primary
Or early
available.
game score if you can.
Or early game score, exactly.
probably
and
be
search and
difficult in
destroy.
these-
So
with
these
these
guys are starting really close to each other as well.
Yes.
I think that's going to make for a really spicy game. And of course, these are 2 of the best players in the world. So this is
Exactly.
an incredibly exciting round to be covering.
So, if you look at the background, I'll get the player marks on in a minute. You can see, talking about being close to each other, Nassim doesn't mess about.
No, he doesn't.
There are some Bulgrin, and they will be in your deployment zone very quickly.
Yeah.
If you cannot stop them. There's great staging positions in here. You can see. You've got right outside of the deployment. Obviously, you're hidden, which Thousand Suns don't care much about.
No, exactly. I think we've seen that in these T-Suns games we've covered, right?
But exactly, since Nassim
almost
knows
doesn't
that,
help you.
Nassim knows if Thousand Suns come forward and see him, he will be losing a unit potentially. So he will just shove all his units forward, so he gets to his opponent before that becomes an issue.
I wouldn't be surprised to see him play this quite aggressively.
We've seen in the sister matchup when sisters held back against Thousand Suns.
Didn't help, did it? All the world eaters.
Yeah,
they both got picked off.
lose steam before you get there.
Exactly.
And before you ask what are the sticks in the top right corner, I did ask that yesterday in a hotel, and these are not a 9-inch measuring sticks. They're just line of sight sticks.
Aha, nice. Nice.
So technology and innovation. I will get player mics on so we can hear them talking to each other. There we go. Let me guys know if the volume of them is okay. I can always adjust that.
Just have a look as well and start fielding some of these chat.
And let's see what you guys have to say in chat.
Let's see what we've got. We've got quite a lot. Hello everybody, lovely to have you here. Greetings from Spain. Oh, I've clicked a thing because I'm an idiot. Let's go back. Oh, I'll leave it to you, David. I've managed. This is why I shouldn't do anything.
We gave Tom tech for 1 second.
1 second and it's gone. I've lost the chat. Beautiful.
I'll fix it. Let's pause. Wait for this to load and pause
there
this
we go.
so we don't steal.
Christopher Richardson says no artillery for guard. Is this standard now? Well, the French list that Vic is playing against right now in the same game has 3 artillery pieces. So no, you do still get it. Nas just prefers without. I think Nas plays guard in a slightly different way to most people in the world right now. A lot of people saying Wotan are going to get dominated. Hey, maybe. I've played Wotan Templars. I don't remember being dominated when I played it, but we'll see. We'll see what Olivier is packing here against Alex Harrison. Obviously, Alex Harrison and Manny both on stream against the French players. Paul Bridge asked, "What's the name of the French channel?" French War Games. Okay, he's already had that sorted.
Yeah, I've answered the ones.
You're up to there, right? Perfect, wonderful.
Yeah.
So greetings from Spain. Lovely to have you here. Deep Game Spain. Thank you. And yes, Paul Bridge. It is interesting that we end up with Thousand Suns versus Guard in both games. I think it's going to be really, really spicy.
Obviously, a very spicy round in its own right.
And it's absolutely huge. And yeah, you know, Poland versus USA on the other table as well.
Yeah, right,
We've got them all next to us.
Live, yeah.
Everyone wishing everyone luck and sort of meaning it earlier on before we got started. It's a very, very exciting round. Obviously, if all these teams draw, they will all end up playing each other. If we actually have some knockouts here, there might be runs through the event without playing all of the heavy hitters. So I think everyone's very much going to have that in the back of their heads right now. French Black Templars, this is indeed absolutely disgusting. And he did win the singles. He absolutely did. We've got some negativity for the Grey Knights. Nah, have faith in the Grey Knights. The Grey Knights will be all right.
Grey will always bring
They'll be all right.
Ask Chris.
Gareth Harris asks, is this the pod? Gareth, no, the pod's over now. This is the seeded rounds, which is why we've got England, France and Poland, USA, all the big guns starting to play to determine who's going to be in the final placings. So first round of Swiss.
Should be all right.
And yeah, Manchkor's Earthshake is still valid. You still see him in lists. And Tom still asks, can we turn the volume up for the players? So let's get the volume up for the players and let them just play for a little while.
Quoi?
17. Ça, je veux voir c'est où la ligne de vue. Comme ça. Pas voir le tank commander, tu ne vas pas voir le caméra,
Okay, I'm back.
Nas is going to be, for the time being, going to be talking with Sacco in French. So I think he's very reasonable.
Yes, they're both
very
French. They're both French. And the funny thing is,
we want them both comfortable playing the game.
Jay just walked past the head ref and said, we should get the players to swap shirts because effectively, if you look at them, you see them in the camera. Yeah. Take away the glasses, and they're
very
Nassim
similar. I know, it's funny. It's like looking at a mirror.
They look similar. They sound similar. And they both speak French.
It's lovely. It's really cool. That's why I wanted the pairing. It's just really exciting, and they're good friends as well.
Exactly. So are you guys excited? This is a huge round. It's pretty much like watching a final. Someone in the chat said that his missus doesn't let him watch the Nerd Olympics. And that's the game you really wanted to convince her to let you watch because it's going to be a great banger.
Yeah, just take the weekend off life and watch these, mate. It's going to be amazing. Oh, Greg Chamberlain says you're doing a great
just
job,
ahead,
Tom and
obviously.
David. Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much,
We
Greg.
appreciate it.
You're a hero, and well done on your GT win the other week. I wrote it up for Goonhammer about 2 days ago, and was very pleased that you got one over the Jakari
Yeah, congratulations.
after being robbed on supply
Let's
drop.
go! Let's go!
T'inquiète, on va faire notre scout.
All right, they're getting started.
There we go. I didn't update the list in the bot.
Ouais.
Give me 1 second. I'm pretty sure I was doing it. I just forgot to finish. Give me
Scout
1
6.
second.
Des dans 12 pour une ordre.
Vas-y, joue à tes scouts d'abord. Tu veux le droit.
J'enlève le terrain maintenant, ça me dérange.
Astra Militarum.
Par contre, ils vont quand même bouger là.
I know you guys want to see the lists. I'll be 1 second. See, I've been preparing for so long before I went live, and I forgot. Which is typical to me. So many things to do. I need automation really badly. Base bins. And 1,000 suns. Don't worry, you're in my almost capable hands. Safe. There we go.
How many shots?
Euh,
Lot.
18 et les flammeurs.
Ça tue mes cultistes.
You can see lists in the chat now. So let's see if we can do some.
Un scout within 6 of Magnus.
No problème. Je finis mes scouts.
Oh,
après c'est
top tier play from Chris Richardson,
fini,
who's
vas-y.
sneaking off to the gym
on fait mes cartes.
so he can watch it whilst on a bike,
Perfect.
doing exercise whilst watching Warhammer. Wow. Who'd have thought? I respect it.
Easy.
I like it.
10.
Gareth Harris's misses is away.
J'ai CP.
Feels like watching the
went
WTC is all
first.
about
I'm about to
how
get
you
10 on
navigate
second.
your partner.
Ok.
I suppose not having a
On va
live
faire
is
extra move
is
avec
a
cette
benefit
commander
when you want
ici.
to watch
Yeah.
Nerd Olympics, right?
Angron's back in the chat. I hope you're feeling okay, Angron, after failing to resurrect yesterday in the stream game.
Yeah.
All a bit sad.
On va faire extra move.
Just watch
avec-
WTC instead and kick back.
C'est attachant ici.
And as you can see, I put a little crowd cam. You've got Sacco in the shot in the bottom left corner,
Bullgren
in
ici, ils ont
the small
extra move
camera.
pour Lyon.
And Team Wales is playing Team Belgium right behind us.
Yeah.
So Liam VSL and
I'm second.
Dan Bates team
How
effectively.
many first turn did you get?
So you can have small sneak peeks of them
How
behind
many
us.
game?
Lucky we were able to stream the French game, which is a huge round.
Yeah.
have one
But we
first
might get to
first
Wales at
down.
some point at this event.
Oh, yeah,
we'll
hopefully.
see how it goes.
50-50.
Gitli Gaming asks,
Oh,
are they
no,
going to be
50.
speaking French for the whole game? I can go and check with them at Gitli Gaming, but I think the main
No,
thing here is we
actually,
want
on
both
regarde
players
les gens
playing as comfortable a game as they can.
Ici.
But they
And they both speak French like
Ici,
you know,
on va donner
natively, so I
extra
think
move.
there's a case for saying it's not as
Yeah,
fair
but they will
to
be
make
speaking-
Alexandre speak English the whole way through. But
C'est quoi la charge si je bouge 9?
yeah, I'll ask them to speak English because that's one of the WTC requirements. Because when the refs walk past, they need to hear what they say.
Sure.
When the coaches walk past, they need
Okay.
to hear what they say.
shall I just remind them? Then?
Yeah, if you
Okay,
could,
I'll go and
please.
check.
It's a WTC requirement. I know it's easy for them. It's like me playing the Polish players trying to speak Polish would be much easier. There we go. Yeah. Yeah, they didn't realize they got taken care. They got taken away. Speaking French.
I'm going to be my CP and my cabal points.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, they have absolutely no issue
Alright.
speaking English. They're just so used to it.
Yeah.
It's like
No
when
more
I speak to my
extra
Polish friends or my
Extra
brother,
move on
it's very hard to switch to English sometimes, and it's like you're just so
Yeah.
used to it.
Well, and I was just really enjoying it. It was just lovely to hear. So, don't worry, guys. The dominance of the English language has been shored back up again. We're back in charge.
Alors,
Back in
Oh, is it
charge.
your
one
imperialism
Leontis
again?
order,
Is that what it is?
2 Leontis orders. Leontis has one more order.
So Nassim's taking first turn here, which he's always a fan of. And you'll see, if you compare this to how
Give these guys
Sacco
extra
deployed
move as well.
in his previous game
One of
against
the
us,
Bulgars
he
gonna
is
have
way
extra
more
move.
cagey here.
Yes.
Way more cagey. And that's because there's a lot longer range on the tank commanders. A bunch of other things that can threaten.
Fucking fine.
It looks like he's going to let Nassim get a bit of board presence first and then counter-attack. It's the typical
And then
slow
this has
burn
extra
of the
move as well.
Thousand Suns, which on Linchpin going second can be
And they'll order
rewarded
themselves
very,
for
very
+1
heavily at the
save.
end. But yeah, Nassim being able to get
You
into
put
position
that
here
on
is going to be
now,
very
please.
interesting.
Thank you.
Sorry for
Go.
double tapping the camera. Sometimes I get
This will
twitches.
roll in advance.
6 Plus Gaming says, don't forget to like the stream. Yes, do hit like and subscribe.
Yes, and
And
check
if you-
out 6 Plus.
Yeah, if we can bung a link to the 6 Plus
There
YouTube
we
in
go.
the chat, that'd be
At
amazing.
least you remember.
Oh, and this hand.
Terrible at it. Oh,
It is.
that's not the one.
8.
I'll find it. Don't worry. I've got so many things
Yeah.
copied.
know,
and
I know.
saved.
Number 7.
There we go. Got that. Yes,
5,
guys.
5 pivot,
Whenever you can,
still
check out
makes the
6++ in the chat.
Yeah, there you
There
go.
you go.
So, yeah, do come and check out and like and subscribe to 6++ as well.
Yeah, if you enjoy Tom's voice and Tom's commentary,
Yeah, come check out me, Chris, and the gang
Like this.
over at 6++.
I'll pivot for
Um,
5 and I'll just
And we'll
and
hopefully
I'll
be
just
doing
be
more
on
of
the
this sort of thing in the
objective
future.
over here, just on it.
Let us
go,
know
that's-
where you're tuning in from.
Just on
Keen
the
to hear. Quite a lot of you up early for 40k. Very impressed.
Yeah, down this line only.
I'm fairly certain that this is gonna be a fairly rapid game, because
It tends to
Nassim,
be.
That's-
Nassim's rapid.
Nassim
Yeah.
speaks rapidly,
Don't
plays
move in there,
rapidly,
but roam in advance.
and
9
hopefully,
plus,
well, for England, wins
and then
rapidly.
I've got 11.
But his strategy is all practiced. He knows what he's doing, where he's going. I assume it's exactly the same for Sacco. He knows the matchup. There's no way he doesn't, because French had the same matchup on the other side, right? So they must expect how it's gonna go.
Completely.
So they know how to play it.
So you've got Bulgrin here yeeting into the middle. Angron's completely right. Going second is big for Sacco. T-Suns are just an army that love to grow into the game.
Yes.
And going second on the mission like this, you can do that in the extreme. But at the same time, it's one of those situations where I think both players are very happy. Nass is a tempo setter player. He always has been. He likes to make things happen. Most of those things being you being dead and him being all over the points. So he gets first turn, gives him some scope to do that. And you'll see, I mean, we've talked about tempo setting in the past, but what we've seen the players on first turn have to do quite a lot. The exception actually being Vic, who is a lot shyer, and Peter, who had to be very careful of the Blood Angels threat. But most of the players we've seen, they've got to put stuff out on objectives and make things happen, force the issue. And that's what we're seeing
So
here.
forward said 5-inch charge.
It looks like some cultists might be getting
But
charged.
while the players are still moving in the early phases, I'll get Isaac on to talk to you with Tom.
And we're going to have a word from our sponsor.
Yes.
Got flame with the firing deck guys. After I've told him his flame there, that's fine. Just gonna go. So, got one flamer that can shoot you, but I'm not
Hello,
gonna shoot
Sick.
you with flamer, I'm just gonna-
Hello.
How are you doing?
I'm doing fine. How are you?
I'm all right, thank you. I mean, this is a very exciting game.
Good job, it's just gonna
So
go.
I understand you're here to do a little bit of a promotional plug.
Yeah, we are here. I'm
So-
here to promote our partners and to be
That's gonna
thankful
roll me in advance.
to them because they are supporting the event, which
Huge.
makes this
Yeah.
happen.
Yeah,
Without their support, it would not work at all.
Yeah.
We
it's a
have
magnificent event.
No,
Oh, the camera's there.
Should I look at you or should I
No,
look at
no,
you?
let's look at the camera. You're all good.
So we want to highlight, in this specific case, Army Painter, because their support have been critical in the last year and in the future years. More importantly, I want to thank you guys for being here,
Thank you.
because you have been working in the past few months quite a bit
You guys are also
promote the event
objective.
and cover your team. That's very important. And I'd like to thank all the players for being here,
Oh, hell yeah.
because
Still screening this area.
without their trust and without their
That's going to advance. That has extra move.
their participation, this event wouldn't be as is. It doesn't matter what we put on the tables or
Now
anything.
13
That
plus.
is irrelevant. It's thanks to the
I've got
community who
18.
supports their teams, who come to
It's just going to be like here.
the
Cut the line
event
there.
or just use the terrain or the
But you
mats
can see.
outside of the
Yes,
tournament
you see.
and provide feedback, help us make the
these
event
we're gonna go in
better.
advance.
So
We're gonna go
it's actually the
there.
reverse of a plug. I just want to thank all of you.
Gratitude. Yeah.
Yeah, because without the community, this doesn't work.
Yeah,
Right?
Of course.
And other than that, we have always our standard plugs, like please check out
These guys are going to
the
tuck in.
terrain in
And they will be within 6 to deny
www.thebestterrain.com.
error denial.
It's not a joke.
I
It's
know. And it is.
it is a good terrain. It works for the tournaments quite well. And we'd also like to thank Diffie here as
This
well.
tank commander here will
He has
advance.
been running BCP. It has been working flawlessly.
We've got 16.
And you can follow all the tournament results there. And other than that,
No line of sight.
I hope you are enjoying the event both at home and if you have been here.
You can shoot me
Here.
here, but not over here.
And I cannot thank all of you enough.
Thank you so much. As I said, it's my first time at the event.
Tuck, tuck, tuck,
Best
tuck,
one I've
tuck.
ever been to.
They're
So
just gonna move out
you're
here.
doing
I
it
hope you
all right.
enjoyed it.
I really enjoyed it. It's been amazing.
Is there anything you think we can
Advance
do?
if I have to, it doesn't matter.
Improve it.
Now as well.
Just keep doing what you're doing. I think it's just going to grow and grow. I think it's the outside engagement. You know, I think that's going to boom and boom and boom with all the streaming and everything else. I think you just want to make sure people back home are as plugged in as they can be, and that's what we're doing. That's what we're working on.
We have 11 streams
Yeah, and
going
that's
on.
it. It's incredible, right? So I think you just keep riding that wave.
Yep.
Amazing work. Thank you so much.
Thank
All
you
right,
for
see you
having
soon.
me.
Okay, fantastic. So we'll have David back. Wonderful. Cheers.
There you
A
go.
word from Isaac
9
there.
and 9.
And unfortunately, I'm back. You have to deal with me.
Thank you.
All right.
Back into the game screen.
This will advance. 10 plus 11. It's going to be here, behind the wall. Duck. This tank commander. He'll move 2 inches back.
So
then
Nass
just
just
tilt.
finalising his movements. You can see there's a chaff on chaff
Line there,
struggle
that's
being
what
lined
we're
up on
hiding.
the bottom side.
Fine.
Chimera's
Tank commander
sneaking
is
into
gonna go to where
position.
the other one was.
Hellhound's sneaking into position.
Where you can't be shot. Oh, before these guys move this way.
And there's a really beautiful
Just the same.
symmetry
Amen.
to Nass's list.
Where if you try to shoot him with Magnus,
He's got
when you
little
wanna
pairs
shoot
of
back,
assets to cover all the sides.
I could be within 33 this way.
Just a
But for this
wall
one,
of
that's
muscle.
completely fine.
Yes.
That's okay.
That should be the name of the list, to be honest.
The alternative is there, but no problem.
He calls
That's
them the
fine.
18 professors.
Definitely.
Well, that's one of the
Just
things he
think
calls
on
them.
moving further more, so he was here.
It's more like
They-
a meat wall.
They have a
I just
few
want to advance
names.
to see what he rolls.
But there's
Oh, but that's the stream
there's
safe
certainly
name.
18 of them. The stream-friendly name is the 18 professors.
Same as before.
Not on the behind.
I understand.
Yeah.
Yeah, off of this, just there. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. Just there. Yeah, just there.
There you go, just some precise measurement.
Let's move these guys out the way. Just like this.
And Nassim is known to remove all the terrain from his table pretty much and just play on the
I think
basis.
he just likes to just
See
have
everything.
the full visual of what's going on.
And that's the great advantage of the WTC terrain. You can just take it off and it's very
Yeah.
easy to align it back on because
These
there's
new
little lines.
bases where they've got the little markings for where the ruins are positioned
Yeah,
on
makes
them.
it perfect.
They've also got mats that have got like little very subtle grids along the sides so you can keep track of where everything goes. Obviously, one of the issues with WTC terrain is just that because it's got more interesting angles than a lot of boards, it can be quite tricky to
4-inch
place.
charge.
But having done it with the coaches this year, helping set up the
9.
boards, it's much easier with these mats and these grids. So yeah, if you're interested in learning and playing on WTC terrain, I do genuinely think this pack and these mats are well worth it.
Yes, yes.
And
And they're
obviously,
very
yeah,
easy to
if you've
store.
got international aspirations, I guess this is a set in the long term you probably
Yeah,
want.
they're not neoprene mats. They're like thinner, so it's easy to store. And you've got all the deployments on them. You can probably see the circle in the middle,
Completely.
right here, showing the 9 inches. I mean, I can't draw to save my life, but it shows you all the deployments.
Nass is piling in and beating up some cultists with his catch
How many attacks?
Anyone who's
Just
seen
one attack each. I charge for
Sacco
strength
play
forward
this
on
list
one,
on the
on
previous
force.
stream knows his little rhino in the bottom
Threes.
likes to fly into that bottom ruin,
Mm-hmm.
deposit its Lord of Forbidden Law and start doing damage. And
kills
Nass's Cash-Chans are now sat exactly
you're
where
swing
that
over
would
to
like to go.
So they have to kill them,
So
but they
he's-
cannot actually move in
exactly.
there.
So he's
I
blocked
have
he's
two
blocked
attack
them
each.
off.
Huh?
He's using his screening to perfection. Right, idiots dying on the sides on the midboard
So that's
is a really
5,
useful way of
5,
ensuring nothing very dangerous can be there.
5, and 2 more, I think. Yes.
So I killed 2, so 18. Easy.
Did Nassim pick his secondaries? I assume he did. He just didn't.
Quite
set them
possibly,
all.
yeah. We'll double check it. He will want the cards.
Yeah, we'll remind him after they finish the.
And 4 again.
Get the combat done. I mean, he's played the turn now, but I assume he
Yeah,
has
exactly.
drawn cards.
1
As I say,
Oh,
it would,
I hope
with
he
these
didn't
later
forget.
rounds, it wouldn't surprise me if the players are very
Let's go.
distracted.
Yes,
These
exactly.
are big rounds. These guys have been preparing for this for months. I fully
And
understand
over to
that.
me for scoring.
We've just
I'll
gotta be
do
nice
5
to
and
them.
5, and then over to you.
It sounds like he got 5 and 5 for his cards, so
Your turn.
Whatever they
maybe
were.
maybe he got extend and secure turn
And
1.
I will.
Possibly.
Do you want to go just check that now?
Yeah, we'll do it. He just.
GCP.
I think he's about to do it
And
now.
I'll just do that in the meantime.
Yeah, he's doing
Oh,
it now.
perfect. Okay.
I get.
A clinical, effective
Choose the
turn
order.
1.
I cannot
Yeah,
do it.
extend an area.
No.
He's got himself in
And
position.
I get 2
He's
points
inviting
on
the
banner at
T-Suns to
end.
come out and do something about it.
Containment.
And he is, crucially, he has blocked
Engage.
off
Engage. Okay, yep.
efforts to come and deny
5.
his primary in that bottom
How do
right
I?
corner.
I'm on 3 CP, he's on 2. Is this fine with how this looks? Cool. And I'll put your second piece. What'd you get?
Areas
Engage.
now and extend battle lines. Yeah, looks great, Nas. All good.
Thank you.
And containment.
Containment and engage on all fronts for Sacco.
Cool.
I need to see something before I
So
move.
I'm
Of
just
course.
because the same game is being streamed on War Games Live as well.
We'll mark my
So
course.
what I'm doing is filling in the score for the guys as well, so that you can see it on their stream with the full round summary. Just making sure they know what's going on the table, because we are quite far away from each other.
We are. So
Just
yeah,
makes
the
it
England
all
team are
easier.
playing a good distance away this time because they're on table 4 with the French.
If you can see.
I will obviously be going and
Yeah.
getting a look at the
check.
games intermittently, but I mean this match is fascinating. I don't want to miss too much of it. But if there's
Exactly.
games you want checked in on, I'll do so maybe every hour. You just pipe up, and I'll go down and have a look.
Yeah. Yeah.
Scully in the chat says, I'm for Sacco because he's my teammate, but Nassim is also a friend. Yeah, that's very much how I feel about this game. Look, these are two great players. They've done an awful lot in the last couple of years, and they're just nice, they're just good, fun people as well. Don't take themselves too seriously, but also play to an incredibly high standard, and that's just nice to see. I say Nassim's been one of the fascinating ones in the last few weeks, watching the team prep and the pairings, and he is.
So I have
I think
19
he's
red
probably the
points.
youngest player in the squad by
And he's
some,
very vocal.
by some distance, but he must be in the top 3 or 4 in terms of his leadership and direction in the team, even at this age.
Absolutely. He
It's quite, quite remarkable.
outside of 40k, he's very goofy, and you couldn't take him seriously
yeah,
to
yeah,
save
but
a
as
life.
soon
Is
as
there a
you
way
see
to
him
add-
in
Talking
leadership mode-
40k,
Hey, boss.
Is there a way to add more for the tertiary? Because it's raised banners.
Just-
Yeah.
oh, it adds to secondary.
Yeah, the
Just
secondary.
add it to one of the secondaries, if that's
for
fine.
primaries.
Yeah.
For secondaries, because it
Oh, for
adds to the secondary.
I'll
Yeah,
drop
if you
one
just
extra
top
one.
one up, it'll be easy
Yeah.
to see where they've been added on.
And you've got one, I'll give.
Yeah,
I'll
that's
give
one of the
you-
things I didn't add to the app as a separate thing, because it's
sure
only
that
mission
F1.
that kind of
Yeah.
does it. But I just added onto one of the secondaries, because it does count towards a secondary, which is specifically
Yes.
caught me off guard when I first started playing. I was like, oh yeah, it's extra primary, but it's not. It's a
Yeah.
secondaries, which is important.
So
It's great.
banners have been raised by the guard as they rush forward with their little idiots. As you'd expect, really. That's a very strong start from Nas, getting a commanding lead on the points.
Yeah, so
So
he
No,
got,
he can't raise
Red
banners on
Dead
those
is-
same ones again. He has to go to other
Two
places.
flavors, two
so he got
flavors.
2 extra this round. That's why he's got Ariadne for 6 and extend battle lines for 6.
Yeah.
Regular flavors.
Luke says, update on all the games, please, Tom, just to make you walk around. Oh, it's Luke Townsend. Luke,
Flip
you
my orders
legend.
again.
Yeah,
Very
5
nice
minutes.
to have you here. I've been hoping you'd turn up.
5
Been
minutes.
waiting for you.
5 minutes into the round, Tom. Can you make a round and see
Yeah.
Can I
if there's
fall
any
back with this
updates?
guy when Overwatch?
Luke
Nope.
Townsend, absolute champion Demons player. If you want to see him in action online, go and watch True Demon Lord. That's our very own Franco McDonald from 6 Plus. He's been doing a podcast with Luke and also Byron, 3 excellent Demon players nattering about their favourite factions. So that's a good time. Viewers are creeping up. People are rolling out of bed, getting their
Yes.
40k on. Welcome. You're just having your breakfast. We have got some fare for you. We've got Nassim, we've got Alexandre Sacco, genuinely 2 of the best players in the world, facing down.
Camera.
T-Suns, you all know what
Yeah,
T-Suns
that's
do, but guard, we've not seen much guard in
Yeah.
the last few months. Let's see
Yeah,
what
he's
Nas can
6.
do with his favourite army. We've got some beer coming in from Glasshammer Matt. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it.
Oh, thank you, Matt. You coming through again? Oh, that's amazing. Thank
Absolute
you.
hero. Oh, the beer fund is looking very healthy, my man.
Shadow. Going off the shadow.
Yes.
6 Plus Gaming says number 2 Demons player in the UK. And Luke says we're mortal enemies when we play. I'm not going to lie, Luke, it didn't feel like I was your mortal enemy when we played. You were an absolute saint. It was lovely. And you absolutely smashed it.
Derm and the Bones Ghost. 5 Bones Ghost models in there.
But yeah, I've been walking because I went to see the French guys for a moment, telling them that Nassim went first, just to have an update. Everyone, US, Poland, seems to be good spirits, happy. Same on the French tables. So even though it's an extremely difficult round, so far everyone's happy. We'll see what happens towards the end of the round
Excellent.
when we start getting the commands to push. I bet it's gonna get more serious when that happens.
For now, they're just gonna Go this way.
Christopher Richardson says
Outside of the camera.
breakfast beers. Well, I don't know if you watched this. Yeah, you were watching yesterday. I had one beer and then immediately insulted all of the Irish, so I'm going to try and avoid it today.
Yes.
Eight with
I'm going to try and
Magnus,
behave
if I
myself,
win. Because they will
at least
stand
until
here.
later on.
You can be shot by one tank commander standing here.
Yeah,
And I'm losing about a half octave on the voice every day, so I've still got one more day to make it through.
There.
So I might have to manage the beers, I
Maybe
think,
if you
today.
come here,
If there are
we'll probably
breakfast-
do some
40k
breakfast.
will sustain me instead.
Yeah, if
No,
there are
I don't
breakfast
think
beers
so.
to be
It
had,
doesn't look
it's
like
definitely
it,
the
but
ones in
check.
here because they're amazing.
There's some
The
good beers.
whiskey-based beers.
God, they're strong though, aren't they?
Where the Rhino is? No, it wouldn't be Demolisher Cannon. Last cannon and plasma.
Across the tabletop says, Tom, are you going to
Plasma
Toys
damage
next
trophy.
month? That's Toys of Destruction GT.
2 going down to 1.
No, I think I'd booked it. I'll have to check.
Not much.
I had a
But
few
you'll
in.
get shot by one
So we've got
demolisher.
LGT. I was going to
How
go to
many shots?
Hellstorm.
D6 plus 3, strength 14.
I was keen for Toys, but that's a lot of
Hitting on threes?
weekends.
If you go
I
threes,
have to
it'll be
see.
all
I mean, I'm going to come back very hungry to play. I am so
One
hungry to
threes.
play as it
No
is. I've
reroll
never
anything.
sat
No
watching
reroll
as much
anything,
40k without actually playing
Apart
it in
from
my
CP,
life.
no rerolls.
Yeah, it's very
I'm
difficult
hungry
to
now.
because we might not be the top players, but we are competitive players.
We
so
are
watching
comp
them have
players.
fun
Yeah,
playing
it's
competitive
just
games, you're like,
just
ooh, I
hungry.
like that list. I want to try that. It's just
Yeah.
so tough.
And it's been really cool being here and being in like the supporting team, supporting staff, etc. But yeah, you want to be out there taking names yourself, so I'm hungry for that. So yeah, I probably will do it. So I'll see you there. Oh, let's get the pairings up again. So yeah, I think we have had them once, but we'll just run them back up for you guys whilst the movement is figured out by Sacco. So we've got Chris Kinnair's Sisters into Death Guard, piloted by Clement Cordeau. Alex Harrison Leagues of Votan on stream into the winners of the War Masters Super Major GT.
Okay.
Black Templars, Vic Vijay's Thousand Suns into Nicholas's
It's
Guard.
basically the same matchup.
Similar, but Nicholas's list has 3 artillery pieces,
I
which
see.
makes that slightly different for Vic. Boris Mitev's Chaos Space Marines into Grey Knights. Eldari of Tony Chu into the Eldari of Hugo, another very strong player. Grey Knights Christopher Radke into Arno's Necrons. You remember Arno was on stream with his Hypercrypt. It's a sort of pseudo melee Hypercrypt, wasn't it? A really cool list. The one when you were watching Guard and Thousand Suns. Manny Chima's Blood Angels into Chaos Space Marines.
Yes. So do you know which second game is on the French stream? Because they
It is Manny and Harrison on the French stream. So Blood
There
Angels
we go.
CSM, Leagues of Votan, Black Templars.
Perfect. Exciting games, so definitely
Very
check them
cool,
out.
yeah. Go and have a look if you haven't watched the French stream. I'm sure it's awesome. 6+ Gaming says bluest of balls rather than lowest of men. Yeah, that's fair. It definitely, yeah. I'm going to need to play some games when I get back. I'm just so hungry for 40k right
Yep,
now.
definitely.
Absolutely.
I'm excited to see because this round will dictate so many things. Is Poland and USA gonna draw? Because if they're gonna draw, one of them pairs down and still don't have a loss, so they technically have an easy path. If one of them loses, then other teams technically have to focus on each other. It's
Yes.
it's so
Let me know when you do your
complex
rankings.
because it all depends.
Yeah,
If
just
you win
in
all your games, getting one draw in this event, guys, is massive because
It's
then you
huge.
rely on the other
How's,
opponents
is it
to
4-4
either
going
lose or
30
draw as
seconds?
well to match you.
Yeah.
It's no longer in your hands then.
4-4.
Yeah.
So to be stress-free going forward, you have to win all your games, and that's how
It's
you ensure it's much easier to predict what's going to happen in the future.
Both the teams on these top tables here with Poland, USA and England, France will want to win here. They want to put one of the opposition out. And they know if draws start popping up, their chances of having to go through all of the other top teams increase. So yeah, very spicy. We've got some cool games today as well. I'm going to shout out New Zealand who are playing Denmark. Obviously with David Gaylard of UK fame in there. They've had a great pod. They almost won their pod. Finished second in the end. Did incredibly well. Get Denmark today. So they're flying. The Welsh are playing Belgium. Liam VSL's Belgium up against Scrivo's Wales.
Yes, you can see them behind us somewhere. Oh, there you go.
Yeah, so that's a really cool game as well. We'll see how they get on.
We had
We
Guillaume.
actually got Liam VSL directly behind us actually.
Yeah, exactly. And we have
He
Guillaume
is
behind
literally
us.
9 feet tall.
I think Guillaume is playing Dan Bates as well.
Yes.
Good friend. He
Yeah,
was.
yeah.
I went to ITT with him. Team Glasshammer, great guy.
Yep.
So they're having Thousand Sons Sisters shenanigans on that
Yeah.
table again. It's such a popular matchup. Everywhere I look, it's Sisters versus T-Sons, or Sisters
Around,
versus something, or T-Sons
what's
versus
the
something.
second?
They're both armies that can just
One more-
completely
one
blow
more
out
to
other
welcome.
armies. So you need to be
Louise, we'll
you
get
need to be
Attack
nullifying
Commander.
them, right?
Infernal
Need
Flamer,
to be
strength
nullifying
6, AP2, 1 damage, ignore cover.
That's why so many of
and they
our
Hunter Killer.
pairings have been top
Get
tier
reinforced
into
against
each other.
snipers, that's what you're talking
Little with the
Nass's
Hunter
guard
Killer
obviously
and
been
the
one of the secret weapons in the England team.
And then the flamers.
Oh yeah, we've got some
With
bad
the
cafe
fire
love for
and
Boris.
Is a flame.
Yeah, Boris very good player, very strong list. Hopefully we'll get him on at some point.
It'd be nice. I think the thing with Boris, I've spoken with him about it. Boris is new, right? This is his first year. He's a deeply cerebral, thoughtful player,
Yes.
and he just doesn't want to be thrown off in his first run.
Yeah,
with
he's
England.
worried. Yes.
He just wants to do his absolute best on the table, and I think streams is one of those things like either you're used to it and very happy and confident, or you're
Yes.
not. And so I think with both those Ignite boys that are new this year, Chris and Boris, we're not sure. I've spoken to them about it, but we'll see. It just depends how they're feeling on the pairings and the matchups. But
Yeah, we do not force anything. We ask the team who
we
guys.
saw it yesterday where Manny stepped
Yeah.
up. Right, Manny could tell the boys were all a little bit
tough
edgy
round,
about the
yeah.
Irish round, and Manny was like, "I'll just go on stream. I've done it a million times, no problem at all."
Yeah, it's. I suppose it's difficult for me to see. I try to make the stream as stress-free as possible, but
Yeah.
I'm just used to the camera, right? The camera itself being.
Just got a
the-
little update from Jack. You want to just turn me
yeah,
down?
There
for
you
a
go. The camera itself doesn't distract me in any way,
If
but
I
a lot of
stand
players
like
being
this here,
in that environment with cameras around them
Wouldn't be able to shoot with the
do
wind,
get
they
distracted
rotate
a
like
little
that.
bit. So it's a skill that
Maybe
you
one
gain
last cannon
as you
and,
do it,
Hunter Killer
and
for
as
right
streaming
one.
becomes more and more
As well.
popular,
Look at guys.
you get used to it,
16.
but it just
16 from the
comes
back
with
of the base
experience.
is right here from the back of the base.
Yes, so I place here.
Yep, like this. Like so. And you don't want to be shot by tank commanders.
Yes.
I will shoot you with him. He will shoot you.
Within 24.
24. So we can move 10 to 13. So 24. And this is not obscuring. So 24. Yes.
But this is obscuring.
This is obscuring, yes. But what I mean is that
Okey-dokey.
I should have a line.
D6 Rob says would like to see the Votan at some point. No pressure though, as you say. I'd love to get the Votan on.
Yes, just see what they actually do now.
I
Right?
absolutely love the Votan as a Votan main.
Is your Votan on the stream as well?
It is my Votan, or some of them, along
Was
with
being painted in the hotel.
along with Alex Harrison's synthwave dwarves that he's painted to fill in the gaps in the list.
The same way my Hellhound, you can only shoot
It always baffled my mind that whenever Team Poland and stuff post pictures, they would arrive somewhere before the event, and the night and the morning before the event, they'll be all sat painting an army.
I just hate
Or
doing
basing
that.
an army with like crisps
Hate
and
it.
stuff. Just
It
to have something on it.
kills me inside doing that.
I'm a painter, so it's like
Yeah.
I will do all-nighters to finish painting, but I would never paint at an event. It's too much stress. I would just
You do
collapse.
commission work, do you, David?
Yes, a little
Yeah,
bit.
very cool, very cool.
I did think about doing it as a job, doing more commissions, but it is difficult.
is your
If you have to paint whole armies, it just takes the fun out of it. So I kind of do selectively for friends. Like I'm doing some of the movies on the
You could
stream are done by
disembark
me
you could then disembark out
for
of line
Brian.
of sight.
So I'm working on those. Never-ending waves of guard.
So we've got Magnus here, coming out quite aggressively.
Yes, so they were talking about it, and Magnus is trying to hide from. I need to again. We've got the white background, so it's hard to find my dot. This tank commander can move this way, and can move this way.
Yeah,
so they're
he's
trying
just trying to find an angle.
Yeah. So in here, obviously, that's safe. Oh, the telestrator. It's
yeah.
because
We always
yes,
forget to
because
turn the
it's
telestrator on.
we switched off the schedule, so you can see the lines on the street. You can go left or you can go up, 10 to 13
move him out
inches,
the
I
way
believe,
for
with
him, yes.
orders. So Magnus is just trying to hide from that. He doesn't want to get shot by the last cannons and
Yeah.
battle cannons. And they did check it would be within 24 inches where he wanted to
I
go.
think that'd be a very ballsy place to put him there, wouldn't it? All the way out there.
Yeah.
Sacco
You have to
definitely
remember-
doesn't want Magnus getting half killed in like turn 2.
Yeah.
And for those watching along at home, the Kazakin are in the Chimeras. Nass's other little idiots are on foot.
Yes.
So Nass likes to spring a surprise with the Kazakin in the mid game and then recycle them for the end game.
Yeah, because all Nassim's doing went first, staged, and he's like, yep, next turn I'm running at you. Because I believe Bulgarian can advance and charge, but they can move quickly and charge, right?
Hey, Juicy 40k is back in. Lovely to have you here again. Thank you. And yeah, it's
Yeah,
funny.
we're going.
Funny watching our viewers go up and up as people literally are just waking up. It's really funny. I was like, this is a bit low. I was like, oh, it's 40k players though. They won't be out of bed yet.
Yes, yes. We've been out of bed early on.
Oh, mate, I think my sleep pattern might actually be fixed. I might be an adult.
Yeah, the difficulty
dear.
in Belgium is everything opens at 8 and closes at 8
Yeah,
pretty
yeah.
much. So you've got legions of 40k players standing in front of Spa
Yeah.
outside of
Yeah,
the hotel waiting to get in.
Glad you're enjoying the stream, Jishi. Really nice to have you here.
I'm taking a lot of time.
No, no problem.
It's even more of a
15
treat
man's
today
army.
than yesterday.
Difficult
Watching
spot.
40k because you've got the actual round, not
Should be
pause, and that's
okay.
where all the juicy
Just
stuff
thinking
starts.
which way I
And
start.
since everything pretty much is covered
That
on the
way or
stream,
that way?
you're not gonna be
Exactly.
out of stuff to watch.
Exactly. Yeah, you can literally see. You literally said Sacco was just a little worried there that he was taking time, but Nassim just reassured him, take his time.
Just-
It's important to get it right.
If you don't know the players, you know when Nassim shuts up, you know it's serious.
Oh yes. Oh yeah. Oh, he's a lot more respectful in game. You see, he talks a lot of shit outside of it,
Oh yeah, but he's great in game.
but he's very lovely in game. I've had some fantastic games with Nas.
That's one of the great things. You can
I
banter with
need
him,
to
you can
go
have
peek,
fun with
just
him, you can
someone
drink with
This
him,
is the.
and then you can play a proper
Alright.
serious game and have proper practice.
I need to go pee. Do I take this off?
I
Hold
think
on,
you
mute
probably
this.
should, Nas. Yeah.
Can I not mute it?
There you go, I muted it, but it will disconnect. Just take it off, put it on the table, and you're good.
Nas just going to the loo, having a little
Yep.
break while Sacco figures out what he wants to do here.
Yeah, it's just the only reason he's asking if he needs to mute the mic, but yeah, technology doesn't like long distances, so just leave it on.
Across the tabletop's absolutely right. Sacco has choices to make. And this is why, yeah, Nas has pushed out, denied Sacco's obvious counter-attack option on the bottom left. That was a lovely play with the charge from the Kastian. And so to break out, Sacco is going to have to do some impressive things.
Yes, and the latest victim, it's Guard and Thousand Suns.
So we have Alexandre Sacco, one of France's very best players, former LGT winner,
Yep.
against Nassim Fouchane, one of England's very best players, our young gun, ready to go. Two men of French heritage in a great many ways. Really, really exciting game to have got here today.
Yep. And as you can see, Nassim has 12 bullies right in here.
12 professors of the
Yep.
18 are
Yes.
stashed up, ready to
And
pressure.
Waiting to smash into
Yeah.
whatever's
Just sat
hiding
behind
into
that wall,
Thousand Suns side.
reading some books, hanging out.
Definitely, exactly. Just missing an Inquisitor.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, they're probably more into audiobooks. You know, the Bonehead has that little speaker on his arm.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah, I can imagine they're more into audiobooks.
Yeah, aren't we all?
Peppa Pig on audiobook.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
Token.
This is
C
gripping stuff.
24.
A little bit narratively complex for me, but I'll make do. So yeah, Sacco's got to decide. He's got to do something about this Chimera. Doesn't want Nas just having transports alive, and you can see if that's alive next turn, Nas is just going to tuck it in the corner there.
And that's another thing players can do. Nassim's not here, but one of the coaches is stood by the table, so if Sacco wants to move, he can confirm anything. Everything's on the stream anyway.
Carl's got an eye on
They're both
things.
friends. No one's gonna
Yeah,
be
yeah,
trying
yeah.
anything
No
here,
problem
so
there.
they're all confident. in
Should shout out
what's happening.
Coach Carl Grundy, by the way, because he came 11th in the War Masters. Absolutely top performance, undefeated.
Okay,
A couple of
I need to
draws,
take measurements
bunch of wins.
here and we should be fine.
Played phenomenally well. Hello JW, the primary mission today is
Um,
Linchpin. Linchpin back once again.
Can we just move the bullion around?
So for Linchpin, for those who
The
are
bullion, we know
unfamiliar,
I see this one.
objectives
just to see
outside
the
your
tank
deployment
commander
zone get
inside,
you
if you can
3
see like this.
VP, so you get nothing for your home. All the points are in the middle.
Nassim ran back, he's
Militarum,
winded,
Militarum.
and he mic'd himself up, so bravo of him. He didn't break the tectone. So he's doing better than you with one interaction with the technology.
3 VP, but if you hold your home,
Give me 24.
you get
Oh, if
Yes.
I
Five.
see him.
So if you
For
hold
each
your,
other.
yes, if you hold home objective, you get 3 for
3
home,
for home, then
and then
5 for the other.
each
That's the one.
that
Or
is.
3 if you don't hold your home in the
Yes.
middle. That's right.
Yes,
So the
that's
crucial
right,
things with
so
Linchpin
we
is
know
that you
where
want to
we
get
are
midboard
inside.
presence. But
It's
also,
like-
but also there is no
Yeah.
primary cap.
I
There
can
is no,
push
oh,
you
15
closer.
is the most you can get.
Exactly. It's like
You
extend
can
battle
get
lines on
18.
track.
That's
You
not
can
enough
get
for
18 very happily at the end
Imperial
of the game.
Knights
You
and
could
Chaos
get
Knights
more.
love it, because
Yeah.
turn 1 they go on all the objectives and go, you can't remove me.
Yeah, you can get 23 at the end.
Yes,
So-
it's another swing.
This is one of those where,
Easy,
again, it's
easy
so
to
hard. I think it sometimes feels like whoever's writing the rules for GW at the moment
Not that easy actually.
is taking one look at what international players play and want to do,
Those
and
are
thinking, how do I
obscuring
write things that make this really
This is
hard?
obscuring 9, but he's-
And this has a massive endgame spike
Yes,
potential. You
exactly.
can't really model for it in your pairings and your matrix.
This one.
Carl's just helping
Oh,
establish. Oh no, Nas is back now.
Yeah, now this is
That's
back.
just helping establish
He
some
ran
firing.
back, absolutely winded,
Helping
and mic'd
establish some
himself up.
firing
Yep.
lanes for Sacco here.
And yeah, Chad's right. Technically, Bulgarian are immune to psychic attacks, right? Because they're not
yes,
real.
but I'm ignoring
Yeah.
this part.
Yes.
So it's like from here. is the Rhino.
So you should see from this part, okay?
Across the table, ask for a quick run through of Alex's army list. Sure, let me give you the pop summary. You've got 4 Rubric squads, 3 Infernal Masters, and 1 Sorcerer.
Also,
Leading them, you've got the Arcane Vortex and Unprolific Crystal. And you've also got a Lord of Forbidden Lore on the Thousand Suns Sorcerer, who's chilling out in the Rhino. He likes to double tap things coming out the Rhino. Then he's got Magnus, as you'd expect, Mutalith Vortex Beast for some solidity and some extended Cabal powers, 2 squads of Cultists, and some Zangor Enlightenment. And that's your list.
Yes, you are
Pretty much in the usual ballpark for T-Suns. I think the Rhino's nice, and having seen that their French Guard list has artillery, you can understand why he's been playing it with the Rhino and with the Thousand Suns Sorcerer. They've obviously in their internal testing still had some artillery kicking around. And that's actually where Vic has taken his out. Vic hasn't had a Rhino or a Sorcerer in the list in a while, and that makes the matchup into the Guard actually one of our worst from this pairing. But also he's Vic VJ, so we'll see. We'll see what he's able to do.
Back to back. And I have 2 left, so I can move 2 more.
So yeah, overall, someone asked earlier on about the overall feelings on the pairings. The English, I think, are actually more happy with the pairings than they were with the previous.
Ooh, okay.
More happy with the French pairings than the Irish. I think we can probably say that. But the reality is the French players are fantastic. They've been on a very good run of form.
But that's what comes with experience. Even though you prep for months and everything, when it comes to the real thing, you go through pairings round by round, and you learn things. It's like, oh, we could do this better, we could do this better. So you adapt and get your pairings better and better. And that's why you've got all the support stuff, and you don't drink at night. You go sit down, have some food, and plan out for round by round, and always respect your opponent.
And you really need to be, when you're practicing pairings, you need to be trying to see it from how the other team would see it as well. That's a big part of it, and it takes a lot of work to get in that headspace.
And it's funny because in the hotel you had the French team quiet.
Yeah, they were
team,
having a beer.
And whenever someone walked past, everyone goes quiet, looks at them. Death stares they passed.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So this will be my last move.
Yeah.
So Sacco's figured out what he wants to do. Magnus is coming up.
Non, je figure le plan et là j'ai le plan.
Et là le plan. Bosch.
Textbook Nassim Bosch there.
They go with Magnus here.
I think Magnus is going to be running over to that objective to try and
I reckon he's trying to clear
break
that
open the Chimera, I imagine.
Gonna fall back.
Yeah.
Yeah, double move, shoot the Chimera, and then charge whatever's inside, potential.
And Sacco falling his cultist back.
3 from the back and 3 from the front.
As you'll see, Nass has done a pretty convincing job of actually locking some primary down turn 1.
You can look at Nassim's shoulder.
Just essential when you're going first on a mission like this. If you don't build up a primary lead, things can get quite out of hand.
And then you can move another 6 if you move them.
Yes. Just not to be overwatched by this guy.
You can get 1 model on the objective.
Yes.
1.
Again, that's the communication. I want to move, don't want to be... Sacco already said he doesn't want to be overwatched, so Nassim remembers that and says, if you move here, I can overwatch you.
Yeah.
Those kind of things.
Again, literally every game we've watched has been just 2 people helping each other out the whole way through the event.
Because it feels great when you win with all these things in place.
Yeah.
No one wants to win by scamming someone out of the win because of something silly.
No, exactly. What's the point? What is the point?
And again, WTC, you don't get like a prize money or anything. It's all about bragging rights. You want to be proud of the win.
And if you win that way, then you sort of undermine ever getting the bragging rights because people just bring that up forever, right? It's not worth it.
That's Overwatch, I believe.
7.
Okay.
Freeze. 7. 6 ups.
So the cultists have caught some Overwatch here, I think.
Kill 7.
Left 1 guy.
1 guy left.
Kills all but 1. I'm not
There
sure
you go,
exactly
that's
where
one
that
now.
came from.
Easy.
There was blast, so it must be a...
Could be the Cathchans, perhaps. They have flamers.
But it will be blast, right? So it has to be tank
No, I
command
think it was
Now there's a
flamers.
whole land format now.
But it was either
No
could be one of the
all.
Chimeras or the Hellhounds. Not sure. But either way, Nass sets up these beautiful Overwatch lanes with his vehicles.
Catch-hands!
It was the Cathchans. Yeah, Cathchans got it done.
No, this guy can
So flamers in that unit.
We've seen some bonkers Overwatch yesterday against Man.
Leaving just the one as well, so that there's not even a CP for Sacco as a result. And he can't use it on its own to deny the primary in the middle. Beautiful.
You can see in there, can you? Almost. There you go. There's a little lone cultist stood outside the ruin. And potentially if Nassim draws no prisoners next turn, it's
Yeah.
huge as well.
Very, very
So
nice.
who's going to do area denial for Sacco? I don't believe he can.
Sacco's got engage and containment down the
Oh,
side there.
see, I'm looking at
Bless you,
Nassim's.
you never get the orange and blue.
It's because I'm sitting on the left, so I'm looking right
yeah,
in front
yeah,
of
yeah, yeah.
me.
So engage.
And
I mean,
containment.
they don't look good for him, I'll be honest.
Yeah, because he doesn't want to extend. You might get. I think the cultists were going for engage.
Potentially, yes. Oh, actually, yes, that's right. Because then Magnus is going to
And
fly
they are
out
just
the top.
past the line, you can
Yeah,
see. So they're,
that's
they're
right.
there.
That's
And
right.
Magnus is going to go probably up.
Yeah, so
And
he'll
then
probably
gonna
get
2 points.
engaged there.
Doomberg,
It should be okay to get at least one
1
containment.
Strat,
He does need to actually get out of his.
and
There you go, we
He needs
get
to get out his
One
deployment to
double.
score
One double.
containment. He's very much in it at the moment.
1 free
So I think he's just going to get engaged and then take a CP.
it's 5 and 6 and 7, 18.
Someone asks if the score is wrong. Is there any reason for
I
the
see
score
why.
to be wrong, John? Lennon?
Yes,
Yeah,
it's
no,
a
no,
bit
no.
confusing
Okay.
because the secondaries should
No,
be 5 and 5, but we're playing raised banners.
Yes.
And because raised banners
18
comes
of
to your
this guy,
secondary, I
okay.
just ask the players to add it to one of their secondaries.
7,
That's why instead of 5 for extend and 5 for area,
charge will
there are
be
raised banners for
Eight, so
Nassim
10.
raised 2 banners
with a slow.
with his battle line
on the
units,
slope.
and he got 2 extra points, so he just
Ten
added 1 to each.
Exactly that. So wherever you see a secondary looking a bit
Rolling.
funky,
Mhm.
that's because there's a,
I'll
a
figure out-
banner marked on as
I'll
well.
figure out a
Yeah,
better way to do it in
that's
the
fine.
future.
I've got
Yeah.
another
I like
concept.
it because it means it's very easy to tell. Because like that's obviously wrong. Because that's obviously when
I will
it's.
be within
wrong.
one of your tank commander.
Sorry?
I will be within one of your tank commanders, so you won't be moving.
Oh,
So
the lead
people
block.
watch Sacco's
Yes,
game
so
against
block
the
this.
The
sisters.
lead block. Oh, genius.
He went behind early in that one
Tactical
before
tweaks.
grinding out a win.
Really tactical.
And
Massive
I think it looks
tactical.
like he's going to have to do the same here.
So the line is something like that.
No problem, John Leonard. Lovely to have you here.
This one cannot see. Can
can.
see. Can you see rubrics?
And if they're back there,
If they are coming here,
yeah, he moves here, there's a whole line. Il n'a pas terrain.
yeah.
So yeah, Sacco's trying to
It's
decide
okay. You can see rubrics.
if he can hide properly from the lines, and that's why it's so important for the coaches to set out the terrain so the lines are exactly the same as on the layouts. You want to take as much pressure off players as possible. They come
I'll
up to
use
the table
another
and just
dice
play
that's
the game.
got Glasshammer
Yeah.
for my CP.
And again, you can see the massive amount of markers both players have, right, on
English
the sides of the
dice
table
mark
to
here.
keep track of everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
Your orders, your battle shocks, your everything you can think of. You can see Nassim, he just took them away, but Nassim has a cool metal tabletop tactics markers as well. I know them exactly because I used to watch a
Old
bunch of videos, I think they
Oh,
are.
me too, mate.
Look at
Too
this.
slow.
Although they might be
Too
WTC
slow.
coins,
Too slow.
they look
Too
very
early.
similar, but the cool
Yeah,
gold
yeah.
design. That's how I started watching 40k, to be
Yeah,
honest.
me too. That and Winter's SEO for me.
So I've never seen Winters until I started playing.
Oh, I really
but
enjoy it.
I think I just seen. I'm very old-fashioned, so when I've seen tabletop tactics, I just watched tabletop tactics. I didn't look
Yeah.
for anything else. I
Yeah,
just
yeah,
watched
yeah.
this one thing.
I mean, they're a lot of fun, right?
It was back in the days when you had Bone.
Back
playing
Yeah,
Cow.
Bone was the
So
best.
8 plus.
Mate, they should get him for
So
commentating
14?
gigs.
14.
I'd pay
Yes.
to watch that.
I'd get him just to laugh.
Yeah,
What's good?
just be a maniac. That'd be awesome. I think he's off doing other things now.
Yes, yes. I think he's doing art, comics.
Yeah.
Where are the others?
Best art I can do is paint
Some
minis, and
cultists
not very well.
Cultists being slung out over here
Engage here.
Yes.
for engage.
You can see they're just
Just the
moving
back
here.
line.
You can see that line, the
15.
wooden stick.
Oh, really fine, yes.
Plenty, yeah. No problem at
I think Sacco is reluctant to
Engage
commit
there.
Magnus out that side.
all. Engage
I would be.
there.
It's terrifying with how much.
Something
You know,
over
if he
there.
gets swarmed by 6 Bullgren and all the tanks shooting
One
him,
guy, the one
even
guy.
even little guardsmen throwing grenades. I assume
So
they all have
falling in.
grenades.
Yes.
That's the
very
thing, Warren,
difficult.
there's the Melter Mine for the Kazakin, right? It's-
The rockstar that lived. Rockstar that kid.
And that one cool test.
Well,
Six
as we
left.
saw in the Vic game,
Yeah,
one
6
little
to
unit
4.
surviving can do a lot of damage.
Yeah. 'Cause that's the
They've
Oh,
done their job.
that's not very straight
Yeah.
middle line.
Yeah,
Pretty
we
But
well.
the
just
cultist
say-
is
They
right
can
here,
now die.
and you no
They can
longer
now
have to be
die
3
fully
inches
uncooked.
away.
No, exactly. As long as you're not within range of the middle. You gravy. Engage is a lot easier to do now.
And I hope you guys could see my drawings on the stream this time. If not, let me know, and we'll try to fix it again. I can see if it's highlighted in red, it's on.
Oh, le crash, tu réfléchis beaucoup. Tu réfléchis plus que moi.
Oui.
Comme Vic. J'ai fait ça contre lui, il a dit.
Let's
Sortez
get
pièce pour
some
prendre 1 heure.
multi-screen action, so you can see what's going
Yes. And in the end, what did you get in the end?
18-2.
Nice.
On va voir, peut-être c'est différent. Ah non, 17. 17, pas 18.
Already different choice or
Ah.
not?
Ah
I have made already different choice or not?
En français. Parce que j'ai fait des choses différentes.
on. They're just trying to say something, and they don't know how exactly how to say it, so like, can you say it in
ça,
French?
exactement.
I think that's what they say.
Yeah, that was
I
exactly
don't know
right.
French, but that's
No,
exactly what it
that was
sounded like.
that was exactly what
La
that was.
plupart,
Yeah.
c'est ça.
This is
Alexandre
coming
was
off,
trying to talk in
absolutely.
English, and Nash was like, "I need French."
Courtesy of
Je te
me,
dis après.
I provided really thick yoga mats for the players, and they're very comfortable. So if I was playing on the stream, I would be shoes off.
100%.
So this, the blue will be moving 7.
They're up against them, so because we picked them up. So, yeah,
Sacco very much missing his screen here now. The cultists have bought it.
just there.
Yes, he was hoping to
About
move
1
block
inch
They
away
there.
from
wanted
that
to use
guys.
them as a block, right, for the Bullgrin.
If you're
Bullgrin are
behind the wall,
deceptively
then you charge.
fast once you get
10
orders on them.
Yes. Is it
Hey,
3 inches extra
within
move?
It's two,
or-
I think it's 2
outside
extra
of 8,
move. I
within
think they already
9,
moved
so yeah,
6
10
or
on the
7 on
dice.
their own. So they
Six.
are.
If you're inside of the
Yeah,
wall there.
it might be
yes,
3
okay,
extra moves,
that's
and
fine.
they are nimble. And they get places a lot quicker than you'd like.
Oh, so it's still movement phase for
Yeah. I
Sacco.
think Sacco has to play these first couple of turns very, very
Yeah,
cautiously.
he did mention Dumbo. That's why I was like, oh, he's probably
Yeah,
mentioning this, but he was probably just talking. Oh, I want to go here, do Dumbo.
Nas has literally blocked his go-to move.
Okay.
And it must be a theme, right? Because if you noticed, Vic also played around. It's like, oh, you're here. I'll try to move block you to this, and then you can see that's the Thousand Suns play because they tried to do the same with the cultists. It's this time Nassim was like, I
Yeah.
know you're gonna do that.
Eating on
I'll
freeze or
Overwatch
choose
and see what
Kazakh
happens.
team.
Kronk is in the
The order
chat, so
twos, they can
6
be
base
ordered by
movement
goals
plus
close
3.
and they
Lovely,
come
lovely here, Kronk.
So twos.
Emperor's
many
New
shots have
Groove,
left
actually
now?
one of my favourite movies of
4
all
to
time.
6,
I can more or less quote it
5
word
to
for
7.
word.
And what
And
else?
you're a very good
Alors,
character.
c'est spécial
Melters.
weapon.
2 melters, a sniper, and 7 to 10 shots with the last guns at AP1. All of it can have extra AP if I want to spend 2 CP. And then there's grenade and the melter mine.
Yeah, another little plug for us. If you do like what you're hearing, you can come and check me, Chris, and the boys out at 6++ Gaming on YouTube. We do live shows every week. We do bat reps. We do all sorts. Got
bottom
a
of
bunch of
one.
lads there talking all things 40k, trying to balance learning and getting better with having a very good time whilst we're
Thank
doing
you.
it.
Yeah, exactly. And
Wrong lever, Krog. Why do we even have that lever?
and as soon as I'm back,
As you can tell, I'm a super serious guy, and so are my team.
so as soon as I'm back in the hotel, I'll be uploading the cut-up votes for all the
Yes.
games. They can watch all the games individually.
So exciting. I mean,
all the interviews you've been doing with the
yeah,
players and
we've got
stuff.
the player
they'll be up.
interviews.
And there'll be more today.
Jacob and David have been making lots of little mini games and extra content,
We'll be within 24.
all sorts of stuff. Like, yeah, it's just
How many
been
shots have
it's been a very slick operation, you know.
2d3 blast.
Yes,
It's been a lot of fun.
So,
you can see it requires
2
more than
plus
one
2d3.
person. I
Yeah.
thought it could be a one-man job, but it's pretty much
No,
impossible.
got a team.
Nassim already exhausted.
Yeah, he's tired. I mean, they were up late doing pairings last night.
Yeah. He's young. He can cope with it. We're old, bitter men. It's a different situation here.
Yeah, and Nassim's definitely one of those players where it's a bit scary thinking about how long he can be at the top of this game if he wants to be.
Yeah, Manny started very young. He's still
Yeah, I
pretty
know,
young.
Manny did.
Liam is very young. So young players
Yeah,
are
there's a
gonna
few.
take us out.
There's a few very,
So-
very strong younger players.
We have to bind our chances
How
while
old's
we
Manny
can.
now?
I'm 34. I think Manu was like 27 last time I asked him. So
Goodness
I think he's
gracious.
still sub 30,
Yeah, God.
which is young. See,
Yeah.
that's how old I am. It's young.
So,
to me.
Manny and Nas, two of the strongest voices in the England team by some distance.
Got them,
Not
got
even
them
so young.
pre-30 kids.
Yeah, yeah.
I remember when I was 18, 20 was old to me.
Andrea says T-Suns look like they're in jail. I think in the short term, that's very much how
That's
that
the
game
plan,
will be,
yes.
Andrea. Yeah,
Okay.
I think that's what Nas does with this list.
Wait.
I am 34, Richard, yes. I have a baby face and I cannot grow facial hair, and I've got a sense of humor of a child. But I am 34, unfortunately.
But for the T-Suns, as you know, we've talked about it before on the stream, because they've been on the stream several times, it is a slow burn army. It's okay if it starts slow, as long as it stays intact and grows into the game at the end.
It's slow in the staging area, but as soon as T-Suns try to pull something,
That's it.
Guard is ready to respond.
I
Like
agree.
when they
Yeah.
don't need to, they won't, but they want to push when they can.
Yeah, very much so.
Ah, but you can spend 2 and resurrect and marking grass.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Lots of tricks. Gardez nul.
Guard is bad.
Gardez bad.
Boys are having fun with the game. It's definitely
Always.
a thinker, though, isn't it? I think Sacco's having to do a lot of thinking.
That's one thing about Nassim that always baffles me. It's like everyone you can see they're kind of stressed. Nassim is just happy. He's like, yes, 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 let's play.
Yeah. He is one of those players who cheers your successes as much as his own, and that's I love that. I absolutely love that. Lee Churchwood in the chat says Six Sauce is my favourite channel. She damn well hopes so, Lee. He's one of our players.
That's the record.
It better be.
Yeah. Absolute killer, Lee Churchwood. Very, very strong.
I think by my very biased and limited sample size, Glasshammer was voted the best channel in the world for TK. I've asked Dan and money,
You've asked down how many, have you?
Yep.
Wow.
and it's 100% vote.
That's some decisive data, yeah. God damn.
The first.
So I think Alex is getting some stuff out here.
The first.
He's got to clear Nass off the middle. He can't let him have two whacks of primary in the middle. But he is going to be putting assets in harm's way to do this. No bones about it.
First row, so he'll be.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm not sure the commitment from the T-Suns is worth
Okay.
the cost of what
That's
they're going to be killing.
That's the
And that's what Nass's list is designed
biggest
to do.
question. How much do I commit? Can I not commit? Because if you don't so quite often I didn't commit in a certain turn, and I committed the turn late,
Yeah.
and my opponent planned for it, and he knew now I can move block you for 3 turns, and by the time you come out, you've lost the game.
Exactly.
So that's what you have to
Can
gauge.
be damned
Can
if
I
you do,
come out
damned
now?
if you don't, right?
Pas visible là-bas, si, c'est bon.
Ouais, là, toujours là.
True Demon Lord says Nass has been one of my favourite fights, but yeah, I quite agree, mate. It's just such a great time. It's just really fun.
You can see the difference clearly between the Glasshammer members and 6++ members in the chat, because they do have differing opinions on the channel rankings.
Yeah, you can. You can.
Sleeper
I
agents.
won't be
Yeah.
within 6 then.
Won't be within 6.
But it's nice that so many of them are here. Waste your weekend, boys. Stay with us for the rest of it. We're going to have some great
Yeah,
games.
Exactly. As a viewer,
Not
I
within
would be
6.
so glad that you
Within
can watch
18
so much 40k
we can
content.
take this up.
So
You've
good.
got so many channels covering stuff,
Yeah.
and it reflects with the player skill being increased. Because even if you are not the top player, but you're a competitive player, you have some sort of experience, right?
Yeah.
And you know things.
Yeah.
So when a newcomer comes in and hears all that information, they catch up on years of experience. So whenever you play a new player at an event, you quite often will be surprised on how good they are and how much they know about the army.
100%.
So which is great. It raised the level
Oh,
of
the
all the
standard
events
is so
massively.
high, I think. It's incredible. And it's been the same with domestic 40k. It's
I'll
like
do it for you.
the levels are going up
Nice.
and up and up.
Yeah.
And so is the... Like, you know, I'm always a little bit like... I'm not really one of these people who wants to treat 40k like a sport all the time. I quite like being silly with it as well. But the coverage and the hype and the teams,
Yes.
you know, it gets more and more like a proper sporting culture and the passion people have. You know, WTC a couple of years ago when I was playing for the first couple of years, like it was this thing people went off to and you didn't really know about it, but now it's a big international occasion. Very, very cool.
How is the round going?
We're at the
Nerd-
start. We're
nerd
at the
is in
start of
fashion.
something massive, guys. It's going to be massive. As I
One
think,
already?
seeing stuff like the
Okay,
Chinese
you
team,
won 20
in
euros. I still
pod,
win the match.
Okay.
incredible players already.
I will see if it
Getting
happens or not,
a
though.
draw
Might
with
be fun.
Ireland, win over South
Might be
Africa in the
funny to
pod.
you.
Fantastic.
No.
Well, it might have been a draw with South Africa. Actually, I think we drew twice.
Out of 3.
But still, very competitive already, and they're only going to get better. And they did win our law quiz.
Might be same position.
Yeah, Nassim is great at 40k, not quite.
He knew all the answers. He was just too slow on the draw. It's very much not like him. Seppian had his number.
Easy. Oh, that's 1.
2 and 3.
Yeah, that's easy. Bosh.
Another textbook
Yeah,
Nassim
okay.
Bosch there.
So 18,
Bish, bash,
18 off the front three.
Bish, bash,
Yes.
Bosch.
Go.
You sound even more like Bixus when you say that.
Okay. It took a bit of time, but should be okay now.
All right, Mark. Pipe down.
I'm gonna discard containment, sadly.
I need to go back and watch it.
Because
Mate, I'm going to do it as soon as I get home. I'm doing it.
I've painted. You can imagine how many armies I've painted for money with Peep Show in the
Yeah.
background.
anyone here will spend
Maybe
5
we can get
to
your
move
brother
this
to
guy.
mock us up some Peep Show artwork, or
Then
Peep Show
6 and
pictures with
7.
us. That'd be good.
To 1.
1 cabal. So yeah, move block him, it's fine. So you can see inside.
Here we go, boys. Sorcerer's doing sorcerer things.
Yeah, he just wants to stop that tank commander moving
Blocking the
backwards to get
tank
line of
commander. We
sight.
saw Vic making plays like
Go.
this as well.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Doombolt into this guy.
Both players need to try
Yeah.
and stop each other's momentum in the game. It's all about how they use their little assets to do it before the big hitters get involved.
Kills 1 and puts another guy down to 1.
Yes.
So we've got Doombolt going off on the Bullgrim.
And there's going to be a lot coming into
We're
the board,
down
I believe.
to
Shoot,
17
Sven two.
professors now, boys.
Indirect.
Yes.
Going to be getting indirected now.
The exalted.
Yeah, I took off the wall. 4s. 2. 4 plus. Fine.
You're slow.
Yeah. You got a token? Perfect.
No, not. This side is wrong. Oh, okay, yes, advance. Because first I write advance,
Yeah.
but I do
Yeah, no
not
problem.
advance.
I've got other tokens. J'ai des autres si tu veux.
This
Oh, no,
guy
j'ai
will shoot here.
Yeah. Oh, hazardous.
Yes. I wait.
Bullgrim's getting
So
hosed
I'm
down
playing
here
sorcerer
quite aggressively, and obviously Sacco targeting
When
the unit
it's-
that's closest to his own lines.
One devil.
No pain.
It's a bit like
Fine.
watching when Vic played the World Eaters, and you
Vortex.
learn very quickly. The players know
Two shots.
the units that are going to ruin their lives, right? Vic went straight after the 8-man.
Flip onto 6.
Sacco's gone straight after the Bullgrim. He knows it's going to take him several turns to chew through them.
Kills this guy.
Hazardous.
He's started well though. Started well.
So, picks over to me. Show me 24 with Magnus. Magnus is...
Can goes up to 33.
That's fine. That's fine. So these 3 are within 24 of Magnus. That's fine. Keep going.
Okay.
That's just working out the right pull-away orders
Yeah,
for his
so if he
Bullgrim.
kills two more Bullgrim, they'll be out of range of
Ah,
Magnus.
He wants to
Oh, that's
stop Magnus being effective. Any turn in which Magnus doesn't shoot is a good turn.
not for Magnus. for everyone on the other side.
Magnus. I'm still within 24.
Still within 24.
Louis is moving back to the UK
Yep, on the
in about
Chimera.
a year or so.
3 up save.
Louis, it
So I
depends a bit
have,
on the
three
type
up
of
and-
3 up
type
and
of
4
club
up.
you're after. How casual or comp.
99.
Darkfire Cafe in St Albans has a nice
Very
little
well
community
accused
there, a
of
whole mix
now.
of abilities.
Yes.
Up north you've got
And I
Element
leave it in
Games,
Chimera.
Midlands you've got Glasshammer in that
Running
vicinity.
around. 1
Yes.
interstellar,
Glasshammer is next to
56
Birmingham in
shots.
Telford.
Out east you got
Begging
Sons of
my
War and
limits.
Imps Gaming.
Oh, I'm fine with this.
Yeah, Element Games is northwest.
They're
in
not
Manchester. Or
No, it
tends
just
to get-
outside Manchester.
Gets the most competitive outlook in London, but then also Midlands and North
Okay,
West,
first.
I think, are probably the
So
most
Italy, it's gonna
competitive
switch
regions.
So there's
This guy?
Badminton Cafe,
Yeah,
which is one of the
Playing basketball
sponsors
as
of Team England.
Yes.
and I was pleasantly
one.
surprised to discover there's a club scene down south where I grew up in
I'll check.
Winchester
You
when I
can
went
mark
back
it
at
if
Christmas as well. So there's the
40k is
the
everywhere.
gist is it's everywhere and it's growing all the time.
And within
This one.
literally within 2 hours driving
How many?
distance, you can get very
6.
competitive anywhere.
This one.
That's the great thing about the UK. I think probably we have the most dense and competitive scene
AP?
1 in your
there
cover.
is really.
How many did I have? 6?
Although I do think the
5.
French league's
So
amazing
I've got 1 left.
with this big teams league that they run to
This guy
decide who goes to WTC.
Oh.
Bullgrim's still getting shelled at the moment. They're still weathering the storm at the moment. So Cathal asks, what's the story? Well, the story, Cathal, is that the Astra Militarum of Nassim have gone
Magnus is gonna
first.
shoot everything at the bull green.
Yeah.
Reroll everything.
Staged up very
Okay.
aggressively, put some things on some points,
Big shot first.
Big
You're
shot
against
first.
them 2.
and
Yeah.
just inviting the Thousand Suns to try and start
6.
winkling them out.
Magnus going into the Bullgrim now.
Sacco's committed
Forward for
some
rerolls.
units. He's trying to shoot, trying to kill some Bullgrim at the moment with Magnus.
And then 2s for rerolls.
Gonna fish.
3 saves. Devs are at the end. 2 saves.
Magnus is shelling the
for
Bullgrim
ups.
at the moment.
So the more
Ooh.
first one is fine. Next one on him. He's
Dead.
dead. And then
You can do 2. And
And
you
then-
have 2 devil at the end.
yeah, the end. 2. So a guy's down to 1.
I'm gonna
So
bet on
kills
the
him.
north and open you up.
Kills him, and he's down to 1.
The D6 plus 3 shots.
Yep.
You were 4, so no
So
blast.
Magnus just shelling
I've
away here
done-
at the moment.
No, it was 1-6.
No, this is 2 devastating wounds.
Oh,
this is what I mean.
okay.
You can see
4s,
Nas has got into position aggressively because
and then
he really
4s.
can't let the
Yes.
Thousand Sons do that to his army
Not fishing this
over
time.
and over without retort.
2.
He's forced enough of a commitment from the T-Sons.
Dead.
Because that's the last activation, you can still go with him. I'll kill this guy instead. So I've got 2
Koldash
left.
asked Tom if you managed to
Yes.
offend anyone yet. No, I don't think so.
Everything in,
I don't
in
think
line
so.
of sight to this guard and the 200 weapon into
I've
this
avoided
guy.
alcohol for
War
breakfast.
Smite.
Hazardous on
Should be able to get through this stream without
Yes, as
offending anyone,
always.
I
War
think.
Smite miss.
Not yet.
As a,
Helps that I'm a big fan of
internal
both the
master.
players.
It's because we're keeping him off beer for now. As soon as he gets a
freeze.
pint, we just mute his
One,
mic.
one, one.
Exactly. Swap me out for someone
Flip
else.
one of the 2. I'm gonna reroll the 1. 2 safe, 3 devastating wound.
2 saves for them both, and then 3 devs. So 5 for them
5
both.
in the pain.
I've got 1 guy on 1.
Yes. The other
Bogdan
will
going
slow.
down.
The blue.
Yep.
6 shot, maybe kill 1 too.
Hey, Raul Pira, good to have you here. A
4.
lovely exchange with you in and around the team interviews.
Fail 1. Damage.
Nice to have you in the chat.
1 for no pain.
Mic volume's a bit low, eh? Well, we can't have people not hearing me.
Oh, that's fine.
2.
Turn me up, David.
I'll turn you up a
All
little
of
bit.
the shooting in line
It's
of
not
sight
in the
will go
contract,
to
but I'll give it to you.
Well,
Yeah.
There you go, should be
disclaimer.
fine now.
Thank you, should be okay.
These are literally millimeter adjustments that make a massive difference.
know,
It's
it's
very
crazy.
hard to get the
Absolutely
slider.
crazy.
When I 81 in your cover.
I get
Got
6
some
shots.
Wales love in the chat from
Hey
Scrivo.
Scrivo, how are you doing? He's somewhere behind us, I'm sure.
Yeah, he should
There he
be.
is. He's actually right behind us.
So that is.
Maybe we can put him on for a
7
Wales
left.
update when I go and have a
So
run
get
around
me.
the England tables.
Yeah,
So
we can.
Reaper cannon.
And
1
Beaky,
6
yes,
for
you're
1
right.
2.
Nassim has not saved well on these Bullgrins. Not saved well at all.
Dead.
Definitely having his assets stripped pretty aggressively here.
Fine.
Yeah, Scrivo is fine to come on at some point and talk about the round.
Is that
Beautiful.
fine or
Currently, I asked how it's going, and he said, I don't know. So
we'll see.
that's pretty much.
Okay, you get.
Minus
The
one.
round.
I think the Bullgrin
Yeah,
took
you
a
get
lot more
4 engaged.
casualties there than you'd want.
And the
Yeah,
CP.
Scrivo's offended, you
Yeah,
see?
I
But
get.
I
13
also think
primary.
Nas is in a strong
I go
position to reply.
Rules
now.
goes to go in the
Yes.
sky.
And that's the killer thing.
See
But
ya.
the thing is, Bulgrin are there to soak
Next
up
round.
damage.
Oh.
Dan reportedly on his 4th beer for Wales.
Engage.
Wouldn't have it any other way.
And then 1 more. 5. With banner.
Yeah, and then it's fine. Next round, I get 13. I go to 4 CP.
Nas is taking a big whack of primary here.
Got
So
1 cabal
And he's
point.
staged up
See what my cards are.
very aggressively. Stretching the play.
yeah, engage on all
Others like
fronts.
T-Sons don't want to go and
Okay,
have to
good.
be in multiple
Perfect.
places at
Easy.
once.
Easy secondaries.
Easy game.
Nas's cards continue
Ali.
to be hot. This
Hello.
is excellent. Dice might not have been hot for the Bullgrin, but his cards are hot.
So you can
You'll
What
see
did
take
your
it.
coach say?
Huh?
What did your
that
coach
I
say?
believe that
Ask about my estimation, and I said it's on track. Maybe
this is a sorcerer. So Sacco got all 4 quarters,
When
for
does
3
this guy
points.
goes up?
Yeah,
right?
At
It's
the
3
end
points,
of
right?
the
Or 4
turn?
points?
yeah, no,
What's
always
that?
in the sky.
Is it
always.
3 or 4 points for engage for 4
Plus
quarters?
1 for each
Engage for 4 is for 4 quarters is 4. It's
4
2
points.
or 4. So he'll have got baby engage. Oh no, he's got his sorcerer.
no,
yeah, he
he's
got
got
full engage.
Yeah, he's got a full engage
Full
and
engage.
1 banner, I believe.
That's the
I
one.
would just check engage. Just
That's
to
right.
Not lie to you
No,
guys.
that's right. So Nas is gonna try and make a mess here, I
I
think.
feel so far
Cause some
away
more
from my
mayhem,
team.
keep the jail
Me too,
effect
so I
on.
can't.
Yeah,
I
so
don't
it's
know
4
if I
points
have
for
to
big
push or
engage,
just
and he's
sit
got
where
1
I am,
banner.
just relax.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
because I want to call the coach to know what
That's
I
why
want
it
to
shows
do.
5.
Raptor takes us how Wales is doing. I'll go
Sacco,
Can you call
We'll
one
put
of
Scrivo
my
on for an
French
update
coach,
at some
please?
point,
Thank you very much.
because I'm going to go and check on the England round.
I am going to give.
We'll have a sense of if anything's going awry in
extra
about 20 minutes, I should
this one
imagine.
because you can be within 18 of the Infernal Master.
Yes, okay.
Need a couple of turns before you really know what the patterns are looking like.
And you shoot a hunter killer and. Hunter
Pattern
killer.
here is very interesting, right?
You never know.
Nas is going to try
You never
and
know.
There.
keep the T-Sons on the back foot, force them to commit more things.
Which one's the crystal unit? Crystal. Gasher.
Cannot be shot at
No.
all. How is the round going? Zeka. Call Zeka.
Curious to see what cards Nassim gets.
He's with the EC. 18's there. 10 from the back of the base.
I'll try
So
to
I
listen
do
to what
extra
he
move, I'll be
draws so I
within
can
18.
put it in for him, because I
So he'll
assume they're
give that to
gonna...
him, extra move.
What they do is they draw the cards quickly to the mission, then update it after, just so you guys get it in time. I'll wait for him to draw and see what happens.
One of the big things with Guard in general is just how damn quick they are with the move orders. That's something Nassim always exploits really, really well in his games.
How is the round going?
The whole army can just be on you. It's not like rapid, it's not advancing, charging, Stormlance madness, but it gets on you very quickly.
Yes.
Which one?
Makes it hard to know where it's going to get angles as well.
Tack, 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 tack.
Dan? So at 10 beers, Dan beats Vic in a mirror.
That's completely correct.
At the semi-finals of UKTC.
Yeah, unbelievable. Didn't know
And
what the score was.
He
Played
played
him off
money.
the table.
He played money in the finals, and
Yeah.
Mani admitted that only because he got insanely lucky on his invuln saves, he won against Dan.
But,
Wow.
Because Mani came out all out of his custodies and
Really
passed all
out.
his invulns. So then Dan with the
Unbelievable.
table. If that wasn't the case, Mani loses. That's what beer does to Dan. So he is terrifying. No, that's his racial trait. +5 to his movement. It's because he's got wonky eyes, as I told him plenty of times. He just cannot
Yeah.
measure movement.
Yeah, absolutely. So as you can see, and yeah, Beaky's called it in the chat, Nas has a lot of ways to do damage to Magnus, tank shot, grenades, meltamine, etc.
Yes.
And if he half kills Magnus in this
This is
turn,
why I'm telling you this might go lower. And to be really
and you
careful.
can hear that Sacco is anxious about the
Concerned,
state of
yeah.
play here. People never fully appreciate this list till they see what it does.
Yeah, that's what I've been told.
It's just a testament to all the
So was
effort
it- this-
Nas
this
has
is
put
what
in
the,
to,
Sasha
to
did
understand
this?
the faction as well as he does.
I'm just thinking if I want to give, because Leontis given one order to him. I'm just thinking if I want to, where Leontis orders goes first before the rest. So probably extra move here. Extra move gets me 3 more inches.
And yes, Prometheus.
Too
Dan
much
is a very
CC?
good player.
Fidel
That
says
people
if
And I'll be
don't
within
England
appreciate.
six.
stop the French
Stop
train,
four
they have a
out
shot
mine.
at winning. Yeah, I'd completely agree. And I see no reason that this team can't do that. It's a very
Yes,
good
French
team.
is a very strong contender. French, Polish,
Got a lot of
USA,
respect for
England.
Poland,
and-
USA and France. There's a bunch of other
Ah,
teams
he's
in
one
there
of
that
my
are
coaches.
amazing as well.
So is it possible to get one of my coaches?
Yeah, I'll grab
Why
one,
not?
man. I'll go.
Yeah, no worries.
I need one of my coaches.
Yeah, it's exactly the same.
Because
Yes,
I can
Tom
do
is.
big push here.
So-
massively failure push.
So yeah,
massively
so
push.
Sacco is
Massively
aware that there's potentially
But
a
I
big
need
push,
I need him to let me know.
and he needs to
Probably
ask
still gonna
coaches
do
if it's
it.
possible.
Knowing you, yes. At least I got some bullgrain. That was really okay.
Ouais, t'as tué 5, c'est normal.
As a turn, that was okay. Move blocking
Yeah.
thing.
I'm just thinking 1. So you're 19 kebab points. You don't have any free rerolls, so 9. Go. Can you get Jack, because I've got a big opportunity to push here.
Right, okay, we're currently on track for this.
Okay.
You need to, you want to know how big?
Yeah.
Tell me like
So tell him that it can go about 2 to 3 more my color. If it doesn't, it drops down by 1. 1 or 2. Cool.
Yes, so Nassim,
So,
as he
what are
says,
the
potentially for his
Gonna get a head
matrix, he
coach.
can push and get
Same
extra
for me.
points.
I could just call the
Or if
captain.
it doesn't work, he loses a point.
He's definitely going to get extra move.
And
That's gonna
you
happen.
can see this is how much insight he has into the game.
Fuck
He
you.
knows if I do
Don't
this
like him.
and it works,
Let
I
him
get
go.
this many points.
Come here.
If it doesn't work, I lose this, but
He's
it's
going
still
to get
safe.
extra move. So
He's an
Leontis
incredible
has
insight.
1 more order. Oh, he actually cares. He goes there.
We've got French stream taking some
Okay,
shots
we're pushing. Extra move,
off the
extra
table,
move.
doing
The
a
last
round
order.
update.
Yeah.
They're curious what's going on. It's a very important round.
What's the charge to the character?
They want to cover as much stuff as possible.
On the Borgun, if they move 9. I am out.
You are outside, so here.
Yes, so if Nassim
Seven.
commits and it doesn't
Okay,
work,
seven.
he's
They'll
gonna
get
lose 1
extra
point, like
move.
he
Go
said to
there.
his coach. He's confident in
We
that,
get
so
plus
he's
one to hit.
asking if it's fine to push.
So that's order. All the Leontis orders have these guys for a spare order that can't go anywhere, so that'll just be spare.
And we're back, baby.
They will
Let's go.
stay there.
So just
That will
having
not
some
get an order,
communications
they'll get
within the
plus
team.
1.
Mhm.
Nas has some decision points to make about how aggressively he plays this game.
Yeah, but again, he doesn't make the decisions on
That
his
will
own
go
because
there.
it's a team's game. So
That's
he
exactly the thing.
asks his coach and gets an
Every
answer.
single stretch or reach or push.
It's good discipline because it's so easy to go
You
ooh
need
after
to
the
be
window.
so
here.
disciplined.
These guys.
We've had that. This is something we're learning with 6 plus where we're still
So-
learning how to work as an organism, which is what this England team does extremely well.
So colorblind, the deployment is Surge and Destroy, so quarters. Mission is raise banners. So if your battle line
Extra move.
unit holds an objective, they get an extra
No
point
plus
towards the
save.
secondary, but only once on the, one objective. And
Okay.
linchpin, which
Mm.
I'm going to
is
move him there.
every objective
you
outside
like
of
to
the deployment.
overwatch or end
Well,
off
every
the
objective is
objective?
worth 3,
No,
but if you
go.
control your home objective,
I'll
the
just embark
objectives
him outside
outside of
here,
home
and,
deployment.
he can
are worth
overwatch
5.
me just
Yeah,
him.
exactly.
So it's a very potentially swingy round on
Oh,
primary
him or
if you
me,
go
one
in
of those
second.
two. That's fine.
Or if
I
you
will
manage
do
to
that with
survive on
Jack
all the
Overwatch.
primaries.
Disembark first.
And Beaky,
Yeah, no
you're
problem.
right. I think one of the key push factors here is, do we decide to try and do a ton of damage to Magnus?
Mine.
Because
Looks like
anyone
he
will
is.
know that if Magnus is not intact in the late game for Thousand Suns, it can make their game
outside
plan
of-
extremely
So he's a
difficult.
flamer.
I wouldn't personally say this is a
Outside of
turn where Magnus can die,
We can't avoid them.
Potentially.
I'll
but it's
put him for the
a turn where
markers.
you can do a lot of damage. And once Magnus is really badly damaged,
He cannot come out
you just,
anymore, right?
just can't play the game.
Because you just keep him
One grenade and he's out of there
yeah,
late
you
game,
then,
right?
because it costs 2 CPs every time you want to shoot Magnus out of line of sight, so he would have to be hidden back just to give his aura of boss.
Lovely to have you back in Colourblind Miniatures. Still my favourite gag of the entire event so far. That wanted to stay with me. Gordon Chung asked what a coach is allowed to tell players. It's all about projections. You're allowed to say where you think your score is projected, and you're allowed to do it at the end of
12
turns,
with an 18.
just before the start of new turns. That's why Nas had that communication now before he got involved in his turn.
Yes.
And our overall projections on the round have dipped a little bit based on a couple of things in some of the other matches. So I think Nas here was in a position to go and get a few more
Oh, you
points.
didn't get your hazardous check
So
last time
coaches
on
are
here?
happy with
So
that.
he's just upping the ante here.
Because I absolutely assume that
Yes, let's go.
the,
Hazardous, obviously.
the
Go.
Kasserkin,
First
because there is a
again.
Kasserkin jumping out of that chimera,
Yes,
1-6.
are
so
a
twitch.
sign of
Yep.
yes, you can push.
that's
Sorry,
it.
my bad.
This is a premier unit.
2 save.
2 saves.
Nas is pushing
Knock
in.
over. 2 dead.
2 dead.
The Wartsmate. Nothing.
And Sacco
Infernal
has
Master.
tried to overwatch them and do some damage.
7. Antios rerolling 1.
Yep. 2 devs.
3 dev.
2 dev. 6 ups. Cool. 7. So 1 left.
1 left.
Metamine.
Nice one. Hazardous. 2.
Okay, nice. That's all I
So
needed.
Nas took the overwatch. All he needed was the hero with the melter mine.
So no more. Alright, cool. And he'll
Overwatch
move
is the name of the
this
game,
point here
right?
like
In
we
the past 2
discussed.
games.
just with an
From
18.
such a
Very,
spanner in the
very
works.
clutch play, and this is exactly the sort of thing Nas knows. There's a risk there. I can lose the unit, effectively do nothing, and that's going to hurt my overall outcome. But if I can do a bunch of mortal wounds to Magnus,
Yeah.
makes it all
It's always easier
worthwhile.
like that.
Meanwhile, there are 13 professors left,
Yes.
Yeah, there's one
and
there.
they're done reading.
It's still pretty
Time
good.
to get involved.
It's still pretty good quality of an academia, right? With 13 professors,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you can get
Yeah,
some
that's-
discussions going.
That's a university, right?
I'm
You'll be
just
all right
gonna
with
move
that.
this here to screen 9 and 9. They're going to go back there and screen again.
Gaunt to go still just dropping back
This-
down where they were.
It's going to go here. Be off the objective, not on the objective. And there will be 24. Oh, Battle Shock in that one Borgum, sorry. Battle Shock is fine. And I had no prisoners and assassinate. Perfect.
How is the round going globally? Maybe lower than expected.
I'm going to move in with an 18. Just with an 18 of this guy. Properly, just there.
I need to wait after 2 turns to see if I can see the light.
Yeah, it's a big turn. Nassim, because the round is very close and very difficult, Nassim
Yes.
can potentially make up for some lost points on other tables potentially. Because remember,
It's
it all
huge.
works both
It's
ways.
huge, and this is something. I mean, this is something Nas does, right? This is part of his.
Just going to move
part
And
of
it's
his role.
It's very Manny-like. Whenever he sees a window, he tries to push and
That's
goes,
really, exactly.
I can get extra points. Do
There's
you
a
want me to
knack,
get
there's
extra
a knack
points?
to doing it in a safe enough way that you're not exposing yourself and putting yourself wide open.
And there are unfortunately times when you have to expose everything and go for, I need 2 10-inch charges to go, or we're gonna lose the round. And
Exactly.
luckily, we're not there yet, but we might see it later in the day.
The projection at the moment isn't a lost situation by any stretch, but it's
Sometimes,
wanting to get the
sometimes if
points.
it's a potentially loss or a draw, and you need these 2 extra
Yeah.
points, you need
I
to
will
go.
still do
Okay,
this,
we win or
but I will
lose on
have
this dice roll,
Deux sur leur
and
jour,
that's when it gets really
screening
stressful
like
and really
that, hiding
tense.
from that point.
Right now, Nassim seems cool and collected, very content. It looks very happy with the situation on the table, so it's going great.
He's pretty unflappable most of the time, and
Yes.
that's a real strength in a situation like this.
18. They're keeping me honest here. See him. That was a 7, he said. 7, so Hunter Killer there, Hunter Killer, Hunter Killer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 about points. Maybe him, maybe not. Probably won't kill him, but that's fine. He can do some damage. Flame is there. The new flames again.
Again, Nassim calculating the risks and what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
You need to know exactly what's gonna happen. You don't like to. You don't want. What happens to me quite often at events is I plan something, and then my opponent pulls something I didn't expect.
Whoever's gonna
That
Exactly.
usually doesn't happen on these tables.
No, it doesn't. No, you can. Both players have exactly as a clearer sense of each other about the pattern of the game and the outcome most of the time. It's like yesterday where Peter knew immediately he'd lost that game when the intervention came off.
So, one of you guys is on
Knew he'd been riding it up until that point.
hiding. So that Magnus can't. The guys of the Hamsa at the front, so Magnus can't shoot them. Something like this.
Got a little bit of a reshuffle there.
Shoot everything to him. These guys could potentially charge here if they need to. I'll make it so I only fail on snake eyes. Screen, screen, screen. I will even bring out the 2 guns here for good measure. Screening there. Screening there.
There you go. My wizard
got
brother
that's
set up our mobile camera so we can get updates on some of the England tables.
Amazing.
It took him a couple of seconds. It would take him probably a whole day.
Shoot
But
that.
That's very, very cool.
so as soon as he gets close to the tables, we can.
You can have a roaming cam.
What I will
Yes.
do is
Goodness, didn't think the setup could get better than it already was.
Easy.
so
Easy, easy, GG, easy.
these guys here as well, just
We have the
slightly.
chat back, just see how everyone's getting on in there.
Yep.
Just slightly. Well, just the special weapons.
Nassim is still moving and planning stuff, so it's a good time to get an update on some of the tables.
Just to keep the coherency.
And
S'ils ont des clocks, s'ils
that's
work.
still Poland. There we go.
C'est parce que dans l'Overwatch, tu peux utiliser
No, it's okay. I'm gonna take like 5 or 5
No, it's
minutes.
not problem.
What did you get? Assassination of prisoner?
Yeah, assassination
Oh.
of prisoner.
I can see the camera
Just like
anymore.
so.
Oh, what is it?
And those
He's
two
gone.
there.
Oh, I can find my brother. He's moving around with the camera.
Is it roam cam?
Still going to
There we go,
screen that.
Romcom.
Yeah.
There you go, found it. He added the button
We need to
that I
check
couldn't
for
see.
Yeah, I know,
Yeah.
I know. Yeah,
There's so many.
So there you go,
Romcom.
you got Chris Radford versus Arno's
just
Hypercrypt
like
there.
that. 9
Yep.
9. Okay, start shooting, melt
Both
mine.
excellent players.
You can see the coach
Yeah.
stuff helping Arno.
Yeah.
That's it's Necrons versus Grey Knights, expected probably a 10-10, because every Necrons and Grey Knights I've seen so far is a 10-10, but Arnold's army, we've seen how much damage it does.
Yeah.
I've got absolutely no
I
idea what's
suggest,
gonna happen.
Nas is doing some damage to Magnus here. It might be worth
So
going.
2 and 2,
Just
four?
looking in on that.
Four.
Leave the roaming cam on. That's fine.
Problem.
But we've got
He's
Magnus
going to
taking
fire
a bunch of
everything
wounds
into
here.
him. You'll use
Yep.
the hunter killer.
I think the dice tray will cover too
This
much,
is
we cannot really put it
looking
on, but you
after
can see the dice tray in the...
Yeah.
This is in the flamer.
Let's listen to the players as you
9.
watch.
Six.
On 5?
4 and 5, yeah. 6.
Take dice, take dice.
7.
Take these dice from
Deux.
your side.
Oh, that's it. 5s.
Can we have the chat back, please?
Just 1 AP2.
Oh, yes.
AP2.
AP2, glow cover. Good, bien. That's that. That's alright. 4 damage. Squeak away. We are going to shoot this tank commander, everything here.
Alright.
Yeah. Top weapon, I will hazardous, might as well. 5 shots. 2 saves.
4 up invol.
Fine. Last
I've
cannon.
had some damage done to
Plasmas
Magnus.
overcharge for 4 shots.
I'm just going to have an eyeball.
Nothing. And then the Articula. Nothing. So, and Stubber.
2 hazardous.
Yeah. So I presume not give the plus
This one shot.
Yeah. 3 saves AP dash. Takes 2. Hazardous. I'm fine.
You can see the
Killer.
Captain 22 in an Elder Mirror.
They will now shoot there. Leontus.
Repeat your die for roll.
Yeah. No problem. They will overcharge but as well. So the plasma. Those missing the plasma pistols. 1 lethal.
Good Vic playing
2
guard.
damage. Leontus. 1 lethal. 2s. 1 AP2. Can't blank because ignore modifiers. He's dead. Lose 2 guys. I will lose this guy. Only forced to lose 1. Lose him. And I'll see who the other. I'll kill him.
So we've got assassination scored for Nas. No prisoners is on the way as well.
I have to super reroll 1 because I put the
Exalted
plasma in the
Sorcerer has
middle.
bought it.
Visual bleeders.
Ready for another one to take
Good.
his place.
So he's fine.
And Magnus is, I think, on
What
12
a waste
wounds
of
at the
I
moment.
know.
after
I
some
literally
chip
just saw it. I
damage.
was like, could have had it the other way around. It's fine. So he's dead.
So that's already a
Then
third of the way to
poison
dead for the big red dude.
Exactly.
It is what it is.
I have. It's
So,
fine.
do you have token for hunter-killer shots?
I do not have a token, but he's uses Hunter-Killer. He's using Hunter-Killer. Oh, I can use this.
Yeah, news from the
Yes,
French
he's on
stream is
killer.
that
Use Hunter-Killer.
Harrison's
Nice.
Votan aren't loving the
Uh,
Templars at
they
the
will
moment.
sh-
That
they
is
will
a tough
shoot-
matchup.
Everything
Yeah,
left.
it's a lot of Marines to
and
go
Circular
for.
too?
Everything. Everything.
Can Votan have a
But
lot
no,
about...
no,
Actually, first the flame is
I
here.
still have faith in our boy.
Hunter-Killer.
I'll cut back to
Let's
the
stop.
main feed, and
Hunter-Killer.
I know my brother can hear me through the headset, so
This
you can
is
come back
flame
now.
mouse.
Next time we're gonna send Tom with the camera.
9.
See how he does. Can you break that tech?
I can try, mate.
7.
Because you know what to
dear.
look at exactly. My brother doesn't really play 40k,
No, of course.
8.
but
But
it's
yeah,
good
when
to
I
see.
go for a roundup, I can take
8.
it with me.
The
mate.
Stubbers.
It's a great shout.
1. And then I've got another 12 shots.
12 shot into coming.
Should be dead. There's 1 left. Oh, and then 4s. Damn it. Dead. UCP? Nope.
I have another chance.
I haven't. That's true. Now, that's him shot. Hunter-Killer.
So 1, 2.
He is.
I also hunter-killer, but the token.
Yeah, got the token. He's with 18 of the character, so yeah, everything there. I'll shoot the plasmas overcharged. So 2 plus.
Remind me my sweet old fortune.
And you've used your blank or hit.
I didn't use the mic.
No, not blank. You've used flip.
The flip.
2s, 6, 5 ups. If you
5
free.
up involved, yes.
The Rubiks
So
are dead.
squad, yes.
Last cannon hits. Wound of the last cannon. And then top weapon. 8 shots. Freeze. See, this is what it says. See, when they hit on freeze, it's much better. This many.
What is that?
Demolisher, top weapon.
So
Oh,
we've
these
got
The two
Yeah, strength 14.
pretty heavy blow coming through.
Ah, the
Yeah,
turret!
yeah.
Okay, he's dead, he's dead.
Nas lost about 150 points of
Hazardous.
Bulgrin in his turn.
I'm fine with the hazardous, 2 and a 3.
He's taken out Cultist, Exalted Sorcerer, and now a Rubik and
Um,
Sorcerer squad. So he's hit back for
It's pretty good.
3 or 4 times that. Well, no,
Then
maybe not. Maybe
Flamer,
3 times.
That dies next to Magnus. I don't know if he took 6 damage or he's down to 6.
Charge, he
I
will
bet if he
charge
took 6,
into
right? He wouldn't be down to
Magnus.
6.
Magnus.
I think Magnus is on 12 at the moment.
6.
Should be alright.
Yeah, and I'm going to tank shot.
Yeah, because he does have 18 wounds,
He's
right? So
using
that
his
makes-
tank here to do more
And
damage.
I'm going
to
to
tank
base
shot.
him so that you can't pile in and hit him. Base on. Over to me.
Put the clock on me.
Oh,
Sacco will be thinking about an
Ah,
intervention. here.
okay, take it back.
It's not a good
so
one.
tu peux heroic si tu veux. So 9 dice. Bit better on mortal wounds, please. Just 1.
I think the tank shock and the metal mine haven't done as much
I'll
as Nas
hit
would have
you.
liked.
Yes.
No overcharges.
Magnus being half dead
hits.
probably would have been a good outcome from
180
this
dash.
turn, but not quite made it.
2 up. And then to you. Up.
So that push hasn't gone quite as well as hoped, but I think everything else that turn will be very, very satisfying for
Take
Nas.
9 already.
9 in
AP 3, damage 3.
3, damage 3. Do I explode? Please explode. Dead. Push.
I do not
Chimera
buy in.
gets killed.
Yeah. And then over to me. For scoring, I get 5 and 5 again on cards.
When I get
Nas
3,
putting up a good tempo on the
I
score.
get
there.
5 and 0. And that.
And yeah, Beaky, I agree. 5 wounds, 70 bits high. I think we'd liked 8 or
gain
9
a
there.
CP.
And then I'm down to
Probably
2
should
CP.
have had it on the maths, but you can't afford to waste time worrying about these things.
5
in
minutes
40K.
of my time. It's fine.
Draw card. Overwhelming. Nice. Sabotage. Not nice. Okay. I lost 5 table points.
Yep.
So 21 minus 7 is
Sacco down 5 Cabal.
20. On ne peut pas faire les maths. 12, 12. He's inside. Alors t'as 4, 4, 5, 6, 9, 12. 12.
Yeah, Sacco's on 12
12
Cabal
Cabal
because
points.
there's guys in the Rhino.
8 and 6, 14. I have an exact idea.
Oh, exactly. I didn't see him.
14 with these
It's
offs.
easy,
So
you
there's a
take
double
the
doom bolt in
21,
the offing, is the key.
Minus 2,
Two.
minus
Minus
5. It was
But
14.
14 is
40
low.
Cabal points.
14 is low, and that's the downside of having the Rhino.
Hmm.
That gives you
Okay.
about 2 swings on the Cabal
It's time to
powers.
do a
Not 3.
lot of damage.
Yes.
There you go. Horus says Nassim's cards are looking good for him. They are, definitely.
100%. Nas has had great
Let's
cards.
go win this fucking game.
But I think overall Sacco will just be happy that Magnus only took the wounds he did that turn.
Yes.
Oh,
Realistically, it's
Magnus
another
is
turn or
minus
2 of
you can
damage
just
before
move.
Nas can
Yep.
actually really hurt him.
But Nassim is
So this is
like he's running away with the points very quickly.
Hmm.
You see, I think it's the highest
I just
score
had
we've
a
seen in round
flashback
2
like
yet.
expose D6? Yes.
Because it
Something
usually
like
was
that
a
I
slow
cannot see,
build-up,
so
Yeah.
right? Slow burn, and now Nassim is already
I
at
can be
45
surprised
points.
Cannon maybe
completely.
from this guy.
Yeah, if you're there, it's the same. If you're hitting there, I can't see you unless I cross this line.
Yes.
Same as before.
So I just move something like that. Easy, 14 is easy.
Yeah. Do I want Overwatch? Do I care about the Caskin?
What?
If I want Overwatch with him. Meltas, use the Hunter Killer.
I've got Overwatch from Nassim.
He's debating it. Debating it. Not sure how much that's likely to do in this context.
The thing is, look at the
No.
amount of CPs they have, right? They don't really need to interrupt or anything. They don't care too
Nas's
much.
guard list generates a lot of CP with Leontis there.
Magnus is fucking annoying.
Amen, Sacco, amen.
Oh, the wings and everything everything gets in the way.
No, I'm just thinking.
Je vais t'éclater, mon pote.
Huh?
Je vais t'éclater, mon pote.
Yeah, Nassim is really
I will just
considering
check
the
where
Overwatch.
I will be moving, so 18.
That's where the
I'm sorry
Hellhounds
because
come
I'm
in this
taking
one.
off your order out of the way.
No, come on.
Because Nassim
I've
wants
got
to
dice.
finish off Magnus next turn, in his turn
Yeah, I,
possibly,
think,
right?
So
I
moving 6
suspect the
from the
window
wall.
for that's gone this turn,
Let me
unfortunately.
here,
If
outside
Nas
of
had done more
18,
damage, then
But
maybe.
inside of 18.
Yep.
Well,
But I agree.
the guy.
That's why he's thinking about
if you can
Overwatch,
drop
right?
Magnus
Gets
in the
more
mid game
moves.
at the very least, that would be amazing. But it just, I think potentially the chance.
Oh,
to
there's
do
only
it
one
is
thing I
gone.
forgot to shoot, if that's okay. Here's
What?
Hunter Killer. Those two Hunter Killers into him, for Magnus.
Yes, it will take by the clock.
Yeah, he forgot to roll the
sorry.
Oh,
die.
if we've got a couple of hunter killers,
This is the one hitting on 4.
Dice not loving him,
Lethal.
gets one.
Blank.
That's fine.
One second.
No
So
more fucking Hunter Killer.
Yes, no more Hunter Killer. Yeah, everyone's used the Hunter Killer. I can take it off.
Every flamer shoot within 18. It's only one flamer and then one melta.
Yeah. Yes, all 18.
So yeah, Sacco really wants to stay outside of the Hellhound range, understandably.
Otherwise, I just tank the Overwatch.
Yeah, Magnus might not
Be
have gone
okay,
down, but
to be
Nassim has
honest.
scored a lot
okay?
of points.
Because I want to put this guy. Just move like 4 or something like that. This one cannot be, this one shouldn't be able because it was in
We'll
the
need
back.
to see what
Moving 17.
cards Sacco
This
drew.
one was in the back.
He said,
So this one, like that. This one cannot be within, but these two should move a bit more.
Donc t'as 2 gars et le caractère et le Soul Reaper.
Et le Soul Reaper et le War Smite.
One Smite, ok. Alors one Flamer.
No, this one too far away.
Yeah, one Flamer. What?
Okay, so we've
Two Flamer,
two regular Flamers.
one baby
Hunter
Flamer.
Killer's doing
No problem.
sweet nothing
Two
into
flamers.
Magnus. It's
No
kind of how
problem.
you'd expect
Overwatch?
without a bit of luck.
No.
So Sacco is
just
looking to spring
Magnus
forwards
here
now.
to be within 6, so he is already within 6, so I'm okay.
Yeah, 11.
Down one Rubik squad, he's got 3 left. And Magnus, that's where most of the damage and the output is. That's for his part down. Basically one squad of Bullgrin and a Chimera.
Shoot the Bullgrin.
Adam in the chat says, if I'm Nassim right now, I'm feeling good, to be honest. I agree. But I think
I need the.
Nassim
Bullgrin.
needs to break the back of this Thousand Suns list mid-game to assure that there isn't a swing back on the points.
Yeah. And Sacco drew overwhelming force and sabotage.
Okay.
They're both doable,
Both doable, yeah.
but you want to avoid actions like a plague. You want to be killing stuff.
The action economy on a Thousand Suns list is pretty rubbish.
And if we
And
notice,
a lot of his idiots are already dead.
yeah, we noticed that the cultists
Push
always
with
get
the bit
targeted
is
early because these are the only expendable units.
Yeah,
Push
exactly.
with the
And
bit,
after that, you
but
have to give up juicy bits because every squad has a character in it.
grenades, mortal
Yeah.
wounds,
Or is a
and
character on their own.
stuff to
And I
the
think
Magnus
Adam, I would
with,
agree. I think he can do a lot of damage
4
to Magnus
damage?
next turn.
five
damage.
damage.
Don't do 11. You did 5. You should have done
The
9.
tank commanders are
9.
struggling to get in the game at the moment.
No,
It's one of
less
the
than
frustrations
I've
at this
done
moment in
7.
time.
7 with the mortal wounds.
But they'll keep creeping around finding angles as
Still,
what they
still,
do best.
still on prediction. But the push didn't go as well as I want. It's going okay. It's only bottom of 2. Bottom of 2.
And that's reporting more or less what you have
Yes,
seen
yes, still on
and
prediction.
covered here, yeah. Push on Magnus didn't quite
Yes,
work
still on
out,
original
but
prediction.
it did some damage. And those Kazakin will be
He fails the
recycling
push.
anyway.
And the push Emperor.
It's time to throw back the charge now. Will still be pretty hard. I mean, I'm not gonna get on the 0 that I should have get.
Non, il va pas faire 0.
If the push succeeds, yes.
Oh, if Magnus was on like 7, oh, sorry. I need to do a little bit more.
Yeah,
See,
that's
Nassim
very
is
much-
even
very much
Nassim is
what
even
we're discussing.
updating
Yeah.
the French coaches.
It's only-
They're all
Literally
That was only
exactly
my
that.
turn too. I've still got 3 more battle
Yeah,
rounds.
it's a big moment there, as I say.
J'ai toujours beaucoup de jeux, moi.
and again very
And my secondary cards are good.
friendly and approachable
Our cards are
demeanor
great.
You
where
got a really
Sacco's
good
focusing on
game.
trying to move stuff and Nassim is explaining, yeah, if the push goes that goes that.
Exactly.
Because they both know what's going on.
That's the whole point.
They're not trying to
You
cloak
wanna
each
be
other
in
out.
this
They're trying
game
to
for a
help.
long time. You're learning it with the best people in the game. You're just working together. That's what it's all about. Apparently,
He's hiding,
commentator's
Cash.
sound is very low.
Yeah, cash.
Cash, cash.
You can make me louder if you want. You'll
Does it
regret
sound
it.
very low?
Oh, you got them out of the
There you
line.
go.
Yeah, it should be good enough.
Yes, you just move here.
Yeah, nothing in reserves for Nas because he tends to recycle via reinforcements and Leontis jumping up and down. He doesn't really need reserves.
Yep.
You already know you didn't overwatch yet.
Nope, I did not.
Mixed opinions on the sound. That's okay. It's a very subjective
like,
game, 40k.
Already got no prisoners.
We can see green lines popping up and down.
Yeah. It's the main
Just
thing.
clean a bit the back. That should be
So I've been
okay.
coming in at quite a low volume with the voice because this is a marathon, not a sprint, guys.
But
It's
some-
about 36 hours of commentary I'll be on by the end.
something.
Just
Yeah,
got to make sure the
perfect.
voice goes the whole
Yeah,
distance.
don't worry, after 10 hours of talking, I relentlessly go
Yeah.
back and watch the VOD. Is everything fine? So we try to keep
Adam saying I'm giving him the snooker commentator vibes. I've never watched snooker, but I'm glad that's the vibe I'm giving.
I love watching snooker. I'm terrible at it.
Yeah.
I suppose there's a theme. I'm not great at 40k, but I love watching 40k. Same with snooker.
And that's a bad miss. Damn right. Maybe if Neil Robertson's here somewhere, he'll appreciate that.
Nassim picks up the dice, rolls the dice.
So
Maybe
yeah,
we
I
should
think
do play-by-play as
overall
Nassim.
assessment here is
That's
all unified. I mean, you heard the players discuss it. If Magnus takes more than half his wounds in that little push, this game's looking very peaky for the T-Suns as it is. Just a few more wounds goes a long way on
Like
him.
Nassim says, he wants to get them down to 7.
Yeah. I think he managed 11.
Yes, that looks like it.
A lot less.
Oh,
a
I would
lot
just tell
less.
players I've got wound markers if they want. It makes the game easier because I've got the
Sure.
dials.
But Nass's board
with
presence
Marcus.
still very strong.
Yeah, we can use that for
A
Magnus.
lot of
actually.
professors still to be dealt with, tanks still to be dealt with, and Sacco's seen the plays now with the tank shock and other things. He knows the tanks need to die. Killing the tanks and the Bullgreen at the same time is a lot.
11.
It's a lot to do.
Okay.
Et pour moi,
Yeah, Magnus doesn't
Most,
really-
most of the T-Sun's army to kill 5 Bullgreen last turn. He's got a lot more to do this time. And everything that comes out to engage is in trouble. And we've seen tank commanders and rubrics not friends.
Again, it's the best environment to play 40k in, when everyone's communicative
So good.
and when everyone's good, because I don't mind losing to good players. You learn so much,
Not at all.
and they will always give you advice after.
Yeah. It's the only way you get better, right?
Yeah, ego out the door. That's how you learn.
Exactly that.
Obviously, these players have every right to have egos,
11 in
being on
charge.
national teams for
Yeah,
some of the
exactly.
top countries.
If I move 9,
Nass's ego is matched only by his hard work.
Yes,
Move 9
and
going
skill.
here.
Oh yes.
but I go back probably a little bit closer like this.
So
So back of the base.
back of the base 7,
And then 2 from the back of the base. So just pick up the Bullgreen at the back. So that's the back of the base. And then 11. Okay, no worries.
A little terrain issue on Chris Kinnear's table. It had accidentally been set up wrong at the start. They've made some adjustments and sorted it out now. That is a real pain in the arse. when
that's
you try
going to be a
play the
talking
game.
to the coaches.
Yeah. Hope that wasn't one that I set up.
Oh, well, hopefully not. We'll have an excuse. You've been here. You've got an alibi.
Yeah.
Huh?
Got some love for Nassim's face in the chat. I'm with you, Kathar. He's a nice looking lad.
Plan. Man, I
Don't
plan.
tell him that because he will keep you hot.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
doesn't
the
need his
plan
doesn't
goes,
need his
the plan
ego.
goes,
Don't worry,
plan.
I slag him off all the time.
13-1.
It's exactly what
Yes.
he needs.
Cannot shoot
Yeah,
Magnus,
go
cannot
both
shoot
beautiful
anything for now.
People playing 40k.
Currently, no.
Nassim 1 and
No,
Nassim
that's
2.
True advert for
Okay.
the French game.
This one
The
cannot
English
move and
Nassim
see
is the
this
one
guy,
in
cannot
glasses,
come here
and the
see
French
this
Nassim
guy
is the one
inside.
without glasses.
That's right.
That's how you look
and
at
then
it.
that guys can disembark, so that's in the way. So yeah, it's fine.
How is
Okay.
Dan doing on Team Wales?
Okay.
We'll see when Scrivo walks past. The game looked close when I looked at it walking past.
They move 7,
I'll ask Scrivo if he knows.
18.
Give me 1 second,
18,
guys.
18. This one is 18, but not this one, obviously.
Okay.
So this one doesn't need to see. Okay. Change my mind. There'll be one Doombolt, everything into this guy.
1 D-ball.
Well, Scrivo just
Yeah,
laughed and he
instead of
said,
the
I'll
two.
find out. So I don't know how well he's doing if that's the case.
Yeah, no, don't worry,
Instead,
Andreas.
I
The
get
feedback's all very
focus on
welcome.
the
This is my
focus,
first ever time doing this. Not a problem at all.
Clown.
Yes. Yeah, when a lot of people
I
talk
should
at
get
once,
rid of
the
Bullgreen
players and
and
us,
now
it can get
instead
confusing.
playing
So
this
we
part
try
as
to get
well.
louder when we need to get the point across.
Yeah,
It's a hard going. Quite often you zone out talking and you don't pay attention to things because you do it for so long.
yeah.
It's just a trigger. Oh, I need to say this.
14.
Across the tabletop. Yep, that's definitely an option. Secret mission's definitely an option.
It's been quite common in few games.
7 Cabal point for a Doombolt into this guy. Far in the back.
07.
But
And
a
6 on
reminder
Magnus
that
for 3 stratagem.
On Linchpin, if you're in a strong position at the end, you can be getting 18 or 23 primary anyway.
Yes.
Huge primary
Doombolt,
available.
gonna roll a big 6.
So
Big 1.
if the
I
opponent
know she
burns
doesn't have
out,
a double Doombolt. Big 2.
So apparently Dan's game is looking drawish, very even game.
who's he playing?
Good thing you didn't do double D-ball.
No double Doombolt.
Good thing.
Can you turn this off for a second?
Yeah,
I'm
no
gonna
worries.
pay
So you did how many? 2.
Yes.
So I'm down to 11.
So
I'm gonna
Dan
pay
was
now for the
playing.
CP because I won't see you after that.
For rerolls?
Where is
Shoot out
it?
of line of sight
Oh yes, of course.
with everyone here.
Okay.
I don't remember his matchup, but I believe he's playing Guillaume.
Okay. This way in the back. Shoot.
Okay.
First, the flamer, I think that in range.
Those guys there?
Yes.
Okay, sure. So 2 flamer. 8. Fires rerolling.
Yeah, it is tough to commentate when you have to fill in the gaps and there's quite a lot. That's why it's great to have Tom next to me. because it's easy to bounce ideas around and talk about variety of
The
things.
same for you.
Yeah, Tom's doing great.
One. War smite. One miss. One hit. One death. Gatling. One sixes. One dev. Two dev.
Kills him. He's down to 1.
Gatling shot and
Flame
the
knock
character.
shot.
Alrighty.
Yeah, the chat's happy with our commentary so far,
Oh, that's
especially
good.
with you. That's why Tom's here, helping out a lot.
Yeah.
It's very hard to do it on your own,
It is.
and Tom's got great experience
What he should
talking.
get.
Good tag team, you
I'm
and me.
more of a
That's
tech person.
That's it.
Six is okay.
David's setup's phenomenal. I
18.
literally just get to plug in and talk. I'm very lucky. Very, very lucky. Yeah, we've got updates on the round. The Templars are giving the Votan a really bad time. Alex Harrison is in trouble, which is not how we had that one going.
I can
but
imagine.
Olivier is a very, very good player.
Fours.
And that was perhaps one of the
freeze.
blankest spots on the Matrix. Should have been looked at more. Christian Air's doing well. We're hopeful Vic VJ will do Vic VJ things and start getting an upswing in the guard game, but his prediction is not was obviously conservative.
4 save and 4 dev.
Chris
Four
Radford
saves.
is up against Arno, who, as we saw on stream, very good Necron player. That's a
And 4
tough
devils?
Yes.
game.
That's 5.
So the round is all to play
very
for.
close, yeah.
Very close.
And now we know Nassim's push didn't
This
go
was
quite as hard as
immediately
we
after
No
we
one else
paired.
push
Tony
I don't think
said,
so.
and it's always an important warning. What this predicted score means is that they think differently to us. Doesn't mean we're in a strong position. It just means they see the game differently.
I have the
to us.
guy in
Yes.
the back. I think you
And
cannot
as the
anyway
rounds
get
play out,
beat
that's what we're
outside
seeing,
of
right?
range.
Different outcomes
He's not-
shifting in
Oh,
different
this
directions.
one?
No one's ever
Yeah.
completely right about how they see all
Yes,
their
exactly,
matchups.
because some of the French predictions might be better, some of
That's
English
it.
predictions might be better.
And who you
it,
practice against is not the
it
same,
should
right?
balance out,
Yeah, it does. It
But,
usually
Zeros are
does.
exalted.
But that's fascinating to watch.
but that's why
I
we're
got
seeing Nassim when he sees a window.
Zeros
Oh,
are
coach, can I
exalted.
push?
Yeah,
Because
exactly.
what if something else happens?
Exactly.
1.
So we've got the T-Sun slap back going on the Bulgrins.
I
Bulgrins
don't
getting
think I am.
annihilated here.
Yes, yes.
No, out. Just out.
And what Sacco's opted for here is a much more conservative
I think it's
push on just one part of the board, and this is what Castle armies like Thousand Suns, Eldar, etc. have to do. Focus your resources in one point, clear areas of the board, because you're too fragile to be everywhere at
There is
once.
Magnus still shooting.
And he's looking to move up and start isolating this top corner.
He's gonna shout at the Yalong.
Yeah, round. Yep.
3 DC shots.
Yep. 6. He's got cover, but don't care.
Just cover.
He's shooting against cover.
He asked your thing. I don't think he has cover.
Yeah.
What's the ruin?
Yeah, no problem. He's actually a bit too. Let's get the concern. Parce que the rune is like this.
Yeah, I can see this part.
Yeah, no problem.
So 6 hits. T10.
T10 for 4s.
For 4s.
It'd
What?
be Doombolts kill Bulgrins.
Doom bolts, flamers, Soul Reaper cannons.
shots.
It's a bunch of shots.
3 dev
These
runes.
5-man squads are vicious, especially
That's
you've got
5.
your cavalry rituals, you've got your psychic
Yeah.
attacks, you've got your flamers, and everything out of line of sight that can possibly shoot.
It's fine. So he just did 3 dev wounds, so he's down to 8.
Yes.
And
He's
Nassim
quite
knows
slow.
this matchup very well, so he knows the Bulgarians
Yes,
will be
they are.
dying. So it's,
Completely.
I don't think it's a shock to the system.
No.
He doesn't seem too worried. He just said the push didn't go as well as I wanted
If I
to,
charge the
but he didn't
Bulgarian,
say
I
it
will be
went
in line of
badly.
sight, so I don't
No,
have to
exactly. I
charge.
think
I will
it
stay where I
seems
am.
still every
So
time the
I'm
T-Suns
on
come
8.
out and push to clear Bulgrin,
I will discard
the
both
slap
second
back
lines.
is harder.
4 CP.
The value of the casualties
Yes.
for the Bulgrin is not the
I will
same
get-
as the casualties of the T-Suns
Exactly.
in
You
reply.
don't
That's,
get overwhelming.
that's the whole logic with the
Still be
Bulgrin, and with all the
minus
chaff
1
in Nass's
Yeah.
list, right?
I
Nothing
go
you swing
to,
at
I spend 2 CPA, I'll just go.
is as expensive
The
as
next
what you're
battle
using
round-
to swing at it. Which is
I'm
very
afraid I
Imperial
get hit on
Guard.
primary.
Yes.
Hit on primary, I've got 2 CP, always in the sky.
Calder
Yep,
slagging David off
exactly.
in the chat. Oh, he's got more than
Two
that.
CP,
He's not wrong.
He's got years of experience in this game as well.
2 CP,
So he's got that Polish honesty as well. You need that.
Yeah, I've got Polish honesty, cameras, and health issues.
None of this English
Cover
bullshit. Hiding the truth.
Gauges.
Being too
Yeah.
diplomatic. Don't need
Yeah,
it.
Tom is very
So
posh,
I
and then I
want-
come in like a bull in a Chinatown. China shop. So
Give
I
him,
can't even
give
speak
him the
English.
old one
Squad off
too,
the
right?
board order here. So recover assets, they can do recover for free.
Tom, can you call your coach?
Ah, Iggy. Yeah.
Can you call Mike Zeka?
Can you call Zeka?
Zika. Thank you very much.
Yeah, Sacco wants his coach.
Ok, ça c'était pas un bon push pour toi.
C'était pas un
So we've
push.
got the score that came in is sabotage for 0 and overwhelming force for 0.
Défendu, je vais te tirer maintenant. Pow,
C'est
pow, pow,
contre-push.
pow, 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 pow,
None
pow.
of these were scored, unfortunately, for
On va essayer encore avec Stu.
Sacco. I assume that's why
Yeah,
he's
ça va,
calling
je
his
crains pas
coach over
grand-chose.
because that's a big swing. Look at the score.
Ok.
It's really
Ok,
really running
ok,
away.
Ok. Excusez-moi, bébé. Alors, j'ai
Yeah, I'm getting called out on my
Cover.
suggestion I'm diplomatic.
engage.
Yeah, Tom
How I talk to my own
Engage.
team's my own business, Chris. They need whipping into shape. It's different.
Tom accidentally gave away that he's an imperialist. So
Oh
now
yeah,
he
it's
has
true.
to-
I
now he
did
has to
come
really mellow
out, came
down
out as
a
an
bit.
arch imperialist yesterday as well. So, but that's why I've got so much respect for the
Oh,
French.
I've just seen 4 coaches roll up
Oh
to the
goodness
table.
gracious, the team's all here. It's all getting very heavy in the round.
So it's rough.
Adam Derrick, it says Tom does sound like he vacations in Bath. I don't, but my mum does. I think that gives you enough information, Adam.
So Nassim drew recover assets and engage, which are pretty decent for him. Recover assets and opponents might be difficult because you don't want to sacrifice anyone.
Magnus might die. He'll probably live in a few weeks.
Magnus doesn't die this turn.
It doesn't die, but he'll be low. I'm gonna grenade tank shock.
You're gonna do like 2 mortal wounds.
Ah! Back off.
But
Nah,
see, that's great.
dice swing the other way, Magnus is in trouble.
You'd think that they will be shying away from coaches not trying to help, but as Sacco is explaining what's happening, Nassim says that's what I can do, that's what I'm gonna do.
Score's looking really good. Score's looking really good. Top of 3. I should get, depending on what
Well,
card
it's
he
very
gets.
intense this round in terms of
I'm
the
gonna
input
get
and the
engaged
communication across
for
the round. This is one of those things you realise how
4.
important
I'll
it is
get
to have a
engaged for
very
4.
clear
So
sense
put me up to 50
of what's going on. Magnus has 11 wounds across the tabletop, which is he was almost
I'll be on 60.
he was on to be
at
down a
top
lot
of 3,
more, but then
and
things didn't
bottom
work.
of 3
Didn't
primary,
work
he'll
out.
be on 21 primary, top of 3.
Yeah,
So
because you got there is a third match to go. That
So
can see on the camera.
grenade and tank
it's still,
shock
it's still roughly around this.
I just need clear
in
to
Nass's
run
locker
this
to hurt
I'm
Magnus a
trying
bit
to
more, but I'm
do
not sure how much damage that's going to do. We need a bit of an upswing
for
on that
now.
to get
I
him a
will be
bit further
starting at
down.
on 3.
you can see the coach gathering because Sacco realizes, oh, I'm really low on points, guys, what's happening in the round? And Nassim is like, Nassim, yeah, I'm scoring points, it's looking good. That's what you see Nassim do pretty much all the time. He'll be in the same mood if he wasn't scoring points. to be
Yeah,
fair.
absolutely.
It's just
Scored
better
off the
that he
board.
is.
Sacco, the squad off the board.
Kodash calling me out, calling me privately educated. I'm not Kodash, but I might as well have been. I grew up in the south. It's like the same thing, isn't it?
Orders. He can shoot nothing. I can't shoot there.
Nothing can shoot into Magnus now.
No. Only the tank commander and the
No tank commander.
the Hellhound.
Okay.
And not
Hellhound is okay.
Yeah.
Hellhound is okay. No,
tank
tank commander.
commander.
No, tank commander.
Yeah, Hellhound got upgraded to the tank commander just right next to the Magnus. Let's see
Give
if
me
I can
one
get a
thing.
nice angle.
24 de ce gars. Tu peux me donner vite fait. Tu peux me tiens 24 sur lui. Sur lui, 24.
There you go.
So,
The tenser
lui,
stuff
ouais.
gets, the French starts sleeping in. We noticed this in the War Masters as well.
24 is there.
It's understandable
just gonna check if the
if
tank
English is
commander
not
can
your
make
first
it there.
language, and I know that firsthand. When you
Those
want to
guys will
explain
be
something
24, if not, he'll
complex,
just shoot
it's very easy to slip back into your language because
Yeah, of course.
the
Very likely will shoot plasmas.
vocabulary
Like
is much
this.
richer. Usually.
So he doesn't matter
Yeah,
where he
look
is.
at this score lead from Nass at
It's
the moment.
insane.
Commanding.
We've never
Ten.
seen that much of a lead that early on, and it shows
Yeah.
that his push and bullying T-Sons of objectives really works.
Yeah, this has created a lot of different problems. What's really interesting is, Sacco's had to target the Bullgrin very aggressively because he knows if those get in and start tagging
But
everything,
it takes his entire army.
it's a disaster. And it takes his whole army to kill them, so he's got to do it at this stage in the game, but that means he also has to surrender primary lead to Nass.
But there's still 6 Bulgrin left, so it's not like they're all gone.
No, not at
And
all.
we've been talking about it when we've seen the
We
I
are
think it was
going to
T-Sons versus Sisters when they didn't push.
Oh, yeah.
That's why you
Oh,
push,
see,
because
see?
This
T-Sons
is it.
then run out of
You
options.
just take the damage, get the
You need
points,
to trade,
make the trouble.
you lose cabals, and
And because
give
they're
them those
pushing,
options.
these Rubik squads are coming out, which means that Nass can reply. He should be able to pick up another Rubik squad today.
Exactly.
Beaky, you're absolutely right. Secret mission is big if he can weather it.
Yes, it's not going to be
And
easy.
that's why so much hinges on Magnus. If Magnus is alive, basically, yeah, T-Sun's secret mission possibilities are huge. If he's
and
not,
Nassim knows that.
it's much harder. And yeah, Nassim knows that. Nassim has played this matchup a hell of a lot.
+1 to hit here. +1 to
Into
hit
a
with
little
him.
known T-Sun's player called Vic VJ, who isn't
Yes,
bad at that.
it's a great practice part.
Which one?
And equally, Vic playing that mirror in reverse has
Yeah.
exactly the same experience.
Don't need the others.
Again, testament to
Extra
Nass's
OC would
hard
be
work.
nice, but
By the
I'll
end
do
of
extra
preparation
OC.
for WTC, none of the boys wanted to play the 18 Bullgren.
So he's OC
They'd
free.
all played it more than anything else. They were all
I
dying.
did say Nassim
They'd had
is insane,
enough
people are
of-
gonna get
Can't do
surprised.
They had enough of making Nass
They're
roll 4 up.
2 to 3, the cameos.
Which one?
That one is probably going to get an order.
Ape of Justice, Nass is
This is going to
sorry,
get
Magnus, not Nass.
extra
Well,
moves,
no.
just gonna get extra moves.
The red
Magnus
Nass.
is OC 6. 6, I believe, Andrea. I think. I'll double check it.
Extra move and extra move. Extra move. That's from the tank commanders. Extra move. We're going to do a cover. That guy doesn't matter. That's sticky.
Yeah, OC 6 on
Yeah.
Magnus.
Yeah, 5 is an unusual number. It's usually
Big
Yeah,
monsters and
around.
vehicles sometimes, but not
Actually,
characters.
they'll do a cover. They'll do a cover. So I've got one Leontis order. That's going to be extra move on those Bullgren there.
Little reminder, you can
They
hit
can
like and
do a
subscribe on
cover
Glasshammer Gaming where
Yes.
you're watching. I really appreciate your support there. And also, if you like what I do, you can come and join me, my
multiply those
captain
guys.
Chris, and the
Cool.
boys over on 6++ Gaming.
So,
Or even if you don't like it, you can come
even if you
over.
don't like
just
us, hell, I
subscribe.
turn up. and I
View
don't
is a
like
view.
it.
Fine.
Live shows every
He's not-
Tuesday, UK
not-
time,
no,
8:30,
he's,
and then
quite
all sorts of
happy,
other content as well.
Good.
If you're a Tyranids player, we've got a lot of Tyranids stuff with our boy Dave. He does Bugwatch on there. Really good fun. Massive Tyranid community.
It's a
We've
good
got-
title, Bugwatch.
Bugwatch is fantastic, yeah. And they do a lot of work there.
Gaskin squad there. and
Worth watching just for the
That's
title,
right,
to be
Andrea.
honest.
5's the Rogue Dawn. That's exactly what I was thinking about. Not that we were desperately researching Rogue Dawns last night. After we saw the pairings, French guard list has multiple
He'll
Rogue
move.
Dawns in it.
Ooh,
He'll be
that's the
just on the
coolest.
objective.
okay.
If I were to play guard, I always wanted to play the
Yes,
tank
full
company.
charge.
All tanks. Oh, it's just so cool. I might do
Maybe
it.
charge outside of 12.
Yeah, it does
I-
look spectacular on the table.
I
doesn't
did
it?
paint
Outside of
15
with them.
guard
Would you
tanks
like
for
to
Brian,
overwatch?
and
They'll start move. Would you like to overwatch?
I'm kind of sick of them,
Okay.
but I'm,
Yeah.
I'm sure I'll get to it.
6+ Gaming
Sorry,
reminds me, yeah,
Thank you,
100th
Gamer.
episode this Tuesday.
Amazing.
100 episodes of that 6+++, so
Again.
didn't ever expect to do that many of them. It's been an awesome few years.
Sing, okay.
Getting to
Tapping.
commentate at the WTC is a personal highlight of that adventure for sure.
Okay. Infernal Master. Please kill someone. At least one. Freeze. And rolling one.
Do we flip it? Okay. 3 more free Deva, 3 saves.
You say if you have one.
I failed after 3 saves on 5 Deva.
Nass is taking
I
some
go
Overwatch
5
as he
wounds.
responds.
Guy.
War Smite left and that's it.
Yep, don't you dare. No, perfect.
Hazardous.
Fine. He'll
Gets
just
away
move on
with
to
it.
the objective to contest it from Magnus. So plus 6. You just move.
You
move.
are 4 OC now.
No, 2, 4, 6. It's 1 to 2.
Okay.
Also, Hellhounds are 4. That's
Yeah.
huge
This
because
is
usually
the mission
vehicles are
play.
3.
Test Magnus.
The mission play with Guard is
Number 3.
insane because you can buff their
Okay.
OC with orders. So Nass
I'm
with his 2
Overwatch,
surviving units on that
That's
flank
why it's 4 in
Let-
this
let-
game.
let me
literally
come back
shut down
here,
a
do
demon
cover in a
Primarch.
second.
It's like, nah,
Maybe the tank might
Oh,
do
it's
it.
because he's a scholar.
Exactly.
He's
He's a gentleman
he's
of
a
the scholar.
scholar of.
The last
Mind war.
professor. We're down to 7
No,
professors.
it's Magnus tried to read his mind and
We've
just
been-
confused himself.
Losing professors at
11
an
inch
alarming
charge, yeah?
rate.
It's just Peppa
Yes.
Pig
Okay.
blasting out of the speaker. That's what it
Yeah.
is.
Well, that's it.
Oh, Existence UK, that's a familiar face. Nice to have you in the chat. Bet you're having a good weekend. It's almost lunchtime.
We're there. Oh, even better. Even better.
It's still 2 hours for us to lunchtime.
Seems a bit
But they've
better
got
just
amazing,
to throw
amazing
away.
Belgian fries
Temper.
in the
Just-
truck
just a
here.
little bit
I think
better.
they're cooked in beef drippings. If you've got opportunity to do it, try it.
100%.
This looks like one Bullgren is alive from the squad on the red
That's
base.
right. He's
you
got a
notice?
leftover from before.
And the remaining one is the full squad of 6. And the great thing is you can string them however you want because it's up to 6 in this edition. Because they allowed for characters, obviously,
So
in
Nass is
5-man squads.
turning the screw here. Going to be applying some more damage.
Not in range. Can't because of cultist.
Thousand Suns are very much in jail.
And hello, Chris. How are you doing?
Hello, Chris Frozen. Lovely to have you here.
Classic
Yeah,
Those are
the
definitely
underside
gonna
of
go
the Rogal Dawns is disappointing without an insert.
Got one
Yeah, you
here.
look at it and you go,
Yeah.
how much is this kit? It's like,
Oh,
come on.
man. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to move here. 36.
It's very refreshing watching
Commanders.
Nassim play, because every game we played was cerebral, slow thinking. Nassim is very quick thinking. He goes,
He's very quick.
he communicates what he does. He takes a minute or two to think, but then he's very quick. You can tell how well practiced he is into certain matchups.
Yeah. And I think
And what I'm going to do is
the
I'm
thing with
just gonna-
Nas is the reason he
these guys
can
come in,
play
we
so
do within
fast
6
is
so
he
they
has
get
just
+1 to
played
hit as
these
well.
games so many times. He just put so many reps in to get to the level that he is.
I feel like his brain just works faster. He talks super fast.
Yeah, he
plays
does.
super
He's
fast.
a snappy player as well. He likes to play at a fast tempo.
And to be fair, from what I've heard, the English boys played so many practice games. They put so much work. It's
Crazy
insane.
work, man.
So for him, it's probably an autopilot at some point.
Genuinely terrifying amount of work.
Probably wait.
Hello, Mark Robert Shaw. Nice to have you in.
With his 13,
And
he's
like I
just gonna
said,
go
all the
from
terrain on
south.
Nassim's side is now
Let's
gone.
talk in the chat that I'm not plugging 6++
Outside of
enough.
an inch,
We're very good at self-promotion at 6++, possibly the best.
because you see this guy.
Part of doing that's not overdoing it. Yeah, do get involved. Come join us on our Plus journey. Got a very fun 40k adventure going on at 6++.
Technically, you don't need to paste the link. You can, I think you can just say, check us out, and people can click your username and get to the channel, I
They're
believe.
cover,
exactly.
they're on the objective, they're there.
Andrea asked, did he use reinforcements on that first Kazakin unit?
This time
I
I'm
would
gonna
guess that
do
he did,
this properly
Andrea.
over here. That annoyed me last
I
time.
will check in a moment. The fact that they're lined up back on the side of the board to me
They'll do a
suggests they
cover.
probably are coming back.
And then, oh, where's the line for? Oh no, I needed it.
And Ape of Justice, yeah, ask Jay, is it a third-party modification to add the bottom
He's
to the
going to try
Rogaldorn?
and engage
Yeah.
it.
There's a bit of an
He's
English
on
love
charge.
in happening in the chat. Andrew Bourbon's in. Absolutely love Andrew
Roll
Bourbon.
and we'll see. Just roll a 5.
Oh, he's gardening. Amazing. Hope you're having a good day, Andrew.
Nice day to
shooting?
relax and listen to
no,
some
Jay, you need
40k.
to-
When I first started competing properly, Andrew was
Ah,
by far the best local player in the
Marco n'est pas comme ça.
Twisted
Ouais,
Dice
je
team
sais,
at that time.
C'est bon.
Oh, I
this
see.
is-
I learned an awful lot
Voir
watching him
neuf et
play.
neuf encore.
First team's experience was going with him to ITT, where we beat the Dutch national team.
Alors, engage
Round
Limon,
one.
Petit, Louis,
That was my
Petit.
introduction to teams.
I believe our Glasshammer team back then with Dan, we beat the Welsh team.
Hey,
Yeah.
yeah.
And we've got Wales, Belgium behind us.
Fantastic.
Can you see, je
That was
pense,
my
oui,
debut
Garce, can you
in
see.
teams, and once you get the bug for it, you never look back. I've still got
Avec la
the
ligne de vue.
We should make a
Dutch national team objective from Dick van der Hurst.
we should make the Misfits team and try and beat some teams and
Oh,
just
hell
brag
yeah.
about it.
Hell yeah, it's all about the bragging rights.
Que mes places,
And then we got some guys coming back here, trying to get some angles on the Exalted Sorcerer.
Le 12, c'est... Là, c'est...
Andrea, I think, has a very good understanding of the patterns in this game. Chris Frozen won Warhammer World Teams with Bourbon. Hell yeah, you did.
I always wanted to
Amazing.
go. I live in Nottingham, but I never can buy the tickets because I opened the website, it's sold out. It's like, oh, it's very hard to get in.
Sniper.
Jack Tight remembers that ITT. 6++ took him to a club and then he got lost in a town he'd never been to before. That was before I was in that team, Jack. It never happened under my watch.
I believe you would have one beer and get lost yourself. Even if you've
That's
been there
exactly
already.
why, yeah.
So, let's go into the shooting. I was going to see if my grenades.
Go shooting
okay.
face from Nas. Let's see what
Danny
happens.
Porter says Nas is
Yeah,
smashing
Magnus.
Sacco. Oh, it's still all to play for, Danny, but
For
Nas has
much
started
better.
strong.
4 mortal wounds.
Nas is trying to
I
carry
think first
the.
turn was
left.
huge in this game for
7.
tempo.
Yeah, Nas is making sure he's gonna carry the downswings from the English team.
He will
Hopefully
shoot down
that's.
there,
Kelster asks how the round is generally going.
And
Kelster, the
nothing
pattern of the
and
game
last
has
cannon.
been Nas does his
Nothing
thing,
but a
then Sacco does a lot of thinking.
Last 2. So
When he
4,
does his
6,
next lot of
sorry.
thinking, I'm going to go and get the rest of the round.
Yes.
Freeze.
So I'll be checking in on all the rounds, all the games there, and try and get you a good
Twos.
picture.
5 invites.
But the long and short of it is that, shockingly,
This game?
it's
Yeah.
close. It's a close round.
Kills 3.
Which
last
we
cannon.
expected.
Yeah, it was always going to
Last
be.
cannon. Wounds. 5 up.
That's why pushes like this from
Another.
Nas are great.
And hazardous. Fine. Fine.
So kill 4.
Kill 4. Yeah. They're going to fire everything here.
Can I get out of line of sight? No.
Do you want to check?
Jack Tight's in danger going to the Cardiff event.
Okay.
Chris is going to try and get him
Oh,
lost.
fuck. No.
Leave a trail of breadcrumbs, Jack. That'll work.
Okay. Melter into Magnus.
Ooh, that's the big ones we want to see.
This
Go
is
ahead.
big.
And Flame. You have 14. How many kebab points? T'as combien?
16.
16. That counts. These guys, melters here. They'll shoot everything here, overcharge. So the melters.
That's very
twos,
aware of the kebab points. Just
three,
trying to
sorry,
cut
one
them
lethal.
down to a point where they can't do all the
Twos,
things they need to
two
do. If
saves,
you can
two
get them
bumps.
to a point where they can't be doom bolting and moving,
Plasma's overcharged.
it's really rough for the Thousand
Threes.
Suns.
Plasma, other one will hit, and then twos. 5.
Resistance UK says this round feels like a semi-final. Yeah,
It
It's
pretty
I'd
much
argue
is.
both of the rounds currently playing could be finals in their own
USA
right.
versus
USA,
Poland.
Poland, France,
Sniper.
England, 100%.
Just sniper. Good sniper. Hold it back.
He is Devon.
Oh, thank you, Mark Roberts, who's been listening back to 6 Plus since hearing me on this.
Amazing.
Plus.
Oh, you star.
Died on
So
the
we've been
back.
working hard for a few years now, Mark. I'm really glad you're enjoying it.
That's why we're.
It's only going to get better. We're going to take over the world.
This one cannot shoot.
No. Don't think so.
No, I don't think so.
Don't think so. No, I think that we'll say no. We'll say no. No,
Epic
no,
Justice
no.
asked,
Oh,
did
yeah.
any Seed 1 teams make it out of groups yesterday with losses? Don't think so.
Nothing can shoot Magnus except
Don't
this
think
guy.
there were any
this
shocks
guy,
in the
yeah?
pod, to be honest, as far as I'm aware.
That's okay, he's dead.
I think there were draws. I think Wales.
Correct.
They
Just
drew.
saying.
Stop, stop. C'est comme ça que je dis. Ah, une
Yeah, they're
seconde.
not a Seed
D'accord.
1 team, though, are
Oh, you see one.
Ah,
No,
tu
I
penses
don't
que-
think they are.
ok, alors.
Oh, yeah, dreaming big. No,
D'accord.
I don't think so. No.
they? I don't think so.
The way the pods are,
Yeah, Magnus.
the expectation is there will be
One
no
win,
losses, but
David?
Yeah.
it was very close to.
Ah, and Flamer,
So
two
USA
breaks,
almost drew
5.
and Poland almost drew, I believe. So
Yeah.
Greece almost drew with USA
One more.
and Canada almost drew with Poland.
three,
So the
82,
both teams
cover.
had to push to get the wins. So that's close.
Yeah,
Fuck
for
Three in
sure.
your cover.
Yeah, AP2. Kills him. Cool.
So Cabal points
Nice.
dropping like flies here. Sorcerer
Yeah.
gone, Rubric's gone. That takes
that
Sacco down
will
to
shoot.
13 Cabal.
Magnus still alive, kicking
the beast.
though.
13
And
Cabal,
I'll shoot
you
Melton.
might
I'll shoot
recognise
Melton here.
means no double doom
I'll shoot
bolt.
from here.
This guy.
That's pretty spicy.
Everything here.
Yep. Melters. One lethal goes straight through.
And no Ariman, right? For free.
There's
One
no
more.
Araman in the
Plus
list,
two.
no. That's the difference
5
between
damage.
Vix and
Flamers. 7.
his. And Araman is huge in moments exactly like this when
Yeah,
you need
when you're
to
low on
dig
units, you can go
deep,
Dumble
you
Dumble.
need to push back. But he
Three.
is, in
Four
every
ups.
other sense, shit.
Takes 2 more.
And that's the problem.
Well, I mean, you don't need dual Dumble when you go into Angron,
Yeah.
really, if you remember.
One from the stubborn, and I'll do this twice. Takes 1. How many wounds left?
2.
2. I will do this
Ryan's getting
Do
hit
this
at the
twice.
bottom of the screen.
2 more, and then
Just absolutely enveloping the T-Suns
3
here.
more. 3 more.
You can
Three
see the
ups.
board presence. It's all
He's dead.
guard, and some T-Suns in the corner trying
Get him
to
off.
From the stubber.
push back.
Bosh.
Bosh. Rhino's gone.
Fish board.
That helps. He has a flamer. He will just shoot it, and that and the melter here.
Okay.
T-Suns here are in
So the
trouble.
melter, am I within 9? Can you check? I don't think
Yes,
I am.
so
It's on
existence.
that.
I was
Melter.
told by
No.
by
No,
one of
one-
the
one in one.
coaches that Poland and USA really don't want to draw
D6.
Yeah.
because they are
Yeah.
very low on battle points scored.
Yeah,
So
Good
the
flavor.
tiebreaker, they will lose
Ace.
tiebreakers.
yeah.
England and Spain are
Yeah.
very high on battle points,
Yeah.
so they're
Five.
fine with a draw because they would
Two.
win the tiebreakers more than
Yeah.
likely. So that's an interesting
So
thing
two
to
more
note
damage.
Completely.
when teams are
Takes one
pushing
more.
for win or a
Yeah,
draw.
you
Yeah,
just
and then
need
no
to
charge
keep winning
for
as long as you
5.
possibly can.
Ideally, you don't want to
What are
draw
the wounds?
because
Yeah.
it's in your hands. But if you do
England,
get a
England
draw,
obviously drew earlier in the event, didn't they, last time, and
So he
that made
makes
the
it
run
on
much
4,
harder.
Probably not
yes, you
enough.
wait for others to draw or lose,
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
and it's on their mercy, and it's really stressful.
J'ai une base where je peux pas, Sacco,
Okay.
just 4. Needed a 5. Just stay there. And then I.
Nas is using
have a
that
9
lone
there for
cultist as a
Magnus.
yo-yo.
9
I
into
love it.
Maggie. We make it on a 10.
Is
Yes,
Nassim doing
met
cover
the
assets, or is he
mine.
just killing stuff?
Gas
I
And
believe he
now
doesn't need
Gas-
that.
Nas has
kick,
made a
gas
long
kick.
bomb in the corner with the Kazakin,
Oh, he made it.
and he's going to be
Amazing.
able to melter mine Magnus. That is huge.
Ooh, ooh.
That is a
You
big,
can hear
big
That's
balls play. Big balls
On
play
laisse
here on
CJ ici
Magnus.
pour
You can-
le
You can
Remember that
Melt a
they
mine,
used to be able to
melt
do
a
this
mine,
infinitely.
melt a
On a
mine.
1.
Bosh. No, it's a 2. Down to
you could
5.
see the
That's
Sacco
it.
made
That's
the
it. I'm not going to bother hitting.
Magnus is now on 5 wounds.
yeah.
Uh,
Sacco made
Sacco
the eye contact with his coach. They just both smiled.
That's absolutely massive in
No.
this
Happy
game.
with it.
Absolutely massive in this game.
Yes.
Also means Magnus is going to be a busy boy. Magnus
Bosh,
starts on
bosh.
16, he's now on 5.
Je fais record.
It's the second turn of Magnus
which
getting
in this game means a grenade and a tank shock and you are out of there, son.
Engage par deux.
or Overwatch, you know, it's
Or
just
even just a tank commander shooting, so that really
On the
limits
cascade,
where on the board Magnus can play at the moment. And Sacco's ability to push out has been cut down hugely. If he uses a move, let alone twice,
One
with the
Deva.
Cabal, that's basically him done for the 10. His Cabal points have dropped off radically, and Magnus is also going to have to take battle shock tests the whole way through the game.
10.
One left.
One left.
T-Suns are
Left
looking
man en combat.
very, very,
Oh,
very
full back.
peaky here.
mine left in
You can go
combat
there with him. That's my turn.
Oh, and Kazakin
I did
have
two on
tied him
engage,
up
and I
in
do
combat
recover.
as
I'm
well.
doing recover.
with a mine.
Everybody to it?
So Magnus is staying exactly where he
I
is.
don't think so.
That's big.
Huge.
I can crystal here now, but he's alone.
So Nassim scores 2 on engage.
Oh, je voulais
Absolutely huge.
je celle-là. Ça, c'est les mêmes.
The charge was huge there.
1, 2, 3 et 2 en engage.
Nassim
Et sort
Three on
is
Primary.
absolutely flying in this game.
3 sur primaire.
Thousand Suns catch-up potential is looking
1, 2, 3.
No
weak now.
prisoners. Extend battle line.
He's got the same
Okay.
problem he had last turn.
Battle
There's
shocks on
Bulgrin
Magnus.
in the middle.
Yes.
Takes an army to deal with them.
Oh.
He's not got much of
On
an
a
army
G1
left.
CP.
Does have his crystal.
Yes.
I wonder if we'll
I
see a
lost
play with the
2
Unprolific
and
crystal
1.
this turn.
No.
So
Yeah.
16th,
And
17th.
Sacco drew
No
extend
double
battle
dimbles,
lines
that's what I was
and
going
no
for.
prisoners, I believe. I will just
Okay.
have a look in a
Yes.
second.
Those are decent cards. Those are decent
I'll
cards.
have a look because I've heard him say it, but I already forgot.
Right, whilst you figure that out, it's time for me to have a little walk around.
Yeah, so we'll
Start
leave you with the
figuring
players
things
for a minute.
I'm gonna move this guy.
No, I will not Overwatch. Oh, merci.
This one is not gonna move.
Il bouge pas?
No.
Ok.
Yeah, so the secondaries are extend battle lines and no prisoners. There we go. Very doable. Very
cannot
good
move in the
set of
line.
secondaries.
Alors 11.
Yeah, on
11.
11.
11, comme ça. Tu veux des baguettes?
Non, c'est bon.
Ok.
One is down to 1, gonna be 1 to 3.
Tu peux appeler mon coach vite fait? Tu peux appeler mon coach? Ok.
I'm gonna move this. I'm gonna move this squad. You wanna Overwatch?
Je peux pas. Oh, avec nous.
And
je peux
there's
pas.
a potential for
Laisse-moi
secret mission after this.
voir, il va où. Let me see where they go.
I just want to see
After this
where
turn?
I can get a line. This one need to move first. So it's a 12.
Because at the end of Sacco's turn, he has to choose if he's going for a secret mission. I've done the secondaries.
Yes, it's going well. Magnus is down to 5. I
gonna
made
be
a
really,
charge.
really hard.
Now to mine. He's down to 5. He can't risk his secret mission because he's going to die.
He's going to die soon.
He will die soon.
Yeah.
Um,
The projection, how many can you go above?
I can-
and
I
how
can-
much above? How many above?
I
yeah?
think this
That's what
to
I've currently
this.
got you around.
Yeah,
So around
right.
that.
Does that help?
Very much so.
Okay, cool.
With a safe, that safe rather than that is very much helps us out.
Helps us.
How is the
How's
after
the?
Helps us out because we were just below there.
Yeah.
And then if we get a couple there, a couple from Manny to go to there, and you and Vic to get like one, or even if you got one,
I
that
cannot
would be
shoot.
helpful. But you get 2 points, it helps us out. Chris is pushing for like the 20,
Is he getting
and
it?
he's going to get like maybe 17 to 19 to 19 to 19.
Who's the next one?
17 to
First
19.
for me. I think
Which
I
ones
can
went down?
see where I'm gonna
Alex
go
is
at the end of the game.
Was he playing against?
About 10 points.
Yeah, it looks like Alex Harrison is
Maybe.
really down on the
That's
points.
fine.
He's potentially getting a 0.
Gonna be a house.
It's really
round.
difficult.
Ah,
But that's why Nassim doing well is it's
parce
huge.
que notre
You've got
Alex,
multiple players
ça swing
pushing
down
for the
et l'autre
points
Tian, ça swing
just to
down.
make up for the
Mani,
loss.
ça swing
And
down.
that's what I
No,
said.
Mani,
This is
ça swing down.
Ah, je
the
comprends.
big way in the
Il vient de me
teams
dire.
is
Il vient de me dire.
making up for your
Il vient de me dire,
teammates.
Mani swing up. Il vient
I'm
de me
gonna ask Zeka before I move
Ok.
anything.
Ouais, non, pas de problème. Ouais, parce qu'il vient de me dire, Mani va faire 15. 13 à 15. Peut-être quelque part comme ça. Win. Pas grosse win. mais win. Parce que maintenant, ça.
Ça c'est dead.
Ouais, c'est pas un problème.
I think I can see where it's gonna go. I should get 5 here. I should get 5 here. I will get a lot more points on primary, will be capped almost. I should be able to get like 30 on primary, I'm on 6 for now. Should be lost 6, I think. I just want to know how is the rest of the round going, so...
Everything is engaged right now for all the table.
You wouldn't expect Castle King charging Magnus to be huge, but that Melta mine is amazing.
The gap here is not specifically enough.
Yes, it sounds like Chris is getting
So
17
what is the minimum I should
into
get?
Necrons, which is
As
great.
aim? If there is a
It's
minimum.
big pushes cancelling it out, but that's what I'm saying is like you don't want to necessarily get a draw. Obviously, you don't want to lose, but if you add up all the points, you know your prediction was X. We need you to get X plus 2, and if you get that from multiple players, you can make up to win. Because I believe you need 86
Good luck.
points to win the round. So out of 8 matchups, you need 86 points total.
Yes, yes.
Qu'est-ce que t'as dit?
And obviously, if Alex gets 0, he needs 86 points from 7 matchups. It just gets harder and harder and harder.
Okay.
9.
6. 9 for the win.
9 for the win.
I told you it's going up for the team.
Huh?
I told you it was going up for the team.
We'll see. There's still an hour and a half in the round.
Gonna take the best angle I can here. And move it even.
Nassim is doing a great job at move blocking
Should see me
and screening
anyway.
out the Thousand Suns.
He's on full wound.
Okay, happy they got
Within 6 of both.
6 of both. Wet, no problem.
Again, this is one of those rare cerebral moments, and it's mainly on Sacco's side because he's in a tough spot. He needs to know exactly what his team needs him to do, and he needs to try to cut down Nassim's insane run away with the points because he's currently 37 points ahead, which is, I believe, 15-5. It's huge.
Here?
Here.
There, okay.
Just gonna check for the charge.
From 9. This gotta be the closest.
Yeah, I will be on 11. He will move after that.
Okay. So just see how far you are from that point. I am within 19 outside of 18, so 9-inch charge. If you lose further back, that is now a 10-inch charge. 10-inch charge. Oh. Boo. Oh.
Oh, someone switched off the lights in the hall. Luckily it wasn't power, because if power went down it would be pretty problematic.
I don't want any line of sight like that.
You want to get line of sight?
No, I don't.
You don't want to get, okay, because then I can move, yes. Okay, no problem.
All right, we're back at it, guys.
Yeah, it was a very... You haven't missed much, Tom. It's a very cerebral...
That was my guess. Having seen
Sacco-
Sacco take a few turns,
Sacco's really thinking on what to do here.
They might kill characters.
he's in a
so it'll
position
be
we've seen a
full
few
shots,
times
it'll be
where
it'll be-
I'm gonna advance.
it'll
there are
kill,
points for him at the end
it'll be
game
four shots, that's
if he's
9,
alive.
1 damage.
there are
One
not
shot,
any
strength
points for
5,
him now
4
unless he
damage.
acts,
And
and
then
acting
5
now puts him in
shots
harm's
at
way.
strength
So
3,
he's just got to
81,
navigate his way
16,
through that.
Damage 1, and then another 9 shots at strength 3, AP dash damage 1.
So I'm gonna hide behind
We'll
the
see what he can
angle.
do.
hide behind the angle.
Yes, and this
And
one
reports
to
on the
us.
round are that Alex Harrison's in a lot of trouble against the Templars, who made a 12 charge with Helbrecht into his home field early on in the game. That's pretty bad. You don't want that.
See, Nassim's helping Sacco find the line of sight from his tank commander because Sacco
nice.
wants to be hidden.
Yeah.
So rather than arguing back and forth, he just goes, yeah, I'll be there, you can hide here. Makes it easy.
Other news is that Chris Kinnair is smashing the Death Guard.
Yeah, we've had an update from the coach. Nassim
Yeah.
had basically getting a massive,
Big
massive.
score there. Nassim's in a very good position and is being encouraged to keep exercising that right.
And we've heard the sad news about Votan.
Yeah, the Votan are in trouble.
Getting buried.
Chris Radford's having a hard time against Arno, who, as we saw on the stream, is a really good Necrons player. But then otherwise, I think things are feeling okay.
Yep.
Round is gradually starting to tick upwards a little bit. Just hoping that all stays the way it is. Just walked past a very animated John Lennon playing in the US Poland game. He has got his game face on.
Yeah, and we've got the, I think it was a Hellhound.
Magnus for free is gonna shoot everything into your
Joe
tank.
R asked, what can you even do against the Templars list? Well, Ed runs it. What I do is I just don't play him. Works a treat.
It's very matchup dependent. It's a stat check, but it's a stat check you wouldn't
It is.
expect.
Renegade Raiders are good into it. Like CSM with extra AP, that does a job.
Any blasts.
Yeah, blast is okay.
So Forge Fiends.
Yep. But it's tough. It's a tough old game for Votan, especially if long distances get covered very early in the game.
Yeah, it's awkward for Votan to kill Marines in that number.
Take 6. Take 3, sorry.
3 ups.
Take 6 down to 2.
Down to 2.
0 Zargun, 6. Plus 3, 9.
Yep.
Is dead? Oh, this is to it. My bad.
6s, 1 6.
Dead.
Explode, please.
No. That was a bet on it to take.
Huh?
The Infernal Master is gonna shoot. He's gonna shoot not hazardous, just a regular shoot.
Okay.
And as Nassim said, it's impossible for Sacco to now pick the secret
just a
mission
regular
because
shoot
Magnus
to
is
give
almost
shots.
dead.
I think
And
that's,
it's too
that's
risky.
exactly right. And the reach and the punch to actually get out of the other secret missions doesn't really exist. I mean, he's still got his unprolific Crystal Squad, right? No. Let's play with that.
Yes.
Just going to be quite hard. Oh, we're down to 6 professors.
one
No,
big
hold
shot,
on, we've got
yeah.
7. There's one left
Yep.
over from one of the other bricks.
Way.
7 professors.
Wait,
RIP
I
the
got
other
one
11
last 6
professors who've already died.
No, there you go.
What? Fire! Below.
Go Kabushka, Ivarole, and...
Kabushka.
Yeah.
That's one another of
Sur moi.
specials.
Dan Richards asked, does the Hellhound explode easier? Let me
It
look it
used
up
to
for you, Dan.
explode on 4+. I wonder if it's
I
still
don't
a
think
thing.
it does now, but I'll look it up. Might be a
It might
4.
explode more, but about the same difficulty.
Then I want to shoot you. Yeah, away from here.
Strips cover Deadly Demise D6, so you really want it to pop. But I don't think it has anything that makes its Deadly Demise more likely.
Oh, okay, so it's just normal the demise because it
Yeah,
used to be
exactly
very
that.
scary to be around the Hellhound.
Exactly that.
I'll be here.
You can see the Chimera died and Nassim's disembarking. And judging by the gold appearance of them, these are... Oh, actually I can see the
This
sniper
is
in the cloak, so
Kazakin.
these are Kazakin.
Kazakin are emerging. Still got a lot of assets to play with here.
And these Kazakin gonna do a lot of damage.
Oh yeah.
When how many die? No to mine if you charge me to mortals. That's good. Oh, no,
Nas just needs to hold it and lock in his primary as much as he can now. He's got such a good lead on it. He
You
should
can
be able to basically complete it in the next couple of turns.
And because of the GW rules, they are safe in behind the terrain because that beast is not wholly on the terrain, so that line of sight is blocked.
Yes.
Charge exalted into your character.
Le caractère.
It charges.
Okay.
C'est pas un caractère, mon pote.
Into your.
Il faut que tu
So
gardes.
he's charging the last Melter Mine.
We'll try. We'll just try and see.
Sacco wants to try and get some primary next turn.
Ok.
I have
Get
a
Yeah,
Magnus
it's pretty
on the
much,
point.
pretty much
Yeah, behind
grasping
them,
its choice at this point.
this one
He's
will
trying
try
to
to
get
go
as many
here.
points as he can
Okay.
to
I cannot
diminish
flame.
Nassim's lead. Because he's gonna lose a lot of assets on Nassim's turn now.
Yeah.
Not much of the guard died. Tank commander's still alive.
So
still
easy for
vulnerable.
Nassim to actually hit everything at the moment. But yeah, he's going to clear out some stuff for sure.
6 I can base.
And Nassim is gonna be fighting first with that
Vortex
Melta guy.
Beast is coming in.
Yes, the Vortex Beast has to do some number on these guys.
Beaky says it's interesting listening to the French stream. They also seem confident it's going well for them overall. Welcome to Warhammer.
It's always like that. Whenever
Yeah,
you
it's always like that.
with Tom Higginbottom, whenever he does his updates, everything's doing well, everything's
Yeah.
predicted, blah 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 blah, and then he lost the rounds. Like what?
But there's a degree of not over or under projecting as well, right?
He's dead.
And no one
Yeah,
wants to
can we
give
just
much away,
move
so
that
they'll always
guy?
be saying it's
Exactly
going
that.
coverage.
Fuck.
Diplomatic.
I mean, it is right. You can see
It's 15 attack, I think.
Chris has a
yes.
big swing. Alex had a big swing.
Only
It's just-
it comes down to how much the swings actually are, right? Because there's a huge difference between eking out a 14
who
or a
gets more
15
of
and a
them,
20,
yeah.
right? Like,
Twos.
in terms of the overall
Yeah,
outcomes.
swing 15 to 17 can be huge,
Just
but
enormous.
but 15 to 8 is
Yeah.
massive.
And certainly it sounds like that Harrison game is nasty, so I can see why if that's the one they're watching, they'd be feeling pretty good about the round.
Three.
Oh, it's on the stream as well, so
Yeah,
I would be
it's on the
confident. Oh yeah, he's
stream.
getting 20-0.
Don't know how Manny's
just
getting on.
was
I've not heard
exactly-
anything out of that game.
Manny's also apparently getting an extra couple of points. The coaches were talking publicly. So it's going well around the board. It's just Alex is getting murdered by Crusaders.
Yeah.
4. So that these two data coherency, Sacco.
Yes, this exacted will go behind the wall
Yeah,
and
we've got a
closer
little
to the
coherency
objective,
trick
okay?
here for Nas, killing off his Kazakin.
Yes, il peut faire ça.
Ok. Si tu peux, ouais.
Yes, look where I'm
Didn't know that one was still in the game. That's an old GSC favourite of mine. Pull some out of the
Ok,
unit,
marche.
And this one
kill
will
the
go.
chain.
Lui, non, il peut pas. Il
Il
peut
peut
pas
pas,
bouger.
il
Il peut pas bouger.
I was outside of grenade range anyway from the blue range, so this is okay.
Ok. Après ces deux morts coherency, je les enlève comme ça.
Et, du coup, before the consolidate. Okay, good. I'm okay. I'm okay.
Ok, tu prends tes points. The bones are in the sky.
5-5. Nothing discard.
No, I get 13.
Well, that was.
Next round.
Nas's primary continues to tick up.
13 on
Get a
front.
CP.
This is going to be all on whether Nas has the
I've got
resources left to
guys in
stop
the
the
sky, I've
T-Suns
got
breaking
TCP.
out for a load of points at the end.
Mhm.
Very curious. Nas has certainly lost most of his outer layer now, hasn't he?
But he can bring Kazukin back, right?
As
Yeah.
I said, not to be shot, so I just
Yeah.
put them for body.
Well, he's already had his
Humour.
Kazakin come back once, so I don't think he's
Oh,
got
yeah.
recycling
Bon
now.
rouleur.
He's got Gaunt's Ghost to jump around.
Les Français.
And they can also do a lot of
In the
damage.
sky, of
Yeah, they're
course.
not bad.
Cleanse, perfect. Containment, perfect.
Nas gets action
Warhammer,
cards.
easy.
No,
So
so
that'll be another 10.
Sacco didn't take a secret,
Come on,
and the reason was that Magnus is on 5 wounds, so he
Okay.
cannot
Too
reliably
risky for
survive.
Sacco. Yeah.
Well, at least he cannot take that specific secret.
And it's just because there's a lot of primary at the end for Lynchpin anyway. And Sacco's hoping he's going to get an 8 on the primary this turn,
Ils sont pas
and then there's
slow.
potential for even more at the end. So I just think he's in a position where just playing the game is the most logical thing
5,
here.
So,
you got your lock.
as you can see,
5 hit.
Sacco
Après,
had
tu peux
a
bouger un autre 4.
Sacco had a decent turn last turn for secondaries. He got 5 on prisoners and 5 on extend.
Ouais, ouais.
Unfortunately, only 3 primary. You can see his primary game is really hurting.
Just to win.
Nassim is just doing well overall. He's just scoring his thing
Ça,
while
c'est-
keeping Sacco down.
3. Ça, c'est 6.
Ah,
Tu veux checker?
yes.
Si je vous 6 ici. C'est ça mon maximum. Si je suis dedans 8. Oh, wow.
Sorry.
Parce qu'il est just out, mais.
Just, okay. Where I was. This one? Just put 3 inches.
Non, pas 3. Non, j'ai pas 3.
3.
Ici.
Yes.
Checker.
This one's dead.
Ouais, ici.
Back to the base.
These close rounds are always
Ouais.
entertaining.
Oh, that's what it's all about.
Yeah, Nassim gets great card. Cleanse, easy for him to do. Plenty of
Cards
units
have been
around the
very
board.
good for Nas the whole way through the game, and you just need it. Just need to get that tempo. Look at him; he's
Exactly.
on his way to maxing out his score. And that's just very, very
To
good
go like that
in this context.
Comme half an inch, comme ça, alors tu fais 5.5.
because of the containment.
Pardon?
Because of the container. The inside
Ouais, ouais.
container, tu vois. So, tu peux bouger 6 comme ça tout droit. Je te mène là.
Ouais.
Just trying to work out where Bulgrin can go.
And look, this game's going rapid. It's already battle round 4, and we've still got over an hour left.
Textbook Nassim game. I don't think it's been a bit long for one of his.
That is true.
So you play in the UK is famous for being round nattering with you about 45 minutes into the round.
Yeah, so if
Which is
you look
already
at the-
done.
If you look at the clock, Nassim has 48 minutes left and Sacco has 20.
Yeah.
You can see the difference when who's taking the time. Not surprising though, because every Thousand Suns player was very cerebral. Vic was pretty quick, but then Vic didn't have many choices to make. He made very good choices, but he put himself in a very good situation where he knew where he's going.
Exactly.
This is when you're on the back foot, it becomes much more difficult to play out the
just
turn.
outside of wheat.
15.5. No.
Non, je bouge un autre 6, 9. 9 inch charge. C'est 9.5.
Within 15, you move. Okay.
Thanks for supporting us as ever. Do hit like and subscribe for Glasshammer. Do follow that link in the chat right now. Come follow the adventure at 6 Plus Gaming with me, my good captain Chris, Scrivo and the gang.
Yeah, okay.
All sorts of 40k nonsense, competitive and silly, whatever you want, we got it.
Some regular content.
Get involved. And our 100th live show will be this Tuesday next week,
Anything
8:30.
special plans?
If I've got any voice left. Oh, we're going to do some silly games. We're going to talk about WTC. Should be a very good time. Look back on 100 shows. Hell of a time. Oh, and Scrivo is also going to make a 6++ tier list. So if you want to find out how he rates the entire team,
6++ team or
a
Team Wales?
tier list of the entire team, and where it's going to be stupid to be fun.
I can imagine the lowest of men. will be,
I don't think I'll
will be
come
very
off well
high.
in any tier list that Scrivo's making. He needs to keep me under control.
Extra OC. So there'll be OC 10.
Oh boy. This one's been an absolute doozy of a game. I do think NASA's probably run out of push potential now.
I know it is.
The thing is, he's comfortable where he is. There's no need for him to push.
Yeah, he just needs
he
to
just
make
needs to get
sure
Magnus.
that Sacco doesn't roll him back.
Yeah, just get rid of Magnus and he should be fairly
I
fine.
don't know that he can reach and deal with Magnus now. He can stop him pushing.
Si je fais un 9 inch charge avec un reroll, tu fais pas. Car circle. Pas car circle,
I have 7 OC.
Chris didn't realise. Oh, hello. Just got a little report in. We'll just turn the volume down for a second, Dave.
Yeah, no worries.
Si tu fais la charge. So, extra leadership. Il peut tirer qui? Il est au 24. C'est loin, il fait 24. 11. Je pense pas, je vais tirer sur eux. +1, extra leadership on themselves. Cache comme ça. On fait ça encore par notre 13. Cleanse. Resistance dans un 8. Cleanse containment. On prend 10 sur ça. On prend 10 sur ça.
So who's gonna cleanse, who's gonna containment?
Je réfléchis par rapport à ça parce que un des tanks ici, ou eux, peut faire containment ou cleanse, peut faire containment, si on passe le battle shock. L'autre, ces gars peut faire containment ici, et après cleanse, il y a un tank, ou un de ces gars cleanse. Exactement.
Yes, but then no 9 in charge, no
Non,
contest.
exactement. That's so
I agree with this plan.
Yeah.
Then.
So 81.
I'm really far behind for now.
Yeah, we'll go over that. We'll do when they come down the other side. Plus, heure sur eux, leadership sur eux, leadership sur Louis.
Leadership everywhere.
No, parce que I need 1 second. So I need them to contain. So yeah, need them to contain for sure. And potentially them, and then cleanse is going to be at least 2, depending on him. So +1, and leadership on him, and they themselves leadership. So they're fine. So they'll just contain there. Bouge pas. Him 6, he can't cleanse there. So I'll have to cleanse with a tank, but they can contain there. They can contain there.
Replace your model.
Yeah.
Behind the ruin.
Yes, ouais.
Comme ça.
So that's 6 on contain, and that's at least 2 on cleanse.
Something like that is okay.
Yeah, something like that is okay, no problem. So that one guy's battle shocked.
Yes.
Hey guys, yeah, Nas does speak French. Nas is French Algerian by like heritage, right? So
Yeah.
him and Sacco speaking French is more natural to them than
Yeah,
Sacco speaking English with Nas.
Nas is the undercover agent. We'll
Yeah,
randomly
yeah.
see the score switch, and Nas will go, yeah, there you go. I've been waiting my whole life to do that.
Yeah,
Because Nassim could easily believe a team.
yeah. Nas is just working out. I mean, he's had great
Hide
cards,
behind the line.
great turn on
Yep.
on the point.
So,
And great plan.
no doom bolting unless you teleport him. One doom bolt. And then we'll see how he does.
How is the round
The
going,
beast is
everybody?
going to be getting shot at from what I can
Yeah,
tell.
how is the round
Wide-
going?
Wide and used in the round is very positive.
Can
This is going to be a
see
decent win.
Can we see
Vic
tendencies
VJ is
again,
winning
like
against
a
the
win
gun.
for you or win for us?
Chris Kinnair winning against the left
It's looking
guards.
closer to a
Tony
draw.
Chu is holding it in the Eldar mirror
No,
at the
it's
moment,
okay.
keeping it close.
Mhm.
Alex Harrison is getting
Because
massacred
since you're allowed
by
to
the Black
play-
Templar.
Yeah,
How
Uh,
is
but
the round
Manny's
going?
holding
And I
on.
can hear.
generally,
Oh,
how
Boris
the
is
round
also
going?
doing
Because
well
it's
into the
looking
Grey
like a
Knight, so
good
things are looking
So
things are looking very positive.
he's looking winning.
It's looking positive.
Perfect.
I'd expect Sacco to claw back a decent number of points here at the death.
Yeah.
Because
But
not,
if Vic-
Nas
Vic
hasn't
is
quite
winning-
managed to drop Magnus, which is the key to a 20.
The great thing is if Vic is winning that matchup and Nas is winning that matchup, then that's a very good, very
100%.
good thing.
100%. And Magnus can't push now till the end of the game. That's the key thing.
It's really tight.
Because they'll just get blasted.
I've heard that we are fighting for the win, and this result might give you
Yeah.
the draw.
If it,
This is what I've heard.
French have a different take on it to us,
Yes.
so we'll see.
As usually is the case.
Yeah.
Oh, it's okay. It's okay. No, I know what I need to do. I cannot do anything else. It's turn 4. I'm gonna
Sacco's
aim for the
completely
straight
right.
plan, and this is just for
There's only
my
one way to play
curiosity
it at this
because
stage for him.
we are
really.
so far away from a team.
that's a shot.
But I'm not gonna change anything. This is turn 4. Nothing else to do.
Yeah,
And
Sacco
you know
knows what
what-
he's doing.
what
He's
he's
going
doing.
for it
Completely
to get
right.
points.
That's always the funny thing in teams, right? You get someone come up to you and go, "Oh, you must push, you must do X, Y, Z." And you're
Well,
like,
that's all I can
realistically,
do.
in a lot of games, you're like, here's what I can do.
Yeah, genuinely the question is, can you push?
I should
Yeah.
get like a 6, I think.
And actually figuring out what pushes look like and
Maybe a 6.
what they can be that aren't dangerous or fatal is a big part of playing the game well.
It's going to be pissed, so that
Sacco
last
knows
turn
he's
I
already
can
in
go
the
out
position
and
where he's
score
done
my
everything he
bangers
can
if I
do
need
to get out of the
because
headlock
if I
you
do
got put
this-
him.
No, I need 3 more points on secondaries. I'm going to do 1 more 13 unless you want to come out of the tanks.
Yes, Nassim
I'm
needs
just
to max his
getting shot by
secondaries.
Get
Just
shot
needs
here.
to 3 more coins. He's
So
got
just
6 on
healing
containment and
sur
4
lui,
on cleanse, which
désolé.
is a great
C'est
score.
vertical.
Can shoot.
Ah,
He shoot.
ouais, peut-être sur lui. Je vais voir que la ligne sur lui. Parce que on a beaucoup de temps, c'est pas un problème.
Just working out the end throws here. I think this game's going to be done in the next 10 to 15 minutes, probably the way it's going.
Oh, they're pretty much talking it out in
Yeah.
a way. Obviously, they're not talking it out because they know what's happening, but they're saying,
No,
I
exactly.
need to kill this, that's all I need to do. What can you do? And they will know exactly what's happening very quickly. Both great players, both great planning. They're not trying to...
What do you guys in the chat think? Have you found this game? I have been very entertained. I've not really wanted to go and do
it's
anything
full
else.
of action. There were a
been
few,
full of action.
few slow moments when
Did this go the
there
way
was a
you
plan.
thought it would? What have you learned? Very curious to know. Let us know.
Okay.
Hopefully you've enjoyed the commentary. Reminder that we will also
Be
be
careful that for now the
back
crystal is
again
one
today.
Ah, je sais.
3:30, probably a little bit later. Obviously got to allow for pairings.
Yeah, 3:30 is when the pairing starts.
Yeah, take and hold, hidden supplies, search and destroy. Big old 6 objective bloodbath.
And again, I'm really happy that
you will
you...
be up against a team that haven't let,
I'm
you know,
really
been
happy
in a
that
very
all you
strong
guys are
position.
back and watching because it's a consistently great viewership. You sticking with us and
Oh,
dealing
of
with
course.
me and listening to Tom's great voice.
We really appreciate it, guys. It's been really fun.
It's Big Susan, the random cameraman.
Big Susan Mark Corrigan, mate. Business secrets of the Pharaohs.
Shoot 2 tanks on him. Just do cleanse for 2. I'll still score loads of points. We'll see. Got 2 CP. Okay, we'll take this ban. You'll have to get an 8. That's okay. Tank commander, everything. Overcharge.
Exciting.
Weapon, 8.
Shooting.
8.
They're just trying to shoot the vortex beast, right?
Wheat. Freeze. Moon. Freeze.
Yeah, Nassim is
1,
amazing.
You're absolutely right, Beaky.
5 the
It's just very consistent at putting you in a position where from about a turn in you're like, I'm just fighting to not be annihilated in this game. That's all I've got. You just end up playing on his terms so much of the time. You have to be very, very good to break out of those patterns that he puts you in.
I'm going to shoot with him, guys.
And thank you, Danny. I'm glad you enjoy it.
Yeah, I totally agree across the tabletop. It's been a guard masterclass. And this is an army that, let's not forget, has really dropped off in terms of its use, its play, its win rate.
And Nassim found a niche.
It's not
where
in many of the top
perfect.
teams list at all. But Nassim from the outset was, I know this army and I fully believe there is still a really powerful list in this army. And it was one of our aces in the hole going into submission, kept under wraps. Obviously one or two teams have latched onto similar builds. But you know, some of the resident guard masters like Scark have moved away from the faction. Didn't like the idea of having to shoot from out from behind walls. Did it with CSM instead.
Skark is always given an army that does table and
Yeah,
manipulate you.
exactly. And that's not quite what this guard list does. The actual raw output in there is not there. This isn't a leaf blower. This
It's the bullish nature of moving
it's
forward.
a
and pushing you off.
pincer, pin, headlock kind of list. It's amazing.
Yes, it's
Just enough of every asset to do the job and do it in an incredibly effective way. A reminder that Nassim is the youngest player in this team and is only going to get better.
Same stubber all of the time. I have cover.
Oh man.
Everything man on freeze. How many shots?
12, ça c'est le premier. Nothing, deuxième. Bien. Et je vais faire grenade. J'essaie grenade.
Yeah, Danny Porter absolutely right. David is English, not his native language, and he's absolutely smashing it regardless.
Doing my best.
Doing very, very well.
Dommage.
Ok.
Oh, c'est bien. Je fais cleanse, je fais ça, après c'est à toi.
Je fais 8 même si je rate.
Ouais.
I'm gonna roll it. Still fine. I roll first. I draw my card. Aria Denial, Storm of Steel Objective. Aria is hard. Storm is also hard. I didn't get any good secondaries.
Hey, probably, you give me something.
Oh, there you go. That's it. Now we've got Sacco's turn 4. He drew Ariadne Island Storm Hostile.
Cabal is the same.
And he scored 8
13.
primary.
Honest reality is, Sacco doesn't really want to do any of those things right now. Go in the middle, kill stuff in the middle, take the point. Just opens himself up to getting shot to shit by 2 tank commanders a turn before he needs to make his play for his primary. So those aren't great cards right now.
Dommage.
I don't think at that board
He
stage,
can make a play, but
Yes,
it's
I just
Oh,
check
pour
at
Sub-
that point of the
suboptimal.
game, yeah, you don't really get
I could
many good
teleport in here, move here,
options
if
left.
Aria Denial, if I clean,
yeah, he's thinking he could use his crystal. Do you want to use your crystal
If you
now?
kill
You have to use it at some point.
Yeah, but
They
if
are
you use
also
it,
he wants
one
to
each.
jump
gotta
to
use
use
it to get the
quickly.
end game primary, right?
I'm thinking if because
For now,
just gets
it should
annihilated.
be 1 because this is my secondary. But for your primary,
I'm just thinking because I can do because this is at the start of the command phase. I've got an order to do to extra OC them in any time.
Nassim is currently 40 points ahead. I think that's 17-3, if I'm not right.
Because I might spend a CP.
I need to discard one of these. I will discard.
Across the tabletop's taking
I just thought I'd let you know,
guards
just in
to
case you
toys
both,
next
and I
month.
just
I will discard Aria Denial.
Okay, so that's
Hey, can't drop the storm sword. That's Matt Wright in there.
Mark
Mark
for
for
death. Oh, please.
And-
Hello, Matt Wright. Absolute hero.
And we.
I mean, you could definitely smash a list like Nass's, or like the French one with the Dawns. I agree. You're a very good player, Matt. You can do whatever you like
all
with
of the
guard.
Bulgarian.
GT winner last time out at Toys of Mass Destruction
Everyone.
with a storm sword, no less.
Everyone.
Ma Mitch remembers Nass's first tournament. Yeah, he showed us some of his original scores on BCP.
How do I? If he's discarded a card, how do I change that? Do I just change it? Just tap it and change
Yeah,
it.
as we expected, Sacco getting rid of a
And
card
you
here.
can't
Those
pick
two
up
cards are
on
a death sentence for his attempts to get the primary at the end of the game. Oh, he's drawn Mark for Death instead, though. What an absolute shit show.
Oh,
That's brutal.
yeah, luck is definitely on his side, but that's what England needs from the what happening
7 +
to
6 is 33.
Wotan getting annihilated. We need every point we need. And I say we because obviously covering England games, we root for England as much as we can.
So you need 33.
Want to see good games, but we're hoping that England makes it all the way this time.
Correct.
That will be.
So you need to be here to proc line of sight. Oh, with him.
No, Mitch says he pinned his guard turn one with Harlequins in 8th. Yeah, sounds about right. Yeah, he showed us his old BCP scores. Like a lot of us, he didn't win all his games at the start.
Yes, come here.
Wotan so far was doing fine. It's just in this round they hit a Space
Wotan
Marine
have
wall.
been good. I think the Templars is tough for them. It was always interesting.
There's no good targets, right? You're very good at killing very tough targets, but not 120 tough targets.
And they don't like Armour of Contempt. There are a lot of AP 1 and 2 in that army. But by all accounts, a long bomb charge from Helbrecht made that a really bad game rather than just a bad one.
Unless I trust this one to kill this guy. Did it one?
I don't remember playing your Death Watch at Twisted Dice, Rob. I remember losing
really
hard
bad
to your
Silver
Imperial
game.
Fists. And I remember beating you in the Drakari Mirror after you told me I didn't have enough Dark Lances. Those are the 2 games I remember.
What was that again?
It got my blood up. I was like, right, I'll show you Dark Lances.
I don't
That's
need
not
more
what,
Dark
That's
Lances.
not what wins a mirror. Thanks, then, guys, for the comments on the stream. I appreciate it.
Yeah, it's a lot of that is thanks to my brother, who's an absolute tech wizard.
Oh, what a boss Jacob is. Incredible.
It shows the generational difference because I used to be the person who does that, and now he grew up and he's teaching me stuff. So
Yeah. And the toys available just get better and better, don't they?
yes, and it's hard to keep up with them. Them kids, they always have cool toys.
Bouge comme ça, lui, comme ça.
So Sacco's got to work out what the hell he's going to do here.
Oh, I used to play a Shadow Sword. Shadow Sword Guardless was so fun, having these massive super heavies driving around. It will be very difficult to use them on WTC terrain though.
This line. Get line.
Glad you enjoyed those games, Rob. I know I did. They were very good fun.
Yes, great game. Nassim on the stream is always fun.
Oh, mate. What a game this has been. It's been bonkers.
Yeah, I can do.
It might look one-sided score-wise, but it wasn't an easy game. It's just a masterclass on planning from Nassim and very quick play.
We'll wait and see, but there's still going to be some upswing for Sacco.
And if you think about it, he doesn't leave much time for Sacco to react. He just goes,
No,
okay, my
exactly.
turn, boom, 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 boom. And then Sacco needs to think, needs to ask a coach, because Nassim is just so quick.
Yeah.
It puts pressure on you. Because even though you've got your time on the clock and you can comfortably play your turns out, it's really disconcerting when you see your opponent go, oh yeah, let's do this. It feels like you're doing something wrong
Completely.
because it's going according to his plan. It's just stressful.
Yeah. And again, you can see what Nas has done, which our other players taking on Thousand Suns this week have failed to do, is give them a huge number of problems in several different places from the get-go and just say you can't do all the things you want to do at once.
Yes.
And it's out of the little gaps in what they're able to focus on and attack that all the opportunity to score and get swings back at them come. And once they start losing models, Cabal points drop off, their power drops off rapidly. Don't know what Cabal Sacco's on right now, but it can't be much.
Just outside.
Just outside.
And Gus says Shadow Sword's just gorgeous to look at too, huge gun. Matt's army in general is absolutely beautiful. It's a really cool army.
Yes, the sportsmanship has been great. The chat has been great. You know, we were worried that in the past, if people see a mistake, they jump to conclusions.
We've basically had
we've
had one issue in like all the 4 games now.
Yeah, and the issue was the
minor
genuine
issue. There was
mistake.
a genuine error immediately resolved. So it's been great.
But to be fair, that's been the theme all around
the
the venue.
whole way
Everyone's
through.
smiling, laughing, drinking. The 40k relaxed a lot. It used to be much more cutthroat.
Yeah.
People didn't want to be on stream, give out strategies. Now all the teams want to be streamed. It's great.
That's the future of it, man.
It's just a community. Everyone wants to be seen and heard.
That's actually where all the live stuff and you guys watching at home, you're all going to help keep them all honest and make sure that we all play the way we want to play.
Yeah.
That's what
It's
it's
still
about.
extremely competitive,
That's what
but
it's
it's no
about,
longer
boys.
cutthroat.
Yeah.
It's now just great.
Bringing the good sportsmanship to them. We're on the right side of history with this one.
And we've got some shots coming through.
5 dev wound.
5 dev wounds or 4?
5 in no pain, sorry.
Oh, 5 in the pain. So that kills him.
Yeah, got a
Him,
go
and
down.
puts him down to 2.
Oh, we're running out of professors, boys.
No, the academia is falling.
Oh no.
Yeah, sorry. This guy shoots.
You see there, Nass very careful with his removal of models. He's trying to remove Bulgrin in such a way as the remaining artillery can't hit them.
Yes.
His dream here is going to be to have one left on the point. It's huge if he does.
But then he just spends the
Literally
speed for
an entire point of primary differential if that Bulgrin's alive.
That's an amazing field pain
How
roll.
many left?
You love to see it.
De means two, by the way. I know that much from French.
Il a avancé. Oh non, c'était eux. Voilà, exalté des Magnus. Ok.
2 full wound. Oh, sorry, the little ward smite from the squad. 2 hits.
Okay.
From the green squad.
I think the Bulgrin will go though. I don't think they're
One
going to hold on.
devastating.
Oh,
2 devastating.
You never know though.
And the ward smite from the blue squad also.
so
1 hit, this is lethal because
Very
it's
close.
a sorcerer.
Pain. One guy left.
Hazardous on the vortex. Oof. So the one, we're okay.
one Bulgrin left.
Yeah, exalted. One save, 2 d3 dev wound.
One save. Once it's gone. D3 dev wounds.
2 d3 dev wound and d3 damage.
2 D3. Yeah, less.
2 d3 dev wound. And the save missed. 1, 1 and 4. 4 for the pain.
Can he live?
Dead.
Mark, so
Nope.
you get marked to death. So
No,
it's
there we
5.
go.
Mark for death and
Yes, this
Bulgrin
one
dead.
will
That's
just
huge.
He does get marked for death.
That's a big swing.
Yeah, that hurts.
He's not gonna win the game, but it's gonna cut the
Yeah.
differential.
So I think Sacco will get a reasonable swing at his differential now.
Dead.
So I believe there is some mercenary rules that you can get a couple of players in your team that are not from your country, but the rules are very relaxed on if you live in the
Okay.
country you can play
Sorry.
for them, and it's
Five
very
on.
understanding,
Mark.
Yeah, so you can do it, and some of the smaller teams do it.
especially the beginner teams that
Especially
cannot
new
field
teams
in
starting up,
the
like you saw the China team
And
a
next
couple of
round,
days ago. It's
Yeah, they have a few.
there's at least five Chinese players, and then a few who have connections to China and different things, and that's just helping the team
It's
get
very
started,
reasonable.
right? It's helping
Guy-
grow the DC teams, and then gradually that kind of phases out.
So my
You do have
cards
one
are,
or
I've
two
got
mercenaries
40p.
like Dan
I
Bates.
get 8 in primary.
No.
He's got
His,
heritage.
his nan's well.
His Nanswas, there you go.
40 in primary.
Yeah.
My cards are.
I think the general rule of thumb is that you can make moves to go back to your sort of home country, but that's about it.
It's like
Once-
Brian
once,
C.
once
used
you're
to-
went in.
used
So Brian,
to-
yeah, Brian going back to America, for example,
Mark
having
death.
played for Scotland.
It's gone.
Yes.
Mark
That
death.
But
was
then there
allowed.
is rules that you
Redraw
cannot
mark
go
death.
back into
Exactly.
Where is my
Scotland for a certain
yeah,
amount of
Keep it
time.
for me.
Exactly.
I redraw mark for depth, so I'm down to 3. Down.
Nass is going to bring back a good whack of
Behind
points
the
here. I
lines,
think
but-
Sacco's managed to stave off anything disastrous now. He's
Mhm.
killed the Bulgrin and
Behind is 3.
taken denied in the middle.
Behind the lines. 3 and bring it down. I've already maxed secondaries with just that. What? I should have max secondaries. No, I'm 2 off. 38.
You are too.
Yeah. If I kill him with
And what is that?
ça c'est behind.
It just needs to kill the Neutralith and then we're at max.
They're gonna go back there.
So behind enemy lines and bring it down. So Nassim is maxing his.
So if you get 13 at the end,
Which you will.
so I kill him.
Just
get
about,
13
yeah.
at
Give me
the
a little
end.
end swing for Sacco. Yeah.
They're pretty much talking it out
Yeah,
at this point
they
because
are.
it's
And
obvious what's
then-
happening.
Because
And then there'll be time for me to go and see how the other rounds are going.
Primary or secondary?
Secondary.
Secondary, yeah.
I get 42.
Hell of a game, though.
If it's that,
Really tense,
is-
really tough.
Nassim almost maxing his points.
14-6 roughly. So I want to try and stop that. All right. I need to get my coach quickly.
Yeah.
I need to get my coach.
I'll get him now.
Yeah. Yeah, Tom is gonna get the coach because Nassim.
Can you call the French coach too? Zeka.
There you go. Tom's gonna help them out.
Because I can max secondaries, that's fine. so they don't complain.
The Bulgarian were just melting.
Yeah, they always melt. Always melt. These ones have a million damage.
Entre 4 et 6.
Okay.
Depend my last turn and the secondary I draw, because for now I score 20 on secondaries.
Cool, so I'm anywhere between
4 to
well,
4 to
it's
6.
almost done. So
The best case,
I'm going to cap out
best case
92.
scenario is 6.
Ish. I'm trying to stop him from getting on to multiple points. It'll be tough. Behind me line's there for free, so they're going to ghost. Can do that.
How is Nico going? There
Got
was,
one
there was
there.
something wrong with
Trying to think of a way
estimates.
to. Huh? Because I'm going to kill this. That guy moving there.
And there was something difficult. We can figure it out, but for now, he just has to do what he wants to do, and this is it. 5. This is what I'm telling you, this is the end.
Nassim is doing great. He pushed really hard. You're gone that trench.
That's my cloth.
See, well, by the rules you can.
If
You've got heritage.
If I move him here, just want to see.
Yes, exactly. So coaches are very understanding. You can join as a coach from any team to a team to try and coach a team. Kyle Grundy was coaching Team South Africa, helping them out. Mani Chima, even though he was coaching some Bolos, the Luxembourg captain. Obviously it wasn't like an official coach, but just coaching. So like all the teams in here want is more competition, more good teams coming in. It's not like I need to win because I want no competition. Everyone wants good competitive games, as many as possible ideally, because that's what they live for. They come here, spend a lot of money for lads holiday and a great competitive event. So that's the main name of the game.
This is top of 5. I'm going to get 92. I'm going to get 92.
There we go, Tom's badge.
Alrighty.
Is what you should get.
Yeah, Nassim and Sacco were just talking to the coaches, basically saying Sacco thinks he's only get 5 points, he cannot do much.
Maybe a 5.
I think
Much
5 or
about
6, yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's realistically where Sacco's at. But I think the swing with Mark for Death in the middle has stopped it being worse than that.
Yes.
That was big in the game. I've not looked at what assets Nas had left. I was a little bit surprised he went for the Bulgarian in the middle for that. But
So Nassim got his brigade down pretty much behind enemy lines. He already put it on.
yeah. So Nas is maxing out at 92, which is a big score. And he's just trying to stop.
Yes, he's getting on all the objectives he can to just stop Tissan's scoring.
Just C says he needs to get a St. Vincent team going so I can get into WTC by fault. That's the smart play. That's the smart play. Rob Mitchell says Clement would qualify for Team France. Oh, Clement is a fantastic player. Fantastic player. French team are very good though. Very, very good. So in the round, Arno's Hypocrite looking very dominant on the board, but Chris Radford's Terminators have done Terminator things and taken his backfield. So we'll see what that nets him in the points.
And you can see little round summary.
Round is looking very tight.
So it's a bit confusing to read that when you first look at it. If you look at the very edges, you've got the primary scores turn by turn. You can see the difference. Nassim to Sacco is massive. Guards just getting away on primary.
It's completely shut
And
down.
equally the same thing on secondary. Sacco has really bad draws, and then when his draws got better, he ran out of assets, so it was very hard
exactly
to do
right.
that.
So that's why you really unshine to Sacco. It's actually been a very close game in a whole bunch of ways.
Yes, you need to push T-Suns in just for that reason, just to stop them having options. Because they can do damage or do actions, but they cannot do both very much.
But I think Nas played it very well to inflict enough attrition on the T-Suns early on that they weren't going to be able to just have whatever they wanted in pushing back.
Because you can see they killed the Bulgarian, so if he sat back, he would lose these assets himself. So he knew he needs to run.
He's got to go. Yeah.
Going first wasn't a bad thing at all in his plan and playstyle. I bet he planned for both going first and second. So.
Absolutely. Jake Prescott says he's got English, Irish, French and Italian heritage. Only thing stopping him is that he's shit at the game.
I know that pain. I'm both Polish and I live in England, so I could be on both teams, but they wouldn't take me. Best I can do is stream, guys.
I'm gonna take the plastic move. Cannot be shot at all. You don't declare anything.
C'est que eux, mais...
What is that?
Et alors, t'as pas cover, so I can see. So it'll be 4 shots at AP1, 3 damage. And then 1 shot at strength 9 on the other one. So the one that's 3 damage is strength 9. And then the other one is 4 damage, strength 5, AP2. So it's, and then I'll have 5 shots at strength 3, AP1, damage 1, sustained. And then another 9 shots at this, and another 9 shots at 3, AP-1. I could
Last
maybe,
practice game
if
against
you don't do
Nassim
that,
with this
I could
list, I
maybe
managed to
go
get 5 points. Let's see
Potentially.
if Sacco can get more.
So
I
which one are you
reckon
going
he
to
can.
do? If you like
How many shots damage 3?
Huh?
How
Catch.
much?
4.
Hitting on?
Huh?
Hitting on twos?
Hitting on 4s. Hitting on 4s, winning on 5s. It's unlikely. It's okay. No problem. So yeah, so these guys will 100%
those
go
are great.
here. Oh, Leon's test, that's what I was trying to figure out.
Yeah, my
7
brother
inches
just sent
here.
me a few thumbnails
And then you can
for
go on
the
other-
games we're going to be
Yeah,
putting on
amazing.
YouTube cut up.
That's so
Yeah,
cool.
no, go.
Honestly, the
He-
the
Leon's can go
media
up to here.
support has been nuts.
It's
so
great.
good.
Was here.
He was the plane ticket was worth every penny.
Yeah, he's a
He's moving
pro.
19. Yeah.
He's an absolute
So
pro.
Leo is moving 19.
Yeah, I left buying a ticket a day longer, and it went from £40 to 175, and I was
lord.
like, oh no,
So
that's a lot of beer money gone.
6. 6. 2 inches this way.
Leont is coming out.
So
We know it's the last
If
turn.
you wanna
That's
do a
happening.
straight line, put one more.
One more.
Yes.
So that's
That will be 9.
9.
And now you can.
And then so he moves 15.
So you have 9 left.
9 left.
Put the ruler.
What is the mission? It's linchpin, raise banners, and surge and destroy. So linchpin, if you hold your home objective, it's additional 2 points for each of the objectives in no man's land and your opponent's deployment, I believe. And then every objective on the board is worth 3. So if you hold control your home objective, you get 3 from that, and 5 for every other one. So it's a mission that can swing heavily. That's why T-Sons can pull back some points because they're going second. And that's what Nassim is trying to stop. He's moving Leontos onto objectives, tanks onto
Yeah.
objectives. He's just trying to block T-Sons' ability
This is
to
the thing
score.
with linchpin.
Only
Yeah.
good
The
secondary.
pushback
except this
potential at the end is big.
This two sucks. This one is okay. This one will be free. This one will be discard.
Sacco's just trying to work out what he can do here. Every point counts at this
This one
stage.
should be 5. This one should be 5. This one should be keep also.
Sassy now.
I need to shuffle it again.
Yeah, it literally comes down to your cards because I'm going to kill that and maybe kill him and then see what your cards are. Because you can get behind easy. Not stopping your cards anymore. Try and stop the primary. I might as well. Assassinate you should be able to do
I will do it
anyways because
anyway.
they're right there.
Yeah, that's what Nassim is just worried about. It's like, I'm gonna go and book you out, but what if you get assassinate? Come and kill it and get
We're gonna
both.
go with extra movement
Yeah.
here.
Because again, assassinate is losing 1 point of a score differential.
Yeah.
Because every 5 there is a jump. So
I think it's one of those situations where I'm not sure how much agency Nassim really has to stop it now. But you got to try, right?
So this
that's
is
when
now
Nassim talk to the
if
coaches. Do I
Yeah.
try or do I not bother to be safe?
I think at
And
this
It's gonna
stage there's
CP,
not
your
much
command
to.
phase to give them an
We've got to
extra
try and get points.
multi.
you can
Knowing
have
we're
two
probably
times the same
down a
order.
big score in the Votan Black
no,
Templars
in your
game unless
command
Harrison pulls something out.
So they will still.
So they'll have extra move.
Extra move. They will be also free. Okay.
Yeah. No. So with that, they'll be with that. So these two are OC2.
no,
He's
the French
currently
player
OC3
didn't take a
because of
secret
the
mission
banner.
because the only
And
viable
the order
one for
gives you
him
plus
was
one
the
OC as
Warlord
well.
one,
Okay. I
and
got
he was
it.
on 5
No, I'm
wounds,
lagging. I
and
did
it was
that
too
last time,
risky
but
to
it's
do
okay,
that.
fine.
It's a lot of
And we
OC.
know that because
No.
Nassim and the
And what
Sacco
we're gonna do
clearly
Sacco,
communicated that to the coaches.
is we're gonna stop you.
Because again, all those conversations with coaches are public. Both players and
Yeah.
coaches have to hear it. That's why I'm not muting the
I'm
microphones, by the way.
So I don't care about this, that's that. I'll shoot that there
So
as
we're a
close
little
as
bit
possible.
covert
I'm gonna
on the
shoot
stream. We
him.
don't try and give it all away up front, but that's just because we don't want to spell out the entire logic of the round.
Exactly. But the things
I'll
that are
shoot you.
public for both players
That's
legally,
you'll
I
hear when the
don't mind
coaches are
sharing.
doing their
Stop
thing.
shots.
That's their business.
8.
And yeah, no secret mission. Magnus was never going to be able to make the way across the board to do it without being killed. As incredible at that as he is, Nassim would have been in a position where if he rings the objective in the final turn, Magnus isn't close enough to charge onto it
Yeah.
and can't double move onto it.
So I score 92. I'll
And if
shoot
Magnus
that
gets
there.
any closer before that turn, he gets
On
killed
war?
by tank commanders.
Him.
So
All
that's
of them
why
basically
doing the
don't get
damage to
cover,
Magnus
or
early in the
just
game
push
was
them
so
down.
crucial.
I
That's
sh- I
why
should
you
get
literally saw
14
Nassim
depending on
celebrating, hurting Magnus. That's all he needed. Didn't need to kill him.
Yeah, I'm trying to stop
Just
him
needed to
by-
hurt him enough.
Just move on to primary, but
So Nassim is planning for 14-6 if the cards
Damage free.
don't go super well for Sacco.
one need
Because
four,
Sacco
I'll
can
keep
get
you roll
potentially 10 points, which really swings the
That's
game.
exactly it. Yeah.
3 saves, 4 up in ones. 3 damage each.
5 up in gold.
Oh no, AP1, so 4 plus save is what I mean.
So 4 plus save. And then after that,
Oh,
enemy damage 1.
pardon. No, that's pardon? And then, yeah, there's more shots after this. There's another 1 shot that's damage 4. And then I've got another 5 plus 9, another 14 shots at damage 1.
6.
Flip, okay. The sniper, hits, wounds. This is inbound, 5 up.
That's the 5 guys
What else are
in the
coming?
corner shooting.
Pardon?
Yeah.
What else are, I can still blank int.
Yeah, you can
These
still
boys
blank.
here.
I've still got another 5 plus 9. 5 plus 9 maths. 14 shots. 5 are AP1 sustained. They're all hitting on 2.
Nassim is great at 40k, not
Alright.
quite good at math.
Yeah, he's got 1 wound left.
I will keep the CP.
Yeah. Cool.
Just trying
Okay,
to cut
Nassim
that,
just
cut that cabal
It's
count
my
down even
turn,
more.
and then
Yeah, Nassim is removing
the second
squads
release,
that,
my point-
so they cannot go on
and,
objectives.
the guy C.
Because he's
Come back
like,
to Sacco, give him extra
Magnus is hard to kill,
It's
let
fine,
Magnus do whatever he wants, but let's
Yeah.
kill everything else. Magnus can only be in one place, realistically.
Okay, let's go.
So this is big. This is the final turn for
Ba, ba,
Alexandre
ba.
Sacco.
Secure.
Where?
Every point clawed back at this stage is massive.
Sacco is drawing his cards.
We'll get an assassination.
So it's an assassinate.
Back secondaries.
This should be 2.
So secure no man's land.
Cabal
If
will
you
be
minimum weight,
11, yes.
Cleanse. Cleanse is
Cleanse.
hard.
battle shock sur lui.
11 Cabal.
Secure is
No, no.
okay.
No, pas battle shock.
No,
No, no.
Passes his battle
11
shot.
Cabal. Give me my dice.
I think these cards are pretty reasonable for his end game push
Yep.
here. Cleanse is a bit annoying, but
And he was thinking about, do I
Yeah.
redraw this? I can get assassinate, I can get that. So he was thinking about things.
I want a double move and the 3
he's
straps.
looking at a decent swing back on the points here at the death.
This one just gonna move.
Yeah.
I think 14 is probably likely.
Easy.
They're cleansing.
14-6 should be... Maybe not quite. Maybe 15-5. Very, very close.
Sorry.
Yeah, incredible game.
It shows that guard is still not a pushover.
Oh,
beating one of the
absolutely
best
not.
armies in the game.
As
Thousand
ever,
Suns.
you just have to go away and
No.
try something and find something different in there.
Yeah.
I'll
It
watch-
might not necessarily be a singles list, but for
Yeah.
teams this is
So
amazing.
top weapon.
And there's never been a moment of
Overwatch?
complete chaos or damage or...
So Nassim is
just
trying
been
to
all
remove the
about
space
pushing
goats.
I'll do
Okay.
2 CPs then.
Huh?
Oh, yeah, no, no, no.
9 shots.
So NASA's trying to kill the goats.
Yes. And I believe the overwatch on 5s, right?
Doesn't do it.
That's cannon. Plasma's overcharged. 3 shots. 1 hit.
You won't die
Oh, no,
anyway.
six.
Hazardous. I'm fine with hazardous. Okay.
It was worth doing it because then Magnus would have to cleanse.
Yeah, so-
Like
Oh,
that.
I think it was the sorcerer coming in the back there.
Oh, you think? Oh,
Yeah, I think 'cause that's going to key
Oh.
off the
it doesn't-
artillery.
It's because I'm everything. Bulletin, avant CC. It's everything too. Just advancing. Forgot about it. It's comme ça, je...
Yeah, there's a little bit of slightly frantic end to the game, guys. They're obviously just trying to work through it all together, but not a problem.
It's looking like mid-yellow, like 14, maybe 15.
I think that's exactly right, Nas.
2 more.
And you just bit your hand off for that at the start of the game, so very happy with that. And if
Oh,
Vic
in
does
your-
win the other
Nothing
T-Suns
one
guard
CP
mirror,
and
then we
give
can
the
say
plus
whatever
one save.
happens,
Yes, you told me.
Alright,
we won the T-Suns guard matches.
Because that's how you
plan.
planned for the pairings, right?
Maybe.
Okay, we've got T-Suns, they've got T-Suns.
Maybe.
You should kind of expect the
Unlikely.
same result.
Yeah.
But Nassim was able to push the result, and
Exactly.
Vic got a better result. So
It
it's,
speaks
it's
well
a
to the
massive
list
swing.
design on
Yes.
both players, I think.
OC
That's what you like to see.
Yeah, that's what you prepare for, right? You look at all the lists and go, this puts us in a better spot than other teams. And other teams think exactly the same. It just who was right.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah, figuring out the meta is a huge thing. That's why so much
Currently,
into
Nas is a
preparation.
little bit unhappy with a
I'll
14.
calculate it if you,
Yeah,
if
he
you,
wants
if you
more.
pull this off. What
But doesn't see. He's not gonna be happy until he gets a 20.
Understandably, right?
Je vais calculer, ça va être quoi si ça marche. Alors à ce moment,
He did his best to score as much as he can, but he
à ce
cannot
moment, c'est
take control of
17
the
free pour
cards.
moi. À ce moment. Sans le primaire, sans ça. Si tu fais tout ça,
It's all about whether this comes off in the middle.
at the moment it's 17 free. Si tu fais tout ça, 64.
But I think I don't really see how the remaining
Alors ça,
guard
ça va
units
être
would stand this
92. Going 66.
in the middle.
Divided by
Always going
5,
different
15,
stuff.
5. 15, 5.
Hmm.
Okay. Go. You get one of my coaches.
Can you get the
Okay.
coach?
Yeah, English coach. Yeah. I'll just tell them what the minimum is. Parce que ça, c'est, if everything goes right, 15.
Double move.
Wait, thank you.
Yeah.
It's
So
a- it's
Nassim
a-
is really hoping for 15 points. You can hear the all the conversation.
This one will be here.
T'inquiète avec le clock, c'est pas un problème.
Je shoot. The
Yeah,
this
Nassim just
squad
said,
first.
don't worry about the clock.
Everything
You want
into
clock,
squad.
hard clock,
Yeah,
anyone.
I'll spend the CP and go to
got
ground.
plenty of
gives
time
me
to
cover.
I have ignore cover on most of my weapon.
Might as well, right?
Yes. Gatling.
I believe go to ground gives you a 6-up invuln,
Nice.
not cover these days.
2s, 1s,
Fish.
1 dev, 8 points for 4+, and then for no pain. Worst case, 15 for me. Worst case, 15 for me. 2 die.
Yeah, you got Tom's back. Nassim just said he's using go to ground to get cover.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, but I was pretty sure it gives you a 6-up invuln.
it does as well. Yeah,
And 5.
So he might be using that wrong. He might need to be told by someone.
I think it gives you both, does it not?
Um, no, just 6-up invulnerable. It used to be cover, so maybe someone needs to tell him it because it might change something.
Do you want to just?
I need to call
Just
a
you
ref
running
if I can find it. I'll leave you here
Okay,
for a second and find it.
that's cool. Got some news in the other parts of the rounds where the games are just rattling to a conclusion. Chris Radford has got an 8, it looks like, out of the Hypercrypt Necrons.
So it's gonna be
Which is a
5.
big, strong showing there.
It's gonna be 5.
And Nas and Sacco looks like a 15-5 here.
It's okay, 5.
That's a pretty solid start, all told.
No, Nassim.
But
I'm missing the primary from the middle. This 4 objective.
Ah.
6. Maybe 6. No. 5 dead. Just throw 5 away.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
My bad, I'm really sorry. Pistol flamer. 1 shot. Ward smite. 1 save,
I'm
maybe
not
3.
sure, some kind of miscount there. I'm not exactly sure what it was. Not sure where
Infernal.
4 cleanse is coming from.
There's no point then.
It's
6.
something I can't see in the middle.
And rerolling.
It's not
So that's
on
AP 2, damage 2, you have cover.
2 objectives to do cleanse.
And with
6 up in 1.
yes, with 2 devastating wound after that, remember. This is the vortex.
Just
Cool.
double check
Oh,
that
this is
in a moment.
vortex.
Yeah, anyway, we've got some points coming in, some scores coming in.
1.
You miss 2 save and that was devastating wound.
Oh, 1 devastating do it.
No, this is 2 devastating wound
Okay.
because of the vortex. Hazardous. Okay. First squad is finished. The sorcerer squad.
It'll be 14. It'll be 14. Yeah, it's 14.
What?
Can you go tell Jack it's 14? I miscounted.
Yeah, turns out I'm just being stupid.
This is, not
You do
even
get
easy.
cover and invuln. I just haven't played it for
the
so long.
Sorcerer squad shoot everything. Sorcerer.
Yeah.
Gonna CP. No shots.
Yes, Tom. So they do get benefit of cover. I
Yeah,
just look. They don't get stealth anymore. So that's
No,
why I looked,
that's
but
what it was,
They do
yeah.
benefit of cover.
C3.
And so yeah, it's the top right sorcerer that is cleansing, yeah, that's right. So you can do it on your opponent's home objective, just has to be outside of your deployment.
Yes. It differs. Some things are on different
Je
things.
tue pas le bull green.
Ouais, tu charges. Ouais, je sais, tu charges. Ouais.
Ça, voilà.
Joue.
That's charging.
18 alors
And
14.
this is one of those where I think, yeah, the shoving stuff to the
Justement,
middle
le
was
truc, c'est-
never likely to change
Mon
it.
tour, je me dis
So
putain, je vais être
fantastic
coincé.
game.
Et là, je
Yeah, it
regarde
was
et
to
je me
stop
dis, genre,
things like
Yeah.
cleanse, I
Moi, je
suppose.
voulais
It's
Garder
just,
le cristal. Je sais.
But ultimately, it doesn't. There's always another gap at
tuer
this
ça de
stage.
loin et
so.
venir ici.
Really
Et
good
faire
game.
du coup mon truc. Et là, je perds le cristal, je dis putain.
Sensational game. Sacco played really well to
Et
dig
là,
back and
d'un
come back
côté-
into it and keep the differential tight. And yeah, that's Nassim Fouchane, everybody.
It's fun to watch that one. Congratulations.
Absolutely rinsed it.
Et c'est quand
Played
il y a
a
un
really
boost
strong
ici, là.
game into T-Suns.
Non, non, j'ai vu.
J'ai vu, j'ai fait oh putain, je peux voler là-bas.
So,
Et du coup, je lis clean, c'est celui-là, genre. Ok, ça marche.
it was a game 15-5.
Non, parce
So,
que
guess I can mute the players now. They're just talking to each other
yeah,
in
14,
French.
14-6, I think, in the end. I'll just double check it. Yeah, 14-6.
14-6, yes.
12-8 for Chris Radford. We can start getting some scores in for you guys. Hopefully, I'll have some more for you. We're running out of time on the round, so I'll go and look into that now.
Yes, so I will be with you guys for a minute. I will be updating scores on the little sheet I've got, and in the meantime, I'll move to my screen. You can see me. Yes, I'll be updating scores for England versus France. I think it's looking good. Everyone was upbeat, so I think England might win the round. Surely they won't lose it. I think. I hope I don't jinx it. Yeah, the round is looking positive. I've seen players finishing looking happy. It was a great game, friendly game, great showing from both players, and you can. I'll show you the schedule. So these are the matchups that are going on. We just had 14-6 from Nassim. And Nassim is here, 14-6. Let's update that quickly. There we go, we've got the first result in. We're gonna get Tom to get some updates from the round and bring us the scores. And when that's happening, we're gonna come back and potentially talking a little bit. Sacco's missing 1 point for banners. They were adding it to primary points. I would need to ask one of the... Which turn is he missing the banner on? I can then have a look on my sheet because I've got my full breakdown here. Because I don't believe you get a banner at the end of the game, do you? Let's see. At the end of each player's turns... Yep, give me 1 second. There you go. The players are gonna check. The players are gonna check for the banner if it makes sense, if it makes any difference, or if it's there. So they're gonna make sure everything is correct. So don't worry. Yes, the scoring from England is coming in really strong. There you go. So, yeah. So players did sort out that scoring issue. That's not a problem. Let me take their mics off. Give me 1 second. So I'm back. Yes, the players did the math, and it looks like 13-7 for the guard rather than 14-6, because that 1 point makes a difference. They just forgot to add it, so they're gonna talk to the coaches and fix that and see what happens. No, the stream didn't crash. Let's get the crowd come in the background on for you. We're just updating the scores. So we got the right headset on because Tom had the other headset. So yes, it turns out to be 13-7, not 14-6, because they forgot to add one banner.
Yep.
I did ask. They checked and they forgot to add a point.
Yeah, we got some other news coming in on the round, and it's not good for England.
Whoa.
Don't get this very often,
Mm-hmm.
but Manny Chima has been 20-0'd.
Manny was
by
20-0'd?
the CSM on the live stream.
I think it's the first time at WTC I've seen Manny.
He told me, I thought he was
20-0'd.
joking. I was waiting for the punchline. He has actually
Been 20-0'd.
He was instructed to push earlier on in the round. Had to take some risks.
because of Alex's
had to take
matchup.
some risks.
Do we know
but
what
it's,
Alex's score was?
we haven't had that confirmed yet.
Not
So we've
confirmed
got
yet.
Chris Radford with an 8 to the Necron 12, and he was lucky to
Ooh,
get that.
That's looking grim.
Yep. And so the round is now looking pretty precarious for England.
It was looking super well.
Yeah,
Everyone
it was in a
happy
really
when I was
strong.
walking through.
Was in a very strong positive spot, but the round is now very precarious with that result.
So I can see Manny
That
was told
is-
to push to make
That
up
is
for the scoring. When
categorically,
something went
yeah, I
wrong.
think so. The French CSM list is, taking some names. Very
Ooh, that's
powerful.
huge. But Sacco was here saying it's weird because our Matrix, we thought we were winning the mirror, so they thought they're winning the guard T-Suns in both matchups, but they were losing guard T-Suns in both matchups.
Yes.
But it looks like the other matchups didn't go very well.
Yeah, it's been a hard one to gauge this time, but I do think Lichpin is a mad mission in that sense.
It is. It is very swingy. Going second, in general, in GW missions, going second can be massive.
Yeah,
And I think
absolutely.
overwhelmingly massive, which I'm not a big fan of. But obviously they're trying to make up for going first being so big in the past. The thing is, the terrains were designed now to diminish going first advantage, but going second is just even bigger of an advantage. So we'll see if that will be addressed at some point. I bet it will be. I bet they're looking at it because they've got people like Josh Roberts on the balance team, and he's a competitive player.
for
He
sure.
knows the exact issues. So it's just a matter of when can it be implemented reasonably
for
without throwing off the whole edition.
Dennis in chat says we need more Necron games on camera. I mean, if I get a chance, I'd love to have that Gito Awakened Dynasty list on the stream
Yep.
at some stage. We'll have to see
Yep,
if that ends up
absolutely.
plausible, because that Necrons list is very cool. I'm a big fan of it.
I'm just updating the little score sheet for the French stream because I'm off with the points a little bit. But yeah, it's not looking great. I bet we'll put some music on, and as the scores come in, we'll be updating
Yeah,
them.
I'll try and get some more for you. It's
yeah,
all
we'll
gonna,
see
they're
what
all
we
going
got.
to start coming in
It's
now. The
looking,
rounds.
it's looking grim for now, but there
At
is
the moment,
still-
things
there's
do
still
look a bit
points to be
bleak,
gained.
but there's a lot of games to come in. All right.
Nice. See you guys later.